All right, guys. Is there even sound in the game? I turned it all the way off. You can hear the game a little bit. All right, guys. Here we go. Destiny and Mr. Girl. Why close the door? All right, my wife left. Destiny and Mr. Girl had a falling out. I was playing God of War when this happened. I'm curious about it, bro. Frankly, I'm pretty opinionated about Mr. Girl. I don't think that he's a particularly good person. I feel like any person, normal person, who's consumed a little bit of his content can see that he's not really a good person to be associating with in general. I don't think he knows how to have relationships. I'll get a little more into detail as the video goes on. But, yeah, you know, not to be rude, but, you know, you should have kind of saw this one coming here. Seems like this Mr. Girl's kind of weaponizing situations going on to try to make Miss Destiny seem like a bad guy. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we'll see something different. Let's go.
Now that I trust you, like, oh my god, we can share in these experiences. Like, I'm about as willing to engage in any experience that he wants to. Assuming I'm not going to get like destroyed or something. Like, I'm not going to buy a house with you or something. But you know, basically everything else is on the table.
I think that's a great idea. Then we would have to trust each other.
Okay.
Get a vacation house?
Yeah, what may be.
Yeah.
You just get a timeshare.
Just let me save for 5 years.
Gotcha.
Okay. So yeah, that makes me sad.
Well, I'm sorry. Don't be sad for
me. Because I actually trust you.
You should. I'm a pretty trustworthy person. I have a long history of I don't f people over unless they attack me publicly. I'm like a pretty helpful
well, yeah,
person.
but it's
like,
pretty.
Yeah.
It's
That's one thing. This Destiny seems to have a lot of problems figuring out what he's doing. Where's Mr. Girl's YouTube? I can't find it. Destiny seems to have trouble trusting the right people in his life, or at least when it comes to streamers. But we got Hassan, Bosch, Mr. Girl. He just really struggled. Where? How come? Oh, Mr. Girl got completely banned off of YouTube, right? Okay.
It's one way though, right?
I mean,
like I trust you in the definition of even if you had a lot to gain by f***ing me over, I don't think you would.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird situation, but I don't know what you expect from Mr. Girl. That's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah, I don't think I would. I think I'm a pretty trustworthy person.
You know what the problem with your calculation is?
What's the problem?
You only you're assuming everyone is a sociopath, because
no, I wish they were.
Let me explain. Because when you weigh what I have to gain versus what I have to lose, you place nothing on the emotional pain it would cause me to hurt you. You place nothing on me caring about your well-being.
Bro, like even this is like manipulative speech. I don't even understand who says this kind of shit. Like when you consider the idea of betraying you, you don't think about how much it would hurt me to betray you. Explain to me how that's not fucking. Explain to me how that's not like. That's just an insane thing to say. That's such a manipulative thing to say to somebody. That's fucking crazy.
You place nothing on morality. That is not factored into your calculation. It is subscribers, money, social standing, things like that. That is the only thing that factors in. So you in your evaluation of,
you know what I think? I think one of the reasons that there is a falling out between Mr. Girl and Destiny here is because when Destiny and Mr. Girl became friends, it was in a time where I got knocked back behind a wall and I no longer had it was in line of my healer, so I died. Destiny was at like I wouldn't say like a content low or anything. The guys have been like always very successful, even in his lows is profoundly higher than of course even me and most other people. But it was at a time where he was like struggling to make friends, probably struggling to trust people, and I think Mr. Girl really liked having like almost an exclusive relationship with Destiny. And now that he has regular people friends like Abba, like a normal person, like just a dude on the internet, and that's not an insult, that's a compliment. That's like, instead of being some like fucking, oh, we killed the guy on accident. Oops. Instead of being some kind of like terminally online person, I think now like Mr. Girl is jealous of that, and it's causing him to honestly have I guess behavioral to some extent. I mean, like it's like a jealousy thing. He doesn't know how to have relationships. I mean, look at the way that he treats his partner on the internet. With these videos where he's trying to force her into like these sexual contracts, which is not how consent works. Trying to make it so that like we have to have this type of sex once a month at the beginning of every month, and they have to. Why would you knock that back, you idiot? She has to agree to it, and it's like it's just he doesn't understand how to have relations with people. See, like the way that he's like briefly the way that he's treated Stardust, like it's insane that there was ever. It's crazy. Destiny's too nice. I'll tell you one thing. I could be very nice too, but my wife yells at me when when I'm being too nice sometimes. Sometimes you need somebody to fucking, you know, you need a pistol. If you can't do it yourself, bro, you got to get somebody to do it, to be, you know, to be that firecracker for you, you know?
Who to trust, you assume everyone is a psychopath.
I think that morality is nothing. Nobody thinks about morality. They might have like an intuitive feeling of what might make them feel good or bad, but nobody's thinking of like morality when they're thinking about somebody over.
I think I do.
At one point in time, I considered this. You might, but you'd be the exception. So at one point in time, I considered how I associated with people, because when I associate with people, something that I've learned through my 20s is I have to kind of make a lot of guesses about the emotional states of people and how that'll influence how they make decisions. Because I think I don't make decisions in the same way sometimes, but a lot of other people seem to. So for a while, I think it led me to be a little bit... people acted in ways that I didn't expect. It's like, well, hold on. How can this person f me over? Like, I haven't done anything like that up to her. How can a person do this? This is like really weird to me. I feel like I've done so much. But I think what I've kind of learned recently is when somebody's f***ing somebody over, the reason there aren't any bad feelings that they have to deal with, because in everybody else's mind, they've always convinced themselves that they're in the right for doing so. So they don't.
Yeah, that's pretty normal. That's why people will fuck somebody over, because they think that they're in the right. I wonder if there's an dude. Oh, why is this healer not healing me? I wonder if there is a true impact of like, I don't know, it's got to be difficult to mix friendship with like online content, especially when it comes to being like a criticizing content creator. I mean, Destiny does like a lot of critical content, and so like if your friends are other critical content creators, like maybe they'll take offense in some way, or maybe I don't know. I mean, it can be difficult to kind of do that kind of shit. But
don't actually have to deal with those types of bad feelings because they're always the hero of their own story, and they always have good justification for the reasons they're acting. So I think it's a little bit of a waste of time for me to try to guess like, okay, well, objectively, I've done like a decent amount of shit for you. How the f can you do this to me? Because in their mind, they've already convinced themselves, well, Destiny's a horrible person. He's done this horrible shit. Like, I can do this, and it's actually okay.
Can you...
One rule that I usually have,
pretext there,
that I think I'm going to break for this one.
Beautiful.
So I usually take time to like get everything in a row, have all of my sources.
I hope that he cuts the part out where I accidentally come into the Discord and like act like a fucking idiot. So listen, last night when I was playing games, people were like, oh, something's going on with Destiny, and Mr.Girl was like, okay, cool, let me go check it out. And so like somebody's like, oh, Mr.Girl joined the Discord. So I opened up the Discord and took a look. And so I have a little bit of a compulsion to touch things. I know it sounds weird, but like, you know, every night I'll make sure I lock the doors multiple times. I usually have to touch the door a certain number of times. There isn't like a specific number. It's usually just like until I feels right. Sometimes I can get locked, you know, I'm checking the doors for a long time. And like I'll have to do a certain thing. It's weird. It's hard to explain every way. You know, I might be watching like a TikTok and I'll be like, this is boring, and I'll move on. But then I'll be like, if I don't watch the rest of this TikTok, something that'll happen. So I gotta click stuff. I gotta do weird shit sometimes. So I was like, I'm gonna click on the server, but I didn't know I had perms. So I'm like, it's fine. So I clicked on the server. Turns out I had permissions, and I popped in there, and then I felt like an idiot. So I'm like, oh, sorry, Destiny, keep your head up, brother, and I left. Just for a brief explanation of that. That's he doesn't cut it out. Fuck. Okay. Well, that's great.
There's my links, my docs, my manifesto. And
what's going on, Paige? Sorry, I didn't notice that you're there.
I think I'm a little bit pressed on time for this one, for reasons that will become apparent. And I don't think this one is quite as complicated and sprawling as they tend to be. We're gonna wing it. If that doesn't work,
my stuff here.
We'll come back and do a formal write-up, I guess, but I'm actually okay. Let's see if we can. I'm trying to think if I should smoke some weed first. That's the only thing debating right now. Should I?
Don't do it,
should
dude.
I smoke a little bit?
I greened out once, and it was the worst experience of my life, dude. I ate like a whole bar. I ate a whole weed bar. I had like a 200 milligrams or 250 milligrams something, and I don't really smoke weed, so it fucked me up for like days. It's horrible. I thought I was gonna die.
Or should I just go? Trying to think. Actually, you know what? Before we do this, let me see how this is gonna go. Let's see how this is gonna go. Hold on. If I get over 900, we're gonna do fine. Okay, here we go.
All right, so he's playing a game. All right, let's show y'all.
Bad omen, boys.
Bad omen. I'm just gonna skip through that part. I don't know.
All right, well, if we f it all up, we'll know why now. This situation actually really sucks. Generally, we're gonna go back. Let me take you back a few months. Generally, when I meet people online, there is very limited interaction that I have at such a level to where if I couldn't cut a person off, I wouldn't care. It's incredibly rare. There's like 3 people in my life where it would affect me. But after a few months ago, I had a tumultuous interpersonal thing that happened. And I was like, okay, well, here's like a lesson I think that I've learned for myself. I'm going to reach out and talk to more people offline to try to have more like human friendly-ish type relationships.
Makes sense.
Because that's what human beings do. Maybe it'd be good for me. And one of those people was our good friend Max. And
damn, this makes sense because I know that he was like struggling for some human connection kind of shit because people kept fucking him over. So it makes sense that he'd want to like try to develop like friendships with people, which I respect that. You know, it can be very hard to really pick like good friends on the internet because there's some people who like, you know, they might just not be the greatest. You know, it is what it is. You learn that lesson a difficult way. But yeah, I get that. But that's what I was saying. Like, it makes sense. But damn, trusted the wrong person, brother. I mean, fucking a mile away though, dude. This guy. Oh, you pulled that whole thing, you fucking goober. Come on, bro.
Another one of those people, before she became a streamer, was Lav.
Okay.
Spoke with her like a few months ago. She wasn't really into the whole streaming thing, so I didn't really think much of it. It's like, oh, random person I've spoken to before, whatever.
Okay.
And yeah, yikes. Where do we even begin? What happened? Am I crazy to think that Lav has hope? So,
Stuns are so much
here's
fun,
the issue. I don't have perfect transparency. Okay. I don't normally make... So here's something that I've learned in my life, okay? One of the reasons why I think I'm quite intelligent and quite good at dealing with people generally, because I'm usually pretty humble about the extent of my knowledge on a person. So like, I might say or think that I have a person like 90% figured out, but I'll really only act on like 50% because like truly you don't know. Like I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, I
don't know how long until you decided to build a relationship. I'll tell you one thing, bro. You really shouldn't be like building relationship. Really shouldn't be... I don't know, bro. This is something I learned from dating. You never really know somebody until you're like 3 or 4 months into knowing them, bro. You have to wait for them to let their guard down so that you can kind of figure out who they are. It takes a while to like really read people the right way. And you especially got to wait, make sure and wait until like you've gone through some kind of a stressful situation with them to see how they'll interact and like handle stuff.
I've mind read you completely. I figured you out 100%, blah, blah, blah. Usually I get an inkling, I'll ask more questions, interact with somebody more. If somebody would ever ask me, and I've said this a lot on stream before, if somebody asks me, how do you know if you truly know a person? How long do you need? Like, I can do it in 10 minutes, and some people can do it in hours. Usually what I say is, well, if I've gone through like a really big situation with somebody, and they could have fucked me over or not, then I'll know like what that person's like. That's generally like my approach. I usually wait to see till big situations happen, and then I kind of get like a handle on what people truly are like.
True.
So that being said, generally when I'm like reading people on stream, I'm usually pretty reserved in what I'm saying. I usually don't give like all of my thoughts on those people.
Sense.
Just because I don't know 100% and because just whatever. But I'm going to be a little bit more candid with my impressions now. I don't actually think that Lav or Anna or Shaylin are that much in the wrong. I think that Max is actually like a full-on narcissistic manipulator who's a...
Yeah, really? Sorry. Not trying to be an asshole. Bro, read from a mile away. Fucking holy fuck. Bro, when I remember first seeing some of his content, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll talk to this guy. And I remember watching a stream. I watched a little bit of Brittany's interaction with Max, which was like, wait, this is like bizarre. The way that he like interacts, especially with women, it seems like. And then I saw a video that Brittany was watching, and it said something where Max was talking about how he used to be physically abusive. And this was I was like, holy fuck. And there was no empathy in this motherfucker at all. And he made this comment that suggested to me, it was something where he's like, I realized that when I would be physically abusive, that I wouldn't get the reaction out of these girls that I wanted. They would just give me the reaction they thought I wanted. And then I stopped being abusive, physically at least. And I was like, wow. So your whole motivation for not abusing people wasn't like, oh, I'm a scumbag. It was like, oh, I'm not getting what I actually wanted out of them. Bro, fucking red flag central, dude. It's like, holy fuck. I don't know, man. You know? And I feel like this is a situation where Destiny's just so smart that he's fucking stupid. Because, you know, I feel like most people would have been like, yeah, this isn't right. I have a friend in real life that's kind of like Mr.Girl. You know, he's a little bit of an asshole. He thinks too much of who he is. He thinks he's a little smarter than he is. He thinks he's artistic, but he's kind of a fucking loser. And God bless the guy, my real life friend, because he's not actually like this fucking much of a piece of shit. He's a little more humble than that. But it's like, dude, these guys are like fucking dime a dozen sometimes, you know? I'm just surprised he didn't catch it sooner. I don't know. I wonder if part of it was just because he was just so desperate for fucking a friend that he's like, yeah, Max is a good friend. Max was in a, you know, and there was a time where, I don't know, dude. You know what another red flag was, bro? When Destiny said, yeah, you seem like the kind of person that might be a little controlling over your girlfriend and like take her phone. And he's like, what? And for 3 months, no exaggeration. Maybe it was like 3 weeks or a month, but still, he was upset about that. Mr. Girl was upset about that. It's like, what kind of a fucking, if somebody was like, oh, Papa Guy, you seem like the kind of guy, okay, I just probably wouldn't talk to you anymore if I didn't like what you had to say about me. The normal person. I was like, fucking crazy, bro. This is fucking crazy. It's nuts. Yeah, bro, I don't know. I don't know. It's just like he's not a good person, and he's a fucking piss poor example of what a man should be, bro. He just seems like a piece of shit that fucking abuses women. Like, you know what? So, and even if Destiny did do something wrong here, like maybe he put a woman in an uncomfortable situation, we'll see what happens, talk about it. I don't think Max cares. I think that it's just an image thing, and he gets a virtue signal. I don't think Max gives a fuck. I mean, like, I was talking to Stardust the other day. By the way, Stardust, I don't know why you didn't put that segment up on your stream, but anyway. Not for me. I'm just saying, bro. Like, people would watch it, make money, but... All right, anyway. Like, this guy's, like, debating people, talking about how, like, women not having sex with men when they start dating is, like, with manipulative and withholding because women won't fuck you? Like, what the fuck? Like, holy shit. Like, these... I don't... He doesn't care. He doesn't care about what he's saying. So even if he's partially right about Destiny, understand that this guy doesn't give a fuck about you, and he's just weaponizing whatever issue you got going on to utilize it. Because if he was feeling charitable to Destiny, if Destiny wasn't making friends with other people, and Mr. Girl felt he had a complete hold on Destiny, guess what? He wouldn't give a fuck about you. He wouldn't give a shit. So, I'm just saying, bro. I'm fucking saying.
Abusive to every single person in his orbit. Probably worse than any other person I've ever seen in my entire life. I kind of got that inkling over the Shaylin videos, but truthfully, I'm willing to extend, like, well, maybe there's stuff I'm not seeing.
Bro, those Shaylin videos were horrible. All right, that wasn't an inkling. I watched that. He was being fucking emotionally abusive to this woman. And then he would be like, well, I know I might be kind of abusive. Something along, if I'm remembering correctly, he was saying something like, I might be, but she's consenting to the relationship. It's like, holy fuck. Could you imagine saying something along those lines, dude? It's just like, come on, bro. You should have known a little better. That's why we got to start advocating for Destiny to go into what I like to call goblin mode a little bit more, okay? That's all I'm saying, bro. All I'm saying, bro. It's good that he has a friend with Abba, though, because I doubt Abba would pull some shit. Here's the thing. Everybody has, like, you know, sometimes people fall up falling out. I feel like if Destiny ever fell out with Abba, it wouldn't turn into, like, online drama. It would be like, yeah, you know what? This is just, like, this is just, like, some shit, and we're not compatible anymore. And, you know, you keep it to yourself, and you just kind of move on. You know what I mean? Which is how relationships really are supposed to be. So.
Seeing, maybe there's something I don't understand. Yeah, you know, like, maybe there's something going on behind the scenes or whatever. So I'm, like, willing to wait for data to come in. But especially watching him interact with Lav on his stream, and then seeing how Lav has changed her disposition, and then seeing the types of messages that Anna sends me now, and then hearing about what Shaylin is saying on Chud Logic's stream, now I understand way more, like, what's going on. That Max has a certain impression. He's able to emotionally abuse or gaslight or manipulate people around him into feeling a certain way, and he draws them in such an unbelievably effective way that he can get them to feel almost whatever he wants them to.
Probably, but also keep in mind, like, these other people are still they still have agency. So, like, if they were able to get manipulated, I'm just saying that, like, you know, that's not that's something to criticize too. I'm not trying to be a fucking dickhead, but, like, you know, if there was a situation they had a certain feeling about it, like, let's say these dudes, they think they were, like, sexting and they were totally fine with it, and all of a sudden someone's like, well, maybe it's not as what you think it is, and all of a sudden they're like, oh my god, I was manipulated. That person needs to, like, you know, maybe sit down and kind of evaluate themselves a little more, and how like, you know, open and how, like, personally, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Did we not kill everything? Fuck. Anyway, how perceptive? I don't even know the word I'm looking for. You know what I mean? How open they are to being, like, kind of, like, manipulated a little bit. Something that people should, like, self-reflect on.
And I think that he's done that now with people in his immediate orbit.
Fuck, we missed something.
So
I don't have a fucking path available. Oh my god.
Where do we go? It didn't work on you though. Well, because obviously I'm not
manipulatable.
Not like that, okay?
Well, it seems like it did kind of work on you, bro. You thought that this very explicitly manipulative guy wasn't manipulative. I'm just saying, bro. He was able to turn on the fucking, I guess that manipulator charm onto you, brother. I'm just saying, dude. Oh shit! More videos soon from No Context Papa. I wish. I hope so, brother. I love your videos.
Where I want to do this in. Let me put together what I think Max's mind looks like. Okay, this is what I think. I think that Max is extremely narcissistic. And when I say narcissistic...
I've been doing, by the way, No Context Papa Gut on page. Even there, brother.
Narcissistic. What I mean by that is I don't know if Max can ever be wrong about anything. I don't know if he ever sees himself as being in the wrong. I think that if something happens and it is wrong, it's because other people either don't understand or other people are trying to abuse him. Absolutely. Other people are making mistakes that just puts them outside of the ability to understand what's going on inside of his head.
Absolutely. 100%.
I've noticed this conversationally when he talks to people. He seems unwilling to ever back off a read he has on somebody. And I've noticed this when it comes to settling interpersonal drama with the stuff with Lex Friedman or that professor that he blew up on his stream or that he blew up on Twitter. It seems like he can't ever take any kind of feedback there. And I've noticed it.
Is there a Lex Friedman thing with Mr.Girl? By the way, Lex Friedman is like, I love Lex Friedman. Like he's like I like him a lot. I just started kind of watching him and I really resonate with this guy. He's just such an, I don't remember if I said this at the beginning of the segment, but he's such an intelligent person, but he's also like very emotional in a positive way. I know that sounds so weird. It's hard for me to like communicate what that means, but I feel like there's a lot of people who have interpretations of events and they're overly logical. I know that sounds so weird. He's still very logical, but they don't really consider the human element to it, and this guy does. So I respect this guy a lot. Yeah.
Oh, there was one more thing I was going to say. I think, what was I going to say? Professionally, it happens interpersonally, it happens during conversations. Oh, we're going to get to me. That where, and anytime something negative happens, it's always some other person's fault. It's always like another person that's making these mistakes.
Hell yeah, brother. Never my fault. So I feel like in this game, when we wipe, it's never my fault as the main thing that has most of the control over the dungeon. It's always everybody else.
So I think the scary thing is that in Max's mind, Max is the hero of his own world, and nothing can get in the way of that. Like if he's on a mission, if he's on a crusade, he has to, like, he's the only one that can like be tasked with figuring things out. And if you misunderstand, you just have to talk to like his most loyal fans. So they'll tell you, you're not smart enough to understand if you don't otherwise, right?
True.
So, damn, I'm trying to think of how much I can even say. A few days ago, I started to get a whole bunch of messages from people saying that,
you think that Lex Friedman acts pretentious sometimes? Probably. Who doesn't, bro? Like, come on. I have my fucking goblin mode moments on the stream. Like, all jokes aside, like, I have my ups and downs. Every once in a while, people in my chat are like, bro, you've been going, like, way too fucking hard sometimes. And like, I have to, like, reevaluate my shit and be like, fuck, you know what I mean? Like, shit happens, man. Like, sometimes you're not always going to act perfectly. It's about trying to keep yourself as you know, good as possible. You know what I mean? Not everybody's perfect.
I say who, but it's been a lot. A lot of people have been reaching out to me saying that Max has been contacting every single woman I've ever had in my Discord in the background, and a whole bunch of men trying to get lists of women that I've ever spoken to. And in his mind, he's built up this idea that I have essentially the following fetish. That I approach a woman,
okay,
I float the idea of her being on my stream, if she f***s me, I f*** the woman, then I bring her on stream and I have my entire fan base attack her because I get off on that, and then I run her out of my community. And I think,
Jesus, what the fuck? So listen, well, first of all, I don't think Destiny would do that. But then again, not thinking somebody would do that when they may actually do that is part of sexual assault culture. So of course I'm going to listen and see what has to be said. That being said, like the additional aspect of he gets off on shaming these women, that's interesting. I've seen a couple times where he's talked to some girl. Sometimes he says like some kind of like crazy shit, but he also like fucking jokes a lot sometimes. Like when I was talking to him and Abba the other day, he was getting a little kooky with some of the things he was saying, but I don't think he's trying to embarrass people. You know, but I have a very limited interaction, so.
I think he's built almost this entire narrative off of mining Anna personally for stories and information. I don't know when they started talking, but I think that he's really good at talking to people and building them up in the ways that they want to be built up so that he can get the information from them that they want to give him. And yeah, him and Anna have been talking a lot in the background. He's got this archetype or narrative in his head for how I treat women on my stream. And he's also got Lav, who I guess Lav revealed that we hooked up. Now you know how irritating it was every time she would claim that I'm only defending a woman because we hooked up with them, blah, 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 but I can't be public about the fact that we hooked up. So between him, Lav, and Anna, now he has in his head, he's built up this archetype in his head of this is what Steven does to people. I've got two women here who maybe feel abused or mistreated by his community. And then what he's doing is he's trying to find every other girl that I've spoken to see if that he could get like similar stories out of them. Now, I don't know how many women he's talked to so far, 10 or 20 or 30 or more. Jesus I know that he's been trying desperately to get in contact with people like Denims and Bad Bunny. I know that he's like messaged a ton of people asking for lists of women that I've spoken to. I know that when I found this out 2 days ago, I started going down my list of friends and right-clicking and doing the properties, and I suddenly started to notice that Mr. Girl was mutual friends with every single girl on my friends list that I've like ever spoken to. And I think what he's doing, and I can't prove this, I don't know, but if anybody wants to come forward to share, I think what he's doing is he's calling all of these people in the background, and I think that he's asking them through long conversations or trying to convince them that I'm doing something improper or wrong.
Can I watch Asmongold at some point? Sure, if you have something you want me to watch. I love Asmongold. I think he's great. Asmongold is one of like the very few content creators I enjoy. You know, I probably Destiny Asmongold. I don't know if I enjoy anybody else. Okay, commentary content creators. I really enjoy them. It doesn't mean I hate other ones that a lot of you guys might like. I just happen to like them. I resonate with them a little more human, a little more real. They feel like some of the least terminally online people. But yeah, sure.
This is extra frustrating for a few different reasons. One is because there are some people that Mr. Girl, I think, can only confront because of very personal and very private information that I've told him. So he's taken that information and he's basically used it to lie to other people or attack me in the background, which is very frustrating because it's very rare that I share a secret with somebody. I don't have very many. So that's one thing that's very irritating. And then two, because I think I was genuinely like a pretty good friend to Max and Lav, although I guess they both don't feel that way because my subreddit shit on them for a while. But like, yeah, I'm not sure. I guess in the future, I need to write like strict rules for, how people are going to interact with me on stream or something, because I guess if the subreddit is mean to them for a few days, they're going to lose their fucking minds. But
that's why you just gotta not read the subreddit. You just gotta not read Reddit, dude. Reddit's fucking toxic poison. After I chatted with Destiny, some of the people on the Reddit were like, Papa God, it's such a fucking lie. Because I mentioned that like sometimes when, as a fat person, you go to the gym, people will make fun of you. And I was even like, yeah, you know, I used to be a little more serious with the gym, and all like the really big gym goers, they're really not, they weren't super mean, but like there are people that will make fat people feel uncomfortable. The whole Reddit's full of like everybody who's like, that's never happens. I'm like, holy fuck, and call me like fucking dumb or something. It's like, Jesus, guys, like fucking, it's crazy, but like I don't give a fuck. They're just fucking. The problem is that you have to. They're all plebeians, bro, and I'm a fucking alpha Chad. I don't give a fuck, dude. I'm a fucking fat stack, dude. Just kidding. No, but like you just have to not give a shit about people on Reddit. People on Reddit are fucking. Truly speaking, no offense, if you're a person that looks at Reddit, you have an unfortunate life, and you're on Reddit too much. I don't know what to tell you, bro. Like Reddit is fucking. To me, if you're like an active Redditor, you probably don't have a whole lot going on in your life. That's life, brother. That's just life, dude. Or you're looking for porn. Those are one of those two things. You either love porn or you have no life. It's or both, or you know. So
yeah. That entire fucking stream with Erudite was fucking disgusting, where he's pushing you to share shit with him to prove that you love him. Yeah, it's pretty weird. But I think at the end of the day, I think that he's just like, again, highly narcissistic, highly manipulative, and yeah, that's just what he does.
It's a lot of damage. What the fuck?
How many different people did you confirm that he contacted? I'm not going to release numbers because I don't really want him to know what I know. Is he doing this because of the subreddit stuff? I don't really know what flipped the switch in his mind. Do you have any evidence or receipts? I have a ton of evidence and a ton of receipts.
I don't know. I listen again. I think it has to do with when Destiny started making friends with other people. Abba, probably even like Nick Fuentes, and maybe even Sneeko. I think that that Mr. Girl was realizing that like he wasn't going to get a hold on him, and I think that he's constructed this narrative over time that Destiny deserves whatever negative attention he gets, but like all this other stuff, you know, or maybe Destiny's just Harvey Weinstein, and I don't know.
Receipts, of course. I'm not going to go public with something like this with somebody that shady without obviously having some idea what's actually going on in the background. I don't really want to quote any of these in particular because I don't want him to know who sent me stuff, but he's used phrases alluding to the fact that I like very carefully choose which women I want to victimize. He's repeated this pattern that like my goal is to abuse women by bringing them on stream and having my community make fun of them after I fucked them. You had Lav today alluding to the fact that I guess I'm Harvey Weinstein on stream because I have sex with a lot of people that come through my community, which I mean I do, but
yeah, I mean listen, man. Here's the thing, for the like, he probably does. He probably shouldn't. Just to play it safe in these situations. That's just realistically speaking, you know, you should probably get your shit together and stop fucking around with this kind of stuff. I mean, you do you. I'm not like saying this guy like was an asshole or anything. I'm just saying that, like, it becomes a problem. Some people might want to use it against you, you know, and this is me being charitable. Maybe he has actually done these things. I don't know if he has. I don't think so. Based on the way it sounds like he's been engaging in some open relationship behavior with them consensually. And then now, like, you know, some people get resentful and flip the switch a little bit, and they like to kind of weaponize some shit against people. That feels like a little more of it. Could be wrong. Is this intervene? Is this like a new ability? It is. I thought it was going to be.
The way that I always kind of saw it going in my head is if anybody ever tried to Me Too me, all I would ever say to that person is like, hey, listen, oh, you think I was improper? Okay, well, leak all of our DMs. Or if you don't want to, I will leak our entire DM history. Because I always figure that, like obviously, I usually have really candid conversations about like my expectations for people, like sexually or whatever. So like here, like for instance, these are messages that I sent back to Lav in August, okay? Early August. I don't know how many months ago that is. So like I'll literally say things like, oh, hey, just because you've been on stream more and whatnot, I know we've had some kind of sexual conversations in the past, but you being on my stream or the way that I interact with you never has anything to do with any of that kind of stuff. Just being clear on that. She says something and I say, I'm just saying, don't feel like any of your interactions are contingent on anything like that. You're fine doing whatever. Just don't want you to feel like I'm keeping you around for anything related to sex, etc. Like I usually have very
that's actually like excellent, you know, because these types of situations can go off the rails quickly. That's why, like, when I talk to people, I usually say, especially to young men, like, make sure that the girl you're interacting with, like, knows that they don't have to interact with you. You know what I mean? Like, hey, you could always say no, and you could do this at any time you want. That's like a really positive aspect of you know, that's a big part, I think, of trying to counter like SA culture. So you don't have any of these situations where like you're unintentionally sexually assaulting somebody by not realizing you're putting them in a situation that they feel too uncomfortable to, like, you know, to say no, et cetera, et cetera. Or maybe you wouldn't use sexual assault there, but like, you know, violate them or make them feel violated in some capacity. Yeah, that's really good. Be explicit about that. Like, hey, you know, we could always just stop fucking around. Like me and Destiny, we used to suck each other off a little bit here and there. It wasn't anything serious. And one day, I was like, hey, listen, I'm getting married. We can't do this anymore. And he's like, don't worry, you know. And we just stopped, and we're still best friends. So it's all good.
Very, very, very explicit conversations with almost everybody about stuff like this. I'll say it. I've said it a million times. If anybody out there, any woman ever feels like I'm being improper, feel free to like show in DMs where I'm pressuring you or grooming you or doing any weird shit like that. Those DMs don't exist because it doesn't happen. The only thing that I'm a little bit worried about when it comes to Max is because he's so manipulative. The struggle that I have is that I think he probably could get like 2 or 3 girls like out of their head and like try to get them on stream. It's like, oh yeah, actually, you know, when I think about this kind of feels like really bad because his community made fun of me or some shit. And even if I have a really good response, if I get like 3 or 4 girls in a row that all have these types of like emotional stories, it just makes me look bad no matter what. I will say that it's extra frustrating that Max is trying to do to me basically what Cherry and Stardust did to him, except on a much lesser level, where he like talks to people, hypes them up, tries to convince them that they were abused, and then tries to get them out. I also think it's really gross that despite me and Anna's past shit, me and Anna have been like relatively chill, I think, for like the past.
My understanding of the Stardust situation, was he saying, hold on, let me read this on that.
Extra frustrating that Max is trying to do to me basically what Cherry and Stardust did to him, except on a much lesser level.
So my understanding, and I could just have a little bit of understanding, was that like they were having a conversation about something, and then Max stood up, and then people could see his pubic hair, and they thought that he was trying to be like sexually provocative. And maybe I'm not educated on the situation, and you can correct me if I'm incorrect, but it sounds more like they thought that he was trying to like do some kind of weird manipulative power play. Which would, I mean, it may not be true, probably isn't even true, but considering Max is constantly trying to provoke people in these weird ways, I wouldn't doubt if he did it like that, and I could see why they have that idea of it. Maybe I'm wrong about the specifics, and I'm not like educated enough on what's happening, so take that with a grain of salt. I'm sure Destiny knows more than that, but, you know, just wanted to bring it up for context. That's my understanding of it. Again, it could be wrong.
Where he like talks to people, hypes them up, tries to convince them that they were abused, and then tries to get them out. I also think it's really gross that
unless there was like a behind the scenes thing that I didn't know about, then of course, then we're fucking, then, you know, we're all gas, no brakes here, guys.
Despite me and Anna's past shit, me and Anna have been like,
okay, no pubes. It was his belly button hair. I'm very sorry. Okay, his golden trail. Would that make it better if I said it like that? Would that make you feel better about it?
Relatively chill, I think, for like the past year. I haven't had any complaints about her, no problems or whatever. Obviously, I think she did bad shit in the past. She thinks I've done bad shit in the past, but I haven't really had any problems with her for like I don't know, for like a year or more. But Max has been talking to her a lot in the background now, and I noticed that she's starting to echo a lot of what Max has told her to me and to other people in DMs. So basically, her, Max, and Lav have been running around in DMs in the background, basically talking to a ton of people to try to see if there are people that I've like sexually abused or manipulated or anything like that. But Do you regret giving Mr. Girl a career? I don't know. I'm actually really surprised at this. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like Max has so much to lose. So I don't think I'll pull the plug on his site because I'm just not that kind of person. Although I think if I did, I don't think anybody would think that I was in the wrong to do so. Like, I can see his income. I see like everything he does on the back end of his site that is like running my shit. Like, I could have just pulled the plug on that. I don't know why. I don't know why he would think it like. But then I guess even just saying that, does that make me sound abusive? Like, I have no idea.
Yeah, that does make him sound abusive. Listen, I don't know the specifics of how it works. I think that I guess he helps Max run his. I think Destiny gives out like the what is it called, the layout, the whatever for like people's websites, because he has his own streaming site and he gives it out to people. I don't know if he also hosts it or if that's part of it that they like he has to have information on it. I don't really know. It does make him sound a little shitty by saying that. Well, I can understand why you'd get into like that vindictive aspect, but you shouldn't be like, oh, I can take your website down. Like, you know, you might want to be like, hey, you have like a month to relocate your website to something else, but to pull the plug, you know, saying it like that kind of makes it seem like if he did have like a valid thing, that makes it seem more valid because like, well, you know what, I'm gonna hurt you and trying to hurt me. Which could very well be part of Max's plan to try to do something wrong and provocative to make Destiny have a disproportionate response, and then be like, "See, look at what he did wrong." People do that shit all the time. They'll say antagonistic shit, and then you'll have a response to it that's like that comes off as harsher than what they did to you, and all of a sudden, even though what they did was wrong, now we're focused on like the one thing that you did that was wrong, and then like this whole fucking problem.
I don't know what the expectations are,
but can't Max just host his own site with the template or something? Like, I don't know.
Something that I was going to go off on, related to the conservative shit is that I'm really, really, really tired, and this has like been wearing me down a lot over the past few months. The reason why I have good conversations with people is because I have to try exceedingly hard to meet them where they're at, which is oftentimes years behind me in terms of emotional maturity. And it is a struggle day in and day out to baby walk people like Lav or Mr. Girl through conversations to show them like, this is why everybody hates you. This is why you're contradicting yourself. This is why we're wrong here. And to be doing that at the same time that they're like constantly attacking me and shitting on me when I'm applying like every fucking ounce of good faith and charitability I possibly can to these people. And then they're like turning around and like calling me an abuser or saying that I'm this or that is very fucking frustrating to me.
Bro, listen, because I understand that. I think that's great. You know what I mean? My wife will yell at me sometimes for being too much of a person, but bro, you know what I mean? If you need to educate a grown man or woman or a grown person on how to be like a person, you got to understand it's a red flag. Like, that's, you know what I mean? Like, you know, sometimes, you know, fool me once, shame on you, you know, fool me twice, shame on me. You know, how many times you need to interact with people who seem to treat you as less than before you're like, holy fuck. Maybe I should stop giving some of these people like a chance, man. You know, it's you know, God bless them for the patience, but you know, needs to be a little bit of self-preservation here. You know what I mean? Like, fuck.
I'll probably go back to my bunker in a day or two, and I'll probably try to like reconsider the amount of charitability that I extend to people because it's
probably,
it's just that's a huge burden.
I think that part of it has to do with the fact that I don't know. I wonder why. Bless you. My wife sneezed. I wonder why he's so charitable. I wonder if it has something to do with trying to fix people. You know, like this is the problem. You know what I mean? Like it's like a woman thing to do. Oh, I could change this person. I'm just fucking around. No, but seriously, like maybe he has like a thing in there where he's like, oh, I want to try to help them. I want to try to fix them. I want to make them better. And maybe he's like more charitable to like, and this is just gonna come off as like a little intense, but like broken people. And maybe I don't know his life, and I'm not saying that it is, but maybe part of him felt broken when he was younger, and like he wishes somebody was there for him, and you know, he's just trying to do what people, you know, didn't do for him or something. I don't really know. I'm just assuming. Could be absolutely fucking wrong, but maybe it has something to do with that, man. And I get it. I understand that.
Are you afraid that he would leak your secret? I mean, like, he might. The thing that sucks is that, like, technically none of these leaks really hurt me. They just hurt other people who want to keep their business secret, which I'll always respect. If other people want to keep their business secret, I'm always cool with that. But I mean, I guess at this point, it's up to those two, who seem like they have no boundaries for any of that now. But yeah, the Mr. Girl Shaylin lab stuff is incredibly creepy. I'm assuming that Shaylin is a victim of Max instead of assuming that she has any agency at all.
I would just not assume that. I think that you're babying this person too much. Like, they might be very susceptible to being manipulated, but also, like, again, not to be rude, if they are able to be put in a situation where what you're saying is that they were manipulated into like speaking negatively against you to like basically, you know, hurt you. Those might not be good friends to have around. Not everybody else's problems are your problem. I'm not trying to be a fucking dick because I don't know this person. Maybe they might be like a really nice person at the end of the day. But you know, sometimes you gotta practice that self-preservation. You know what I'm
saying? That's just the assumption I have because she's so caught in his orbit. But the Max conversation with Lav was actually unbelievably.
No. Okay, I thought that was me, dude. Fuck, that scared me, bro. I hope that he cuts it out, dude. I really do.
Sexting consistently with Anna for a year.
Me and Anna don't have any problems. We're fine.
You have been sexting consistently with Anna for a year.
Max,
everything you say about her is a lie.
Max, what have I said about her that's a lie? Tell me.
That she stalked you.
She did stalk me.
That she locked. Okay, then why are you sexting with her still?
We're cool. We've been cool for a year, Max.
So okay, for one, okay. So I remember I heard this live. I was like, what is it? The story seems to be, and I'm sure I have context missing, but this is my understanding, is that he's sexting with this girl that a year prior was to some degree being very inappropriate, like probably like stalking him in some capacity that made him uncomfortable, right? And then they were able to get over that and move on. Again, God bless you, Destiny. But you like that's another one of the things. Like, yeah, man, if they were being inappropriate with you at one point, maybe you shouldn't have sexted with them. That doesn't make Destiny a predator. That just makes him, no offense, a little fucking stupid. Okay, you know what I mean? That's a fucking red flag, brother. Either way, though, it doesn't seem like she has a fuck anymore, so it's not really her fucking problem. But now, of course, Max seems to be like weaponizing this in like some weird way.
You acknowledge that you've been sexting with her for a year.
Yeah, we've had on and off, sure.
Consistently, this entire time.
I don't know what consistent, every single day, no. But Max, listen to me. Do you understand that we've been fine for a year?
When you say we've been fine, that includes that you've been sexting for a year?
Sure, yes.
Okay, so when you're saying that she is locking you in the basement of her mind, or that she's this traumatic stalker person who's your victim, you have all these people...
Max, can you acknowledge that I haven't said anything bad about her for a year? I've said we've been fine. I've said that over
the last time I talked to you about...
This is another thing, bro. Like, he really got close with Mr. Girl and he was telling him some secret shit. He must have been just expressing some shit about how like this kind of fucked him up when he was younger, and they were maybe they were sitting down having a beer, maybe a virtual beer, you know what I mean? And he's like, yeah, you know, this is some shit that fucked me up. And then Mr. Girl has decided to lock that into the chambers of his mind for a rainy day to manipulate this person. It's fucked, man. You know, yeah, it's fucked. And I think it's so shitty what I'm hearing about, like what's happening to the Destiny. But let me tell you a quick story. When I was younger, my aunt used to live with us, and all of my aunts actually lived with us at one time. My mom was like the matriarch of the family. Well, she still is. She's not dead. My aunt lived with us, and you know, rest in peace to my aunt. Me and her, we didn't see eye to eye a lot when I was younger, but you know, God bless her. You know what I mean? Yeah, every family has their turmoil, but there was one time where she got mad because the dog ate her food. She left on the like she left it in a place the dog could get to. My mother said, and you know what my mom said? She's like, it's a fucking dog. What did you expect? You know what I'm saying, dude? When it comes to manipulative people, what do you expect? He's a fucking dog, bro. It's so terrible because I don't mean to be such a fucking asshole, because I think that Destiny is the victim of his own charitability as well as the manipulation of people around him. But sometimes sometimes if it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck, that is a motherfucking duck, dude. I would just hold off. You think I'm wrong? The ethics of sexy Anna. Is that in this? What's the ethics of it, though? What's the context? If he's creating these situations where he's like, hey, you don't have to sex with me, blah, 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 blah. What makes it so inappropriate? You know? So what's the ethics behind it? Give me a little context, or what is it that you wanted me to take a look at? We were talking about he's not a predator, not the ethics of his sexing. Like, he's not a predator. Okay.
About her, like 2 weeks ago, or 16 days ago or something, you said that she locked you in the basement of her mind and it was a traumatic experience for you.
Yeah, because a year or two ago, she spent 2 years nonstop talking about me, no matter what I did.
You know, I don't know why you got close.
You understand that was a year ago. If you pull up clips on my stream, ever since I moved to Miami, I've always said, me and Anna are cool. It's chill. Like, she used to be, I would say, a stalker, or she used to be like creepy, whatever, but we're cool. We've been fine for like a year, literally.
Okay, so the fact that you've been sexting with her is already absorbed into your narrative about this?
Do you think that changes anything?
Yes, absolutely. I think it...
Okay, have I talked shit about her this past year?
Destiny's married. Why would he bother? He's in an open relationship, bro. Are you fucking crazy?
Yes, the last time I talked to you, you said that she locked you in the basement of her money.
In the past, Max.
Oh, okay.
Why? Tell me, Max, why hasn't Anna come forward with any of this information now? Can you tell me, or do you want me to tell everybody why?
I don't want to speak on her behalf.
Okay, I will. It's because she said she literally wants to remain friends with me. And she said that. And I've had that conversation multiple times. Are you sure you want to be friends? Are you sure okay with this? And she's like, yeah, this is fine. It's cool. She talks to me. We talk about her shit. Sometimes she loops on stream. Sometimes she talks about her fucking loops. Like, yeah, that's fine. But that's why.
Where's the where are the screenshots? Where are the screenshots that you guys are talking about that were released or whatever? I'm interested.
She won't go public is because she's literally told you, and I know she's told you this, and she told me this, like, yeah, I still want to be friends with you. I was like, okay, fine, whatever. I don't really care that much. That's fine. That's cool. If you got a problem, she loops. Sometimes she talks to me about it, and then that's it.
Okay.
You've built your entire narrative on this one story. And again, to repeat, I'm going to ask you for the third time. Hold on.
What entire narrative?
This entire narrative that I'm like abusing women sexually. But I'm going to ask you again. Have I said anything bad about her over the past year? I've said in the past things were bad, but this whole year.
I have seen the logs, dude. I have seen her asking you, hey, why are you calling me a stalker on stream? What's going on? Why is this happening?
But I haven't called, when she gets into her loops, but I don't call her a stalker. I said she used to.
And then within two more lines, you're saying you're sending her videos.
It depends. Our conversations move back and forth, sure.
Okay, so
have you, hold on, have you seen any of the conversation? Wait, let me ask, have you seen the conversation? Like, hey, do you want to be friends?
Is one of the arguments from the person going to be like, oh, based on you being able to identify this person's state of mind as stalker-esque, don't you think it's somehow manipulative or abusive to take advantage of that by sexting with that person? Is that one of the arguments that somebody ends up making later on? I'm just assuming, and I'm curious if that's one of the arguments that somebody makes. Because I could see why somebody might say that. I mean, at the end of the day, this is a woman with agency. You know, you can't fucking moderate everything. I'd say it was a dumb decision from Destiny, but that doesn't make him an abusive person because this, you know, in any capacity. You know.
Do you not want to be friends? Do you want to do this? But like, yeah, we've had plenty of conversations, and you can go and ask.
I'll probably watch the Destiny Lex interview, like maybe tomorrow or another day. I have it's 4 hours long. It's in my thing to watch. I really like Lex and him a lot. So
her, where hey, have you hold on, hold on, because I know the narrative you're trying to sell, where she's explicitly saying,
what narrative am I trying to sell? What did I say?
That I'm like that I'm keeping her on like some weird like sexually abusive string. When I've asked her plenty of times, like, do you still want to talk? Do you want to do whatever, and she's like, yeah, sure. I'm like, okay, well, as long as you want to, sure, that's fine. But I haven't shit talked her on stream. Sometimes she loops on her stream about me. I don't respond to it on my stream, and I say everything's cool, like we're pretty chill, and then boom, that's it.
Well, the narrative I have is that while she is getting publicly dogpiled by your community and is labeled as a stalker,
why is she getting publicly dogpiled by my community?
And she's labeled as a crazy person and a stalker that no one is allowed to talk about. And Lav even mentioning her to you made you threaten to cut Lav off permanently.
I mean, based on the context, it sounds like he just doesn't want to keep rehashing something that's been going on. If anything, that comes from like a place where that's sensitive to her because he doesn't want her to keep being the center of attention. I mean, that's just my assumption based on what the fuck we're talking about here.
Why is she considered a crazy person in my community?
That's not I'm not answering that question. That's not what I'm talking about.
It is. It's important because you're blaming it implicitly on me. Me and Anna have talked about this before.
It is a fact.
It doesn't matter, Max. It matters where the facts come from. So something that Anna...
It is a fact that Anna is labeled as a stalker in your community.
Okay, hold on. I'm muting you for a second, okay? So what's happened is when Anna goes live on her stream and then she starts looping, that gets attention on places like Kiwi Farms. Oh, he left. Okay.
Guys, this is just why apparently Anna has like some kind of OCD or something. This is why you have to be ableist and you can't interact with people with OCD or any type of mental... you know, incongruence or something. You know, don't be my friend. I have ADHD. I have OCD, dude. No, I'm just fucking around. But yeah, he like, damn, bro. I'm not gonna be here soon.
Boom. Interrupt every time to sell a false narrative or changes fucking lives to manipulate. There was like a point in time where it was almost the case that like Anna publicly had like redeemed herself. Like we were on like a panel, everything was chill, everything was cool, and then she like and then she keeps and then she just keeps looping. But
don't do it, bro. Cut it out. Cut it out of the fucking stream.
He just wanted to drop that bomb and leave? True. I wonder if he's gonna have any luck getting any of the other 20 girls that he's trying to contact to flip against me. Jesus. He literally does not know that everyone saw the entire history of Anna. Yeah, the problem is that he thinks that she has a bad reputation in my community because of me, but that's not the case. Like I literally banned all mentions of like talking to her loops, reacting to her loops, or anything like that. Yeah, for the most part, like we didn't talk about her except for whenever she would go like on her like crazy loops or whatever.
I mean, you cut this.
I'm trying to think if I should read any of the.
You cut it out, bro.
This was some of the messages that he was sending to other people.
He cut it out.
If Anna gives me permission, I can prove that almost everything Destiny said about her is a lie.
Yeah, he cut it out. No big deal, guys.
He's mentioned to people, I have to move fast because Steven is in full attack mode on me.
He cut it out.
When I haven't attacked him at all on stream ever. I think he's just mad because I'm reacting to his videos where he's talking to Lab about me. Oh, this is where he paints out the this is the Destiny pattern. 1, bring on female orbiter. 2, f her. 3, trash her with the community. And 4, discard her. I would like to stop this from happening, but I don't think I can do it unless Anna's willing to come forward.
Yeah.
Oh, it was this message.
I'm saying he cut it out of the thing.
Anti-Mr. Girl hate train pretty hard.
He cut it out. I think he cut it out.
To be clear, I never even really said anything about him except for reacting to the videos that he was doing with This is exactly what Lav said. Yeah, because Max has sold this message to Lav and to Anna, and probably to Shaylin too. So like all of them are on 100% the same page when it comes to I guess me being this like crazy manipulative abuser or whatever.
I think he cut out when I accidentally popped in like a fucking idiot, which I'm very.
This is him. He keeps messaging all these people. He's like, I'm trying to, but none of these girls are getting back to me because nobody's responding to his insane shit. A lot of these people like are coming to me and messaging like, hey, this guy's like messaging me, asking me weird stuff. He seems to have this idea that I'm like. Do you think he's nuking for content, or he actually believes this narrative? No, I think that for Mr. Girl in his mind, I think he actually believes all of this. I think that he really does.
Does he come back into the call?
Because in the mind of a narcissist, you're never wrong. He thinks that he's like the hero, like saving these people from the ashes.
Because I might skip to the actual allegation part, because this part seems to be just kind of like, you know. But maybe I won't. I'll just keep listening to it.
Try to ask Lav for an example of one thing they disagree on, and she paused for like a minute before going on a tangent about gender identity that she said they'd probably agree on but haven't talked about. Oh, Lav has been obsessed with Max for months, I think, so she'll agree with literally anything. Literally with anything Max says. So, yeah. Do you think he's trying to do this to coincide with the Lex podcast despite you both? I don't think it has to do with the Lex podcast. I think it has to do, I think the subreddit stuff like his mind like really hard. Lav on her stream said she thinks.
Okay, I think he cut it.
I think it has to do. I think the subreddit stuff like his mind like really hard.
Thank you, fucking Lord Jesus Christ, dude. Okay. All right, cool.
Lav on her stream said she thinks it's hypocritical for you to call Max a narcissist. That's because she probably doesn't know what a narcissist is. I don't think Lav has very much people experience in general, which is probably one of the reasons why she's so easy to manipulate, which is kind of what Max went through. It's like I said, like I
didn't play anything. There's nothing to play. He skipped through it. He fucking cut it out, like I said. There's nothing to play. He cut it out himself, dude. Okay, shut the fuck up. Okay, shut up. Shut the fuck up. Listen, let me explain something to you guys, which is hard to explain in the middle of a fucking dungeon. Okay? I'm gonna explain this one time and one more time. I said at the beginning of the fucking stream. People, while I was playing God of War Ragnarok, which, by the way, I have the full VODs up on Papa Got Leftovers channel, okay? Which is probably what you're watching this on anyway, because it's more popular than my main channel now. Anyway, I saw that he was talking, doing his own thing. Somebody was like, he's talking to Mr. Girl, so I just opened Discord to see what's going on there, okay? You understand what I'm saying right now? All right? Then he left. I was like, oh, okay. Now, so just so you guys know, sometimes I have these compulsive behaviors where I have to touch something. You guys don't know this, but while I play World of Warcraft the entire time, and I'm going to physically show you like how I macro, okay? When I play, I have to consistently touch this key here with my pinky, constantly. There's no purpose for this. This tilde doesn't do anything, but I have to do stuff like this. It's just, it's like a sensory thing or something. It's like an OCD thing. Same reason why I'm always having to lock the doors. It's the same reason why I have to do like a lot of weird shit that I do, okay? It's not something that I like to talk about or I'm open about. I saw in the Discord that he was in there, and I had a compulsion to click on it. I didn't think I had fucking perms, so I didn't feel like I needed to control the behavior. I was like, whatever. And then I clicked on the fucking thing, and lo and behold, for some reason I have fucking perms. And there we go. Okay? All of a sudden, I'm in there. Okay? So that's life, brother. That's life. And then I'm in there. What am I supposed to do? Just jump out? I was like, sorry, brother. Didn't mean to pop in here. And I was like, God bless you or something. And I left. I don't know why I keep saying God bless you, because I don't know. But anyway. Okay? Thankfully, he cut it out. That's it, bro. That's the whole fucking story. All right. This keyboard's fucking garbage, by the way. I gotta get something to do. But I'll never get Steel Series because they said they would give me some free stuff and then they just ghosted me. So I feel a little disrespected.
Really blame Lav much, although it kind of hurts because
yeah, I have permissions to be able to join the locked Discord like channel. All right. It is what it is, brother.
People that I was Lav is one of the people that I was talking to on a more personal level, but
Life goes on, brother.
I've always said something that like when I see people like turning against me, I never like fight for relationships because it's weird. I don't want to be in some weird like manipulator game back and forth where me and Max are playing like tug of war over the mind of like a vulnerable 24-year-old. I think the thing that bothers me the most is that Max, aside from like being like a literal rapist, like talking about how, like, oh yeah, when women say no, I f them anyways because I know what they really want. It's irritating that.
Well, listen. Because here's the thing: I've seen that conversation with. He had that conversation with Destiny too, bro. Not trying to be a fucking asshole. All due respect, you heard him say that, and you still were his fucking friend. So I'm not trying to be a dickhead because I'm not trying to shit on this guy. But why the fuck did you maintain friendships with somebody that you felt was engaging with behaviors that made him a literal fucking rapist? And it's like, you know, I know that you're getting fucked now, but like, you know, why were you? Don't you think if you think this guy is a literal rapist and you were friends with him, and the only reason that the friendship got cut off was because he's trying to wrong you in some capacity, that maybe there's a problem with like the way that with your priorities, brother. I'm just saying, dude. I'm just saying. And that's not me saying fuck this guy. That's me saying that you being nice sometimes gets in the way of you being, you know, a little better. I'm not trying to be a poopy monster. Okay? But, you know, that's some of the aspects of sexual assault culture we talk about, right? I don't think this is a terrible person. Oh shit, this does 10% increased damage on my rend? Oh my god. I'm just saying, dude. It's just something to consider. It's just something to consider, dude.
He's the one at the end of the day. And then watching him manipulate and gaslight the fuck out of Lab on his stream. And like the pictures that Shaylin is drawing of him and Max adopting her. And then like him on stream trying to like pull her like, you've got to leave Destiny's community. I left for you.
I should leave Steven's orbit because it's in some way bad for Lab if I stay.
Wow, incredible.
Did he leave my orbit for Lab?
Yes.
Or, I'm so confused. What is the...
No, what actually happened, I'm just pretty sure this would actually happen. What actually happened is that Mr.Girl wanted to leave Destiny's orbit because of the attention that he's been giving other people. And Mr.Girl doesn't like that he doesn't have Destiny in his hold. And now he's like, I have to have a reason that makes me seem like a fucking morally righteous, powerful god hand. That's what I think, dude.
Because I'm supposed to set a fucking example for you.
Holy shit. You're gonna make me kill myself.
No.
Or maybe Max is just trying to get that wet. And that's what this manipulation tactic is for. You know what I'm saying, dude? Possible.
Max, you're not my dad. Max, you're not my dad!
I'm not supposed to just set an example for you. I'm supposed to set an example for me.
Although what's weird is that she seems to be like, yo, Max, don't do that. He seems like a little bit of a weird thing for you to do by saying you're not my dad. He's like, no, I want to do this for you. I don't know. That's a little sussy from him, not even from her, you know?
And the audience and just people. And you made it very clear that you think we're self-harming the exact same way. So, like, what? Yeah, I'm
not saying that this is necessarily abusive, but like, I left that community so that you could be smart enough to leave that community so that we could. That seems a little weird, but okay. I don't know about that one.
Makes you.
I left for you, Lab. No, you didn't, motherfucker. You left because you got ass mad, and now you're trying to suck more people into your orbit. To see somebody that manipulative and that abusive, like I said, and I'll say this a million.
How did Lav get upset though? Wasn't she? I was in a conversation with them like a week ago. What the fuck happened? Why is there so much drama in this community, dude? What the fuck?
Times, if anybody wants to leak DMs, if they think I'm being a manipulator or I'm being abusive, feel free to do it. Go for it. Like I said, I'm usually really upfront with everybody.
94 super chatted $1.99. Would you take Destiny's sloppy seconds?
What? No, I'm fucking married, dude. What are you talking about, bro? What the hell are you talking about?
Did anything? If I feel like somebody is like, oh, Destiny, I don't like this. Okay, fine, then leave. I won't talk to you anymore. Like that's it. Yeah. As Anna matured a lot off stream, from what we've seen, she never seemed like somebody who can engage in casual sex in the way. I think she probably can. Like I said, me and Anna behind closed doors have been chill for literally like a year. Every now and then she'll have a cycle on stream, and then her and Kiwi Farms like fucking egg each other on, and then sometimes she'll like spam messages at me, but then like usually in a day or two she'll be like, oops, I looped, and I'll be like, okay, chill, and then it's just whatever. Like that's been more or less like the past like 8 months of.
Does that Anna person have some kind of like issue going on? Like, because I feel like there are is it bipolar or something where somebody will have like a very extreme response to something, have like a little bit of a manic episode, and then they'll like level back out and they're like, I'm really sorry that I fucked up. Because then I can understand why he'd maintain a relationship with her. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I get that. If anything, if that's what they got, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to say that they do or they don't. You know, but I could see why he would be like charitable to that person, even if they've been like constantly going a little sussy, you know? As OCD. What is OCD? I mean, I have like, how does it manifest in her that would make her go a little fucking crazy like that? I have it too. Well, mine's probably not that extreme, so. Oh, she's very bad OCD. Oh, okay. No. I don't have very bad. Like, I have to make sure the doors are locked and stuff, and sometimes have like some compulsions and stuff, but I'm never like individually picking out like my pubic hairs out of like the fucking center of my ball sack to the point where I'm bleeding. So mine's not so bad. You know what I mean? I don't need to see like a doctor or anything about it. So, you know.
Our conversation. Leave, sex slave. What do you want?
Can I say something?
Sure, go for it.
Who's that?
Okay. I just find it incredibly abusive and manipulative. The fact that he's using Anna as the foreground of his battle just for his benefit. And
yeah, it's also really too because she started to message people now using a lot of the language that he's used.
Yes.
And I can tell that he is like getting in her head and like hyping her the fuck up on everything that he is saying about other people. Yeah.
Exactly. And she's gone
Sorry,
through
I'm not letting the donation.
rough shit.
Go through.
And
Holy
this
fuck.
is him bringing her back on, making her go back through
Crypto_ Kitty super chatted
my
$4.99. There is a lot of drama because Destiny is banging a bunch of emotionally vulnerable women in his community.
Listen, I don't know if that's true or not. I'm just gonna say, you know, emotionally vulnerable women deserve love too. You know what I mean? As long as he's not trying to prey on them, who really cares? You know, maybe he has a type. Like, I like fat bitches, bro. I like big bitches. Maybe he just likes broken women or something. I don't know, bro. I know it sounds so weird. I mean, I feel like it's one of those things where he's probably banging a lot of girls and just some of them happen to maybe struggle, we'll say, with their identity or something. I don't really know the nice way to say whatever I want to say. You know what I mean? Maybe some of them are just, you know, maybe there's some of them are a little more emotional and maybe sometimes it just doesn't work out. And that's the, oh my God, stop knocking me back, you stupid fuck. Sorry. That could be some of the, you know, that's why you don't mix business and pleasure, dude. You know, you got that harem going on. Wow, dude, I fucking love these mechanics in the game where it's all stuns, knockbacks, and fucking roots. Like, oh, holy shit. Like, I can't believe that they made this game so good.
back through everything that she's gone through before.
Mm-hmm.
So this is ultra fucked up, and I don't think people are realizing how fucked up that is.
Yeah, like I noticed this when she sent me this message like a day ago, where she's basically saying that like
I guess Destiny gets some content out of it, bro. So win-win. And then I guess I get to kind of suckle on the teat a little bit there and have something to talk about today. So, you know.
I get tons of hate and harassment from your community. You know this and you exploit this. And you face no consequences. Big streamer news networks repeat your words. Articles get written because of things you say. Like, a lot of it is the same talking points that I see Max and Lav and probably Shaylin are like echoing. So I know that they've been speaking through it. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. I know that I can't reveal that. I know that Anna has been speaking to them a ton. And I know that Max has been like mind fucking her a ton on a lot of this shit. Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Oh, like she just told me right now, sorry to leak the DM from Anna. Anna just said, okay, fine. Max is telling me that you're going to go nuclear on me and got me scared. I'm not going to go nuclear, Anna, because me and Anna don't have any problems. We haven't had problems for literally a year. Sometimes she loops on stream about me, and it's annoying, but like I ignore it. My community doesn't respond to it. And then like a day later, she's like, oh shit, I looped, and that's it. Boom. I haven't touched up to Anna for a year. That's it. We're cool. Everything's been fine there for a long time. But Max is like digging in, and he's like trying to like, because the problem, I think the thing that happened was after Max built this narrative of Anna, he realized that he couldn't find a single other girl to reinforce this story because it's bullshit. And now he's like desperately trying to like hype the Anna shit and maybe try to like get Lav on it as well. But I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of.
And so the other thing is, this is one of, I guess, I don't know, this is me, this is not you from your words or anything, but I feel like the situation with Anna was a big vulnerability for you because it was a part of your life that was really tough. And not only for you, but for Anna as well.
Sure, like a year or two ago when she was streaming like every single day talking about me, and when Zerka was farming it or whatever, that was fucking annoying. But but like for over a year, that's been like done. I don't care.
No, so everything's like chill now, and you and her are like on, decent terms and just talking as friends and stuff.
It's interesting because I'm trying to think. I wonder if one of Mr.Girl's like things to do here was to try to provoke a confrontation between him and this other girl that he's been on and off again with for like a year, to try to make things seem worse, but being like, oh, listen, he's going to go nuclear on you and try to get everything brought back up. Because Anna person might be a little sensitive and like, might be pretty somewhat easy to, get this situation with Destiny to get back riled up. So I wonder if Mr. Girl was like, yeah, let's see if we can rile it back up and then I can get her to sign her name on this stuff. And then I can kind of like almost, you know what I mean? He could be the crusader here, but he gets to put other people's names on it and shit.
And now he's bringing it back to make it like go absolutely bonkers.
Somebody donated for 2 months. For some reason, doesn't read those. It says Papa becomes a Destiny orbiter for clout. Hell yeah, dude. No, I'm just kidding. I like Destiny. He's a pretty cool guy. Like, here's the thing, bro. Because I know what you're saying. I react to some of his content because he has interesting conversations and interactions with people. So I like that a lot. I kind of enjoy the guy. He's a decent guy. Like, I don't really care about clout too much. I know, really. I've had a pretty... Listen, I have probably one of the most fucking... What do I want to say? Privileged, not to be woke, but like existence on the internet. I started making content in like March 2020. I was able to monetize that content by the time that by September 2020, you know, I was big on TikTok, and then I was able to pull it Twitch. From that point on, I instantaneously, when I started streaming, I worked my regular job part-time for a while, but by the time I quit my full-time, excuse me, I worked a full-time job and I streamed, but by the time I was able to quit my full-time job, which was in maybe even September, but I was making like, not amazing money, but I was pulling like $1,500 a week, point where I was able to be a bit sufficient, like self-sufficient on that. And I'll say it's never gone down. Like I don't really, and like my whole, like the way I want to operate now is I'm actually just trying to chilling and like doing reaction stuff and having fun. I'm doing really well. I don't really need to interact with people to like maintain a solid, you know, thing. I'm building my second channel, but like, I don't know. That's just not a motivation for me. Like, I'm not trying to be a dickhead. Like, I'll be successful regardless in my own way. Like, I don't measure success, I gotta have millions of views. No, man, if you know, if I listen, I'm probably going nowhere but up. I'm really, it doesn't really matter to me, bro. Like, I'm doing well. Like, I'm really not trying to orbit just for fun. I just like the guy, and I like some of the people he interacts with. Like, I like Abba. He's a cool guy, too. You know what I mean? So, oh, fuck, we gotta kill these ads, or we're gonna fucking lose so hard. You know, I really don't need to. I know you're just fucking busting balls and joking around, but I don't know why. I just feel like the need to explain myself, I guess. You know what I mean? You know? Of course, yeah, I'm gonna be Tanamangu. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah, brother. I don't think I'm ever gonna be that big. Like, honestly, if I'm able to grow, like, my leftovers channel to, like, 50 to 100K with the, you know, I think that I'm going to be like very, very successful, you know, financially as well. Like, ridiculously. Yo, how are you pulling thread off me? I'm a fucking goblin. I don't know. But yeah, it's not like a cloud thing. Seems like a cool, decent guy, you know?
Yeah, I think another issue is I think somebody must have brought it up to them. I don't know how many people know this, but it was brought up to either Lav or Max. Then they brought it up on stream, and then Max posted like, was it like 100 times in his subreddit defending his characterization of the Anna stuff? I think that somebody can tell me if they were watching the subreddit, but
my wife thinks I look hot like this. Do you think that she has a mental disorder? The hat backwards. Yeah, no, you don't need to have a lot of fame. You just need to have dedicated fans. In all honesty, like, I know that this is, you know, I'm getting away from the video, but I have like you guys are actually incredible. Like, it's insane. How like, you know, there's a very small amount of people who seem to like me a lot. I appreciate the hell out of that. And I make content, and you guys like to consume that content, and it's a very awesome experience. What was I gonna say? Yeah, YouTube Shorts also is gonna be monetizing really well in January, and so like I tend to do very well when it comes to shorts content and like TikTok content, especially when I don't get constantly fucking banned. I would be back being huge on TikTok with my stream stuff if I was able to post some like this funnier, like sillier clips, but I get like sniped hard on that app. I don't know if they got my IP address, or if it's just people that they hate me and they remember me, or if it's just because I look like a fucking conservative boomer and people like it's a real thing. People will like think differently of me on like first impression. Even Abba was joking about how like I'm a Nick Fuentes like fucking supporter, like without knowing me, because he says I look like that. It was like a joke, and like yeah, they do. I look fucking I look like a fucking racist. Like I look like your typical conservative like racist fucking golf dad. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. So. But if on YouTube, when I'm able to post stuff, it'll be a little edgy, but it won't be like anything too like consuming or anything or crazy. Yeah, I'll be able to push back up there too. So,
yeah, Max started to post a ton in his subreddit, like attacking me like over all the Anna shit. So I think that he wanted to,
it's good.
Yeah, I think that he wanted to like bring that back up to like prove some shit about me, basically. But yeah.
Also, something else I want to say. So him blaming you for what did he say just now? He said that the fact that your community attacks her is because of the shit you say about her. And Anna and I have been very friendly in the past. Like, I have no personal issues with her. The thing is, I've said this to Anna directly as well. The more she speaks about it and she loops on stream and all of that, the more your community and even other random people are gonna shit on her. So it's not what you say about her. You've stopped saying things about her when she asked you to stop saying things about her. It's because she talks about you on stream all the time. So
Yeah, and it's not even my community. It's usually like the Kiwi Farms is who she goes back and forth now. But yeah.
Yeah, so it's not. I don't. It seems like he knows like surface like he probably knows the situation, but blaming everything on you is just. It's just bad faith. Yeah. It's completely fake.
Excuse me. We do not sound the same.
Good job.
Yeah, nice. I don't know.
Hello. I don't understand. Why do you guys think?
Because you're both fucking Europeans.
That's why we're not even from the same country.
Nope.
Close enough.
Melina sounds like Canute woman.
True.
Yeah.
Okay, this just kind of seems like a I don't know how relevant this conversation is.
You sound like a baguette. That's what you sound like.
Oh yeah, I have a.
Only because there's a whole conversation at the end that's like Lav's allegations, and this kind of seems like almost a casual conversation with like friends of his about the topic. I guess we can keep going. We'll see.
It's big. I got a strong baguette.
Whoa!
I am a strong baguette, French baguette. But yes.
Okay.
So that's all I wanted to say.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That's all.
Hey, thanks. Guess what? Fuck. I don't even want to make this joke. I was gonna say I'm a very gassy Jew, but fuck, because I've got a lot of gas and I'm farting a lot, but it's probably not appropriate.
It's okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Right, the women are gone. I'll keep listening.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else to. I don't know if there's anything else to go over, but I don't know if Max is planning on dropping a manifesto or some shit. If that's his like fucking goal. I know that he's getting really frustrated because in the background he's saying that like none of these girls are getting back to him. He's not getting the stories that he wants. Maybe now that it's all public, you know, if you feel like you're a woman and you've been abused by me, or if I've been sexually manipulating you, feel free to go and talk to Max in the background, and he'll give all the publicity to your story that you need. Yeah. Watch the Shaylin interview. I don't really want to because, like I said, I'm trying to view Shaylin as more of a victim than like anything else. From what I heard, I saw people in chat typing things. It sounded like Shaylin is basically like just 100% a megaphone for Max. She's just repeating all of his exact same talking points verbatim. She's probably been abused by him for years now. I don't know if there's anything else. Like, I'm not going to sit here and attack like a victim of his, you know, for days or hours. Like, that just seems kind of shitty. But I mean, I feel the same way about Lav too, even though I had higher expectations. But weren't you going to post logs of the things that Mr. Girl said to other people? The reason why I don't want to is I don't want to reveal who they're coming from. Because if I start posting, I mean, like, if Max challenges me on anything, I'll just start leaking. Because I guess who the fuck cares? And I don't think any of these people. I don't think any of these people care. Jesus, what did Really? There's like clips of like Lav like almost comparing me to Harvey Weinstein. Oh Jesus.
You have my respect for helping me in the darkest point of my life, and for that you have my support. I appreciate that. It makes me feel nice when you guys say stuff like that, you know. You don't have to lie to me though. You don't have to say it just to make me feel better. No, but I do appreciate that. It makes me feel good that because I you know, that I'm able to have that positive impact on you guys. Pretty poggers.
His framing on this is so crazy. Sorry, just reading through some of these DMs. I thought you and Destiny were friends. Well, we're friends. I guess I'll just read it. I stopped working with him because I think he's abusive to his orbiters, and then I found out he's been lying about and smearing the women he f***s. And then someone told me that he said he's aroused by psychologically tormenting women.
Oh, wait.
So I guess
who said that?
And then someone told me that he said he's aroused by psychologically tormenting women. So I guess we're friends, but he's also a sociopath, and I'd like to figure out what's going on.
Why would you be friends with somebody if you actually think that's true? Like, that's fucking weird to me. But okay.
The thing is, my hands are always tied because I'm not going to reveal every single person that I've had a sexual relationship with because it's for their respect for their privacy. Like, there have been.
No, it's not even. Okay, so here's one of the things. It's not even like respect for. It's respect for his own privacy too, bro. It's fucking crazy to me that people are so. Bro, if two people are fucking consensually, who gives a shit about any of that? That's nobody's business. But people on the internet think that it's like everyone else's business. It's like, oh, what are you doing? What if it's going on here? Oh, what's how? It's like, dude, it's none of your fucking business. As long as it's consensual, nobody fucking cares. Like, you don't need to know about. Nobody needs to know about the specifics of who is this dude's fucking, or like, it doesn't matter. It's called basic privacy, dude. That's fucked up, bro. You guys know Dan Tavius, dude. I DM'd Dan Tavius and I asked him if he's gonna play World of Warcraft Dragonflight, and he went offline immediately. You son of a bitch. You motherfucker. God damn it. Sorry, exposing Dantavius, guys. Exposing Dantavius.
Quite a few for sure. But like, there are girls that I don't have sex with anymore because of reasons, and they still come on the stream. Everything's fine. Some of them get girlfriends. Some of them get married. Some of them, like, there's plenty of girls that have been on that I never interact with sexually. There's been plenty.
Chatted $4.99. Thanks for amazing content, Papa.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Go to sleep peacefully knowing you help people out.
Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that you guys think I have good content, even though my content's just reacting to other people's content. I do appreciate that genuinely.
People that have blown up that I have and haven't interacted with sexually, like, it's just like the craziest like story in his mind. I've had issues with guys, not issues with guys. Like,
just to be clear, Dantavius isn't actually ghosting me. He probably was just going offline, and it never gave me like the thing. I'm not fucking actually like being a dickhead. I like the guy a lot. He's cool. I would consider us friendly. We're at that point. He's a cool guy. I like him a lot. He's a normal, genuine fucking person, which I appreciate.
But it's kind of hard to prove
saying lesbian.
A negative. Well, I don't have to prove a negative. Actually, it's positive. Huh?
Our Curly Daddy's online. Should I ask him if he wants to play
really ended up becoming your supervillain? Huh? Yeah, I feel like I put so much out there for him. It's actually insane. I was the only person that was willing to listen to him after the weird like shit with Vosh. I steel man the fuck out of like his like basically.
Yes, yeah, definitely true, man. But like, maybe you shouldn't have done that. I'm just saying, bro. Just saying, dude. You know what I mean? Just saying, bro.
Great videos. Are you worried that Max is never going to stop? I'm worried that I'm going to become like a new Dr. K for him, and now he's just going to go like full. This is going to be what he spends the next like 3 months on. It's just basically.
Maybe that's one of those things where some people like sometimes they'll try to break a relationship off, and they will be fucking obsessed with you, and they'll like be consumed by you. And then you can either respond to it and it gives them validity and like more content to dump off of, or you can just ignore it. And then like some people are going to think that maybe you're a fucking idiot, but sometimes you just have to suck it up because it's just not good for you or your mental health or any of that shit. Love being stunned.
Publishing Anna videos about me, but.
Peace out, brother or sister. I don't know.
Here's another person. Mr. Girl dude reached out to me for an introduction to denims and or Bad Bunny. I've never spoken to him before, but I have no interest in engaging with him, so I just said no. This is what he said to me. I'm interested in talking to them about some disturbing trends I've noticed and how DGG treats female streamers.
DGG. Bro, even if Destiny's community is full of people that are a little bit, we'll say insalacious, that engage in incel behavior, that does reflect poorly on Destiny, of course, but it doesn't mean that it's his fault. And he also calls that shit out regularly. Usually, that's from what I've seen. Like he's usually like, "Hey guys, don't be sussy bakas." He'll pull people out. I think the bigger issue is that he's saying sussy baka. That's cringe. What are you, an otaku? Cringe. No, but all jokes aside, you know what I mean? Like you're responsible partially for your fans, but like there's only so much that you can do. Like if you're seeing your fans be transphobic or something, call it out and say you need to stop doing that. But like you can't, if transphobes happen to like your content, it doesn't mean you're transphobic unless you're like explicitly being, you know what I mean? There's so much you can do, bro, especially when you're doing when you're trying to be a little bit more engaging in your content. You know what I'm saying? The fuck? Come on, bro. Oh, wait.
You think him joining was calculated, or is he super pissed he leaked it? He's probably somewhat stressed out right now, I'd imagine, because I think they probably wanted more time to get all of their ducks in a row on this. But unfortunately, one of the people in Mr. Girl, I probably would have waited a little bit longer, but Lav started to go crazy on our stream today. And if Lav was going to go crazy, then I'm just going to come on and say some shit. So it's probably Lav that things up, unironically. Mr. Girl needed better control.
Yeah, Mr. Girl's not. Mr. Girl clearly isn't a very good manipulator if he wasn't able to control the situation better.
Why is there so much obsession with DGG as a community? So this is something that I thought about a little bit, but I'm going to have to think about...
It's because DGG is a very large community of very like loyal people, and sometimes they probably don't act perfectly on the internet. And there's probably like a small amount of them that poorly represent the majority of these individuals. You know what I mean?
I have to consider this more going forward. I like interacting with smaller streamers so that I can sexually abuse manipulate. No, I like interacting with smaller streamers because it's fun to have like anybody on. I don't want to just be like a clout shark person. I don't just want to be somebody like, oh, I only interact with people my size or like I only interact with like huge streamers. But I guess something I haven't considered before, this might be a possibility. If you're a smaller streamer and you've been in smaller orbits, you're probably used to like a certain level of feedback. Maybe when I interact with smaller streamers, maybe it is an unfair expectation to bring them on stream because they just can't like mentally handle like the level of public pushback if they say or do something that the community considers wrong or dumb.
That's a good point. It could be a little overwhelming to get. I've never had that experience with Destiny or anything, but like just fundamentally as you grow, it can be a little difficult to sometimes it can get overwhelming to get like feedback especially since it happens in bursts. You know what I mean? Like on TikTok, I blew up. I hit a certain point where I went from getting no like negative reception to just getting like sometimes like overwhelming. It's gonna happen, and it's just part of the playing field, but you don't really understand it at first. So it's probably something that's a little frustrating for people to deal with on the internet. Yeah.
Which is like, so maybe I just shouldn't interact with any smaller streamers at all. Maybe that's just like always a mistake because it's always going to break their minds.
I wouldn't go that far.
But I mean, like, that seems shitty that like I can only basically be like a clout shark.
I mean, you do you. I understand where you're coming from. It makes sense. It might be better to prompt your smaller audience or your audience to like not be fucking psychotic in some way, or do your best to do that. Also might be good to give somebody like a trigger warning. Hey, you know, if you come on my stream, sometimes my Reddit can be a little bit crazy, you know. But I get what you're saying. It makes perfect sense. It's like it's similar. Like it's somewhat similar because like to what I used to do. On TikTok, I stopped crediting anybody that I reacted to because there would be times where you just couldn't control it, and some people would just be like super toxic to the people, and I just didn't want people to be able to go back to their core video and be able to harass them. People like, why aren't you doing this? And it's like I'm not acting optimally by not like crediting those people, but at the same time they would get like relentlessly harassed, and I'd get DMs from them being like, bro, like why are you attacking me? Blah 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 blah. And it would be a very even if I was in support of the person, it doesn't matter. People are just fucking they're animals. Sometimes people are just animals and don't know how to like act when their content creator like does a commentary on somebody. So. How do I not die fighting these enemies?
Here's another, so somebody else. Can you help me make a list of women I should reach out to? Steven is going into full attack mode on me, and I need to move fast. If you have a list of names to suggest, please let me know. Oh my god. Oh, hold on. Okay, so there might be more. Maybe this will get interesting. He also linked up with Claw. Mr.Girl did. Hey, man. I don't want to read all this, but yeah. Someone asked on your Kiwi farms yesterday, too. Oh, I wonder if it was him on another account. It was some no-name account with one post. Oh, yeah. I guess in a way, that makes me feel good. One of the things that I was like a little bit worried about was that like he would be able to find like some girls who are like, oh, yeah, I don't actually like Destiny anymore, and he could get in their head enough where they're like, man, maybe something wrong did happen there. But I guess like literally nobody flipped. But the reason I've always felt comfortable is because like there are people that have had sexual relations before that fucking hate me now. Like Bad Bunny and Merrick are two people that absolutely fucking hate me, but they've never said I was like rapey or pushy or anything weird like that ever. So that's why I've never really been worried about anything, because it's like, yeah. Why don't you cut Mr.Girl off and pull this site? I feel really bad going after somebody shit like that, but
I don't understand the dynamic he has with the website. Like, is he hosting it for free? What is it? Because I don't think it's unreasonable for him I don't understand how it works. It's not unreasonable for him to say like, okay, I don't know how the dynamic works. If it's just a template, then like it would be weird if Destiny could pull that down. But if he's legitimately hosting the site himself, then him saying like, listen, we're staying apart, it's not a bad idea. It's like a business relationship at that point. I would say it's justifiable. He may not want to do it because then Mr.Girl can play the victim more and then say, this is the problem, and be like, whoa, see, he's trying to hurt my money because I'm calling him out for being a predator. It probably just makes Destiny look worse in some capacity, but I could totally see why he would want to do that. I could also see why this guy is just like such a dumb fucking barbarian brain that he didn't understand that like you should hug the left wall a little bit to not pull thread on those. Because like I also struggle with like basic interactions in a fucking video game that's like 20 years old. Like who, God forbid, you're any decent level at this fucking video game. By the way, this is why I don't speak in party chat, because it's probably a new player, and me saying this to them would make them leave, and then I have less people to play with. So
yeah, well,
Papa God, he doesn't pay for it now, but he paid for the guy who built it. And says
I know this matters. We just played League for 12 hours. I didn't do any progress whatsoever today on my factory. Unbelievable. Oh, this was him posting on Kiwi Farms. Is there a running record of what streamers he successfully or unsuccessfully tried to fuck? Nice. Based. Right, Covert Ops post. Dude. Nice job.
Let's see this.
I have one friend that's hated Max for so long, and she's so happy that the bridge is burning. It makes me feel bad. I almost want to keep it up just to spite them. But okay, well, Probably gonna permaban all mention of like Lav, all mention of Mr.Girl. I think I'm probably going to not interact with anybody that interacts with them. So put this message into the ethers. Well, I should think about that. I really do want to blackball them from everything because like they.
So one thing I will say is, and this is something that I've learned, like, you know, maybe this is just like something for me, and maybe Destiny wouldn't resonate with something like this, but these decisions make perfect sense, but it's probably a good idea to think on them for a little while. And maybe not even announce everything. It's another thing, you know what I mean? Like if you're like, you know what, I had a really bad interaction with this person and went too far, I'm not going to associate with them anymore. And maybe Destiny will ignorantly associate with them in the future if there's ever an apology. That could be settled privately. That's perfectly reasonable. But sometimes you don't have to announce everything. You know what I mean? I get why he would, but sometimes just like keep it to yourself. Think about it longer. What decision you want to make, and like you don't have to announce everything that you're doing all the time. Sometimes you could just kind of take a chill pill. Do it privately. If somebody pulls one of these, I'm gonna shit, come, fart, and piss my pants. Swear to fucking God.
They literally are trying to do. They're trying to do what like. Lav was almost crying, saying like, "You're such a bad friend to Max," letting Cherry and Stardust do this when like the communities weren't even with them. Like, and now they're literally trying to do the same thing to me but worse. You understand how weird that is? That like Lav was so upset about that. You're such a bad friend to Max. Blah 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 blah. And they're literally trying to do not even the same thing to me, way worse. Like, holy shit. I feel like I've lost all the friends I've made this year. No, that's not true. We still have Abba. We still have Brittany. I think those two are still good. They haven't done any weird shit.
I like Brittany, by the way. Brittany, well, Abba's cool too, but I like Brittany like a little more. Like we chat here and there. She seems like a pretty cool person that wouldn't be a fucking psychopath. Should talk to Brittany again. It's been a while. We haven't really like chatted like publicly. We chat a little bit privately here and there. You know what I mean? Yeah, she's cool. I like her.
Oh, Erudite is cool. Pisco is cool. No, we're good. We're still up friends. Sneeko is hanging on there. I think. Low tier god. I don't know about that one, dude. All the no jumper guys, apparently.
Low tier god.
Oh, Lex Friedman. That's getting posted tomorrow at 9 a.m. True.
Bro, I'm excited to listen to that. I like.
Remember your first Mr. Girl talks? I want you to know that you can always trust me. I will make you have faith in me. True. What a weaselly little manipulator. Props to him, though. He's probably one of the most manipulative people I've ever seen. It's kind of funny that I made fun.
Why is Brittany cringe to you, bro? She's cool. Why is Brittany so cringe? Not Brittany Venti. Brittany Simons, right? Is that who you talk about? Brittany Simon? Is her name? Is her last name is Simon, right? Am I just a fucking idiot? Yeah, it's Simon. Why am I so stupid? Yeah, Brittany Simon. She's cool. I like her. She's a cool person. She's fun. She's fun. She's a fun person. My wife likes her too, which is a very big deal to me. By the way, it's a very big deal to me. My wife, I've been slowly learning. My wife is right about a lot of different people. She's not right about everybody, but she's and like you know, I keep it in the back of my head as like this could be a potential red flag if I interact with somebody my wife doesn't like. So, you know,
fun of I think I made fun of Bob 7, but Bob 7 grows up to become somebody like Max. I think maybe I don't actually know if Bob 7 could ever be that manipulative, because Max is definitely like one of the highest level manipulators. Was Mr. Girl better than you at manipulating? Obviously not. I hid those powers a long time ago. Where's the Arcanum speech? Me at full power as an evil person is a force the world's not ready for. Find me the Arcanum speech.
Yeah, I enjoyed my interaction with Low Tier God. It was fun. It's not fun when this healer is dead, though. Why are you dead? What did this come... Bro, how do you wipe in a fucking leveling dungeon? He's got his asshole pulled so much. Sorry.
But no, again, like I said, I usually don't care. Like the problem with like manipulating people, and this is like what Max has to worry about, and he'll learn, or maybe he won't learn. I don't know. Actually, maybe he's passed. Maybe this is like his final level, and he'll never like grow from this. The problem when you manipulate people is that's like a perpetual process, and when you're trying to like control people for years, that like for weeks and weeks and months, that gets exhausting. That's why I'm usually just honest with people. Like, you don't like me, then leave. You know, if I don't like you, fuck it.
That's why you're honest with you, because you don't want because manipulation's exhausting. That's a little sussy to say it like that. I personally, you know, most people, not gonna say me, I don't want to, most people don't manipulate people because it's shitty, but it's just exhausting to do. Bro, come on. You got to be careful what you say, brother. What the fuck? That sounds suspicious.
Like, I'm not gonna sit here and like fake shit because it's just exhausting. Oh, this.
I'm tough. If I wasn't tough, I would have died long ago.
You think Mr. Girl is knowingly very manipulative? I think he does know. I think so. I think the word choice and the way that he acts.
He probably gets off on it, thinking that he's like more more intelligent than other people. I think that's why he tries, and I think part of it's why he tries to manipulate women, because I think he sees women as less than him, and so like it makes him feel superior. Like a lot of weak men think women are like less than. The way that he talks about women is just disgusting. Like I don't remember the specifics, but it's just like weird. He interacts with women. I noticed this between like him and Brittany Simon and stuff. The way he interacts with women is fucking weird. He doesn't seem to. Oh wait, I didn't do this. He doesn't seem to maintain like the same level of respect for women than men. Yeah, I know we're supposed to go this way. I went the wrong way. Fucking heal me, asshole.
Comes across as very intentional. I really do think so. Yeah.
Once, many years ago, I allowed myself to become arrogant, and I became the most evil version of myself that I have ever witnessed. It disgusted me. Because imagine, you know me enough now that you know what my abilities are. Imagine if they had no temperance, and I was selfish. Imagine the destruction that I could wreak.
Where's this song from?
I was not a good person. I wasn't.
True.
Okay.
Did Lav open her relationship just to hook up with you and then close it again? Who the fuck knows? I don't know. Oh, but that's another example. Lav closed her relationship, meaning we're never gonna come again, but I still had no problem with her coming on stream. That was fine. Well, maybe she thinks then that's why my community turned against her, that I'm like subtly turning them against her. I don't know. Subtly. It's so annoying too, because there are even times where I think the thing that usually pushes me over, if you're ever trying to push me over in the future, I'm giving you advice right now. The thing that usually puts me over the edge is when I'm defending somebody on stream and I'm getting attacked by my community and the other person. So I would like defend Lav on stream. Like, oh, well, Lav brought on Anna, the black Anna, the other night. So that was cool. And Lav's points are mostly coherent. Lav's pretty smart. Like, I'd usually like be like pretty charitable on stream. And then like, yeah, but then she still says that I'm like turning my community against her and shit, which is Jesus. Are we okay to tell people that you're blackballed?
Why did they feel like he's doing that? It's because they're not like popular and they're like struggling to get popularity, and they have like fan crossover, and she's trying to make it seem like I interacted with. I'm wondering if like I interacted with you. Why aren't all your fans rushing to me? Is that it, or maybe I don't know. Or maybe I'm just fucking going crazy.
Calling Lav and Mr. Girl. Oh, that's what I'm trying to think of. I think I actually have to. I think at a principle I have to, because Lav called me Harvey Weinstein. Like, I think I kind of have to. That's just insane. Who joined? Oh. Is it already time for one of our weekly powwows?
Weekly? I think it's more like bi-monthly. Maybe 3 months,
okay,
4 months.
Hold on, I gotta play the Lav Weinstein clip.
How do we treat men in positions of power like this? Does it remind you of any stories that were in the news? How do you think that we should react to someone with a big platform sleeping with people in the same way that he does?
Yeah, so that's like, okay. So it's a very it's a little bit different. The Harvey Weinstein situation, it would be more comparable if Harvey Weinstein was like, hey, do you want to date? But if not, I'll still give you a job, right? Kind of a thing. Destiny's another streamer who has people on, and then he might want to fuck some of them. Of course, he might be more charitable to them if they fuck some unintentionally. I don't really know. But, like, you're all adults. He's not denying you an opportunity because you won't fuck him to, like, come on the stream or whatever. At least that's not... If you could prove that, if you could show that, like, Destiny will not talk to somebody if they will not fuck him, but he would have talked to them if they would fuck him, then, like, I'm on board. This guy's a scumbag. But it just seems like Destiny is a fucking idiot. Sorry, no offense. In this sense, because he's a very smart guy, and has sex with people that stream as well. And then it creates, like, this ability for them to engage in this kind of way where they're like, oh my God, maybe I am. Especially in these fucking woke spaces where people are overthinking everything. And then all of a sudden it's like, wait a minute. Now that I've gone through 18 different chains of, like, ideology, maybe I am being abused, even though I like fucking Destiny. And he never holds it over my head. Maybe he actually is abusing me because now I'm fucked. You know what I mean? People can bro, it's crazy. One of the biggest dangers of interacting of like therapy, and I think therapy is great. Well, I was a behavioral specialist, so like, you know, she's in a similar field. Is that like your therapist really manipulate you? I know I'm going a little crazy, but they can intentionally or unintentionally implant like memories into your head and like shit like that. It gets really fucked. And I feel like that's almost how sometimes ideologies can go as well. Where people will like almost feel like they're like gaslighting themselves then I'm not saying that things can't be bad, but like they're almost like taking their situation and like comparing it to things that where it's not really comparable, and they just go fucking ballistic. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's hard to articulate that thought. So sorry if anybody's not understanding what I'm saying, but I feel like that's part of it.
How should we react?
And again, and then also the Anna shit doesn't even make sense because I've never even brought her back onto my stream. But hey, listen, I will say that if Lav or Mr. Girl, if either of them want to leak me being improper with a woman who I brought on stream in exchange for sex or any of that shit, you have my full permission and consent and leak the logs and figure that out, whatever you want to do. Whoever wants to come and tell their story, knock yourselves out. Because it's not out there. There's a reason why he's building that entire story off of one person. But, oh, part 2, if the shoe fits, hold on.
The shoe.
Did you feel this way before today? Yes.
Once Max started talking to her about it.
I did not allude to him being a Harvey Weinstein. But if the shoe fits, I didn't even say those words, but if you're thinking about it.
If the Schubert. Lead effects.
All right, what's up? Real quick, what do you want to talk about?
Yeah, I just want to parse through a couple of these thoughts you're having right now.
Yeah, go for it.
Two in particular, and then maybe there's one thing that I want to say about Anna in particular. The first is
on the quest already.
You had a knee-jerk reaction there where you said, I don't really want to bring small streamers on if they can take it.
Well, it's not a knee-jerk reaction. It's kind of like thinking, like, maybe it is the case that when small streamers come on, like, the tidal wave of, like, pros and cons is too much for any small streamer. So I should just not do that at all, which sucks, but, like, that's just, like, a thought. I don't know if I would, like, commit to that, but that's a thought.
I think there's an awful lot of small streamers you've had on over the years who have benefited greatly and really don't lose out on much at all. I think if you're
yeah, I mean, it's like one of those things where it hurts it for some people and ends up fucking them over, but it's probably like really great for a lot of people, especially like in the smarty pants sphere, the people, the political sphere, the intelligent people. It's probably really good for them because I feel like it's probably extra difficult to become like a political streamer, and then these people are able to like talk to Destiny and like it probably helps them a lot with that.
Kind of pointing to two people, Lav and Mr.Girl, who are very different people, as a prime example of a small streamer that
I'm going to listen to a little bit of this. It's called Lav's Allegations. It seems like it may not necessarily. I don't know if we necessarily need to listen to all of it, but I'm going to keep listening. I don't know. We'll see. Because I feel like we've gone through them already. No, right?
Handle it. I think it's less about the size of their stream and it's more about the type of.
You just went to work and you found out you don't have work tonight. Nah, that's fucking base, dude.
Person they are.
Yeah, I guess it's really hard for me to parse through, like who can do what. So, like for instance, Max has been pretty not international, but he's had like a lot of national media attention for a lot of really weird stuff. He has a very provocative attitude when he does his content. And
absolutely, bro. This is one of the things that really got me when I watched his Cuties review for the first time, which was somewhat recently. I was pretty charitable to the guy. I wasn't even shitting on him. But the biggest thing that I got from this dude is that he will talk about difficult subject matter in a way that's additionally uncomfortable. So he'll talk about uncomfortable subject matter as uncomfortably as possible. And then when you criticize him for talking about this in an uncomfortable way, he'll be like, no, you just don't get it. You just don't, it's uncomfortable and you're just not comfortable enough having these conversations, kind of a thing. Like the Cuties review, my understanding of Cuties, and I haven't watched it, is that Cuties is basically like holding up the mirror to society. It's about it's a story of young women and like showing that like young women tend to be sexualized in society from a young age, and it sets them up for like really bad shit, right? Now, obviously, the promotional material, which I think was exclusively in America, made them look pretty bad because it focused on the sexualization in a positive light where it wasn't about that. It made it seem like that or something. But then Mr.Girl talks about it in such a weird way that it makes people so uncomfortable. And then when you go like, because he'll be like additionally provocative and make like these really weird comments about like inappropriate comments about like young girls and shit. And then you're like, this is really uncomfortable. And he's like, well, you just don't get it because you're not like mature enough to deal with it. That's like the energy that he seems to give off with it. That seems to be what it is. I think he intentionally tries to be provocative and then just say like, you just are too fucking stupid to understand anything. Oh, it's provocative? Well, that's what it's supposed to be, and you're just a fucking idiot. That's the kind of the energy that he gives off to me.
Those two facts combined with the fact that he hasn't changed his style when I continued forward, I was like, okay.
Yeah, like he'll say any man that's not attracted to like young girls is lying. It's it's fucking crazy. He said something like that, right? It's a little nuts, dude. It's a little nuts.
Probably a person that can handle the ups and downs. That would be my assumption. And then same thing with Lav. Lav she's younger and maybe a bit more emotional, I don't know, but she did like online sex work and she has a huge TikTok. So I figured like, okay, 700,000 follower TikTok, she brags about it all the time. She did me.
All right, let's relax. 700,000 is basically like 2,000 followers on YouTube. Like, let's be fucking real. That's not a very huge TikTok, especially since it's only grown like 100K in like a year or so. I mean, come on, Lav, it's terrible. Come on, bro. I mean, until you hit 2.4 million verified, like I don't respect you. I'm just kidding. But all jokes aside, like 10 million, I think, is when you start to become like a real actual person. But everybody has different experiences with their content. There's some people with like 100,000 followers that like do really well as like a content creator because they're able to like get those fans to be very galvanized. And there's people with like millions that don't have that.
Music, and she did like OnlyFans. This is also probably a person who can deal with like the ups and downs of online communities. That would have been my guess. Like, if you were to give me a handful of people, I'd probably pick those two as like my B tier or A tier people in terms of people. Like,
so your metrics are on their exposure to public engagement.
Yeah, like are you like battle tested basically? Have you gone through it?
Yeah. I don't know if that's a good metric.
What is then?
Well, it's not that. I think there's a lot of people who have a lot of exposure to the public who handle it extremely poorly. Just in the normal celebrity sphere, there's a bunch of celebrities who are perpetually train wrecks. I don't even want to start naming them, but I'm sure names start to come to mind. And in the Twitch sphere as well, I'm sure you can name a couple people who have a similar characteristic. But you have to admit, I like Mr. Girl's content sometimes. I think it's pretty fun. He's interesting. But he is a very sensitive person.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't think sensitive precludes you from being able to handle online hate, right? Like you can be sensitive.
Right, yeah, he's a very sensitive person. And he's also someone who has a history of extreme vendetta.
For the Dr. K stuff, yeah. It seems like it. Although I could buy that, though, given his background and everything, right?
I just don't think it's, like, think about it. This is how I'm thinking about it. If someone is willing to, if someone feels so convicted that they're going to devote hours and hours of their time to bringing someone down, and they're sensitive, I feel like if you rub them the wrong way, they might just feel that way about you.
Fair.
Yeah, it's just a matter of what does the wrong way mean.
Who's
so
this
if
guy?
I take him at face value, and I assume that, like, okay, well, the issue with Dr. K was that he said he was a therapist, he was being highly immoral, and then that's kind of his issue, and like Reckful committed suicide and everything.
But you wouldn't take him at face value.
Well, no, but in terms of digging through, like, so here's something that would have dramatically changed my engagement with that, right? Like, if I would have found out that Dr. K had personally slighted Max, then I would have been like, ooh, maybe something else is going on here. But I don't think that ever was the case, right? That they like had a personal interaction or whatever.
No, he just felt very strongly convinced that this person was doing wrong. And I would call it sensitive, but it almost feels like an obsession.
Yeah, I mean, it does. He comes across as obsessive for sure.
Right.
And I don't see myself ever crossing him in a way that.
But you did. Right? Did you?
Wait. Oh, sorry, Jesus. Okay. Oh, sorry, I just had a thing. Okay, sorry. Say that last thing again. Repeat that.
But you did cross him in a way where he felt convicted.
Yeah. Dude, hold on. I'm sorry. I don't want to. This is kind of funny, right? Am I?
Let me see. That's pretty funny.
Okay. So since I hit 30, okay, I'm trying to.
That's pretty good.
Here's something that I've done a lot, okay? In my mid to late 20s, especially as I became more emotionally mature and I stopped being as much of like a manipulator to people and weird and evil and all that shit, one of the big changes that I went in my thought process was that I need to stop looking at other people as worse than me, and I need to look at them as different. Some people might be emotional, some people might be less rational, some people might be whatever, but it doesn't mean they're worse. It's just everybody has like a different frame of reference or how they view.
Is that why Destiny is so charitable to these guys? Because he used to be kind of a piece of shit manipulator, and now he's like overcorrecting by trying to be super charitable to everybody, even if they are also a piece of shit manipulator? Because that makes a lot of sense now why he might interact with people that are massive red flags. I mean, I used to be a shithead too, but I don't know if I would ever classify myself as like a manipulator. I just call myself like a dumb fucking young man. Maybe that makes sense. Maybe that's why Destiny like feels don't compelled to talk to some of these some people like this. Maybe that's what it is. I mean, that would make sense. Okay, that would explain the behavior to me. Okay. I mean, I can respect that. Fuck Shadowlands, bro. Get out of here, you stupid fuck. I hate that goddamn shit.
The world. So as part of that, process, something that I've tried really, really, really hard to do is I've tried really hard not to mind read people. Even though I generally have a really good feel for things, I'll try really hard to like, you're gonna do this, I know that. But I'm generally like, okay, hold on, I'll give you a shot. Whoever you are, right? Ari, Nina, Max, any of these like people that have got like crazy, but you know what? Listen, I'll give you your fair shot because a lot of people say a lot of crazy shit about me, and I don't think I'm crazy, and I want you to give me a shot, so I'll give you a shot. I'll extend to you the same credit as anyone else. It's exhausting to me that because like here, so the way that when I look at Max. In my opinion, now I'm a subjective human, so you know what am I to say this? But like, if I zoom out, I feel like Max has every reason in the world to love me and very few reasons to hate me. Maybe a couple reasons to be a little bit irked over the subreddit stuff, but objectively speaking, no shot. But like, should I just be moving into that subjective frame of reference where it's like, okay, hold on, I know what Max is like. He's a little bit of a crybaby. I need to like basically be a dad to him through all of these like interactions, and then like assume like, okay, well that subreddit shit is actually probably driving you fucking crazy. So let me do everything I can to kind of like, you know, burp you, feed you, put you, take a nap. Like, sorry, I mumbled a lot, but like, yeah, I don't know how much responsibility am I reasonably supposed to take over like another fucking adult? These people are adults.
I don't think you're supposed to be taking responsibility. But like, you just came on stream and you said a bunch of things about Max.
Sure.
You know that he was a very good manipulator.
Yeah.
That and that he's very what's a good word? He's very good at convincing other people of things.
Sorry.
And now that he's hurt you, you're not really giving him the benefit of the doubt anymore.
Well, it's not so much that. Well, I guess we can put it that way.
Well, that makes sense though. Like, you know, usually you give a benefit of the doubt of people until like they kind of betray you. Then it's like, well, you know, you had such a charitable framing when they were friends, and now you're not friends now. And it's like, well, I see what they do to me. Now I can see why they're doing these things to other people. I mean, it sounds bad the way that guy is saying it, but it also just might be the way he should have been interacting in the first place. This is fine. How much damage does this do?
Yeah.
If somebody's gonna like start to try to like fuck me over, then yeah, I'm not gonna. That's like the charitability is gonna start to dramatically decrease. Although like I don't know if I'll pull the plug in a site or whatever. But
yeah. So I think like what I'm trying to get at here is your sort of framework here for like I'm going to give everyone the benefit of the doubt, and I'm not gonna read into these things. I'm sure you're feeling these things like Max is a manipulator, and you're giving him charity anyway, right?
Yeah, especially over all the videos with him and Shaylin and shit.
Yeah. And so you don't want to read into it, and then once he hurts you, now you're like, oh, fuck, I got to stop talking to small streamers. That's the only solution. I just feel like that's maybe you could be a little bit more guarded.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe instead of giving people all the benefit of the doubt, maybe you could just be a little bit more guarded and trust someone just a little bit less and read into how someone is.
Yeah, true.
If someone seems like a manipulator, maybe just be a little more cautious about bringing them on stream. Because the answer certainly is.
Well, I mean, listen, I would say sure the stream thing too, but like not even just that. Be a little more cautious about being their fucking friend. You know what I mean? Like, like fuck, bro. The red flags were there when Destiny told Mr. Girl that he thought he was fucking, that he could be like when somebody joked about Mr. Girl like keeping the phone, like taking away his phone from his partner, and Destiny was like, yeah, I could see you doing that. And Mr. Girl got so upset about that for months. You should have kind of, like, at that point, you're like, holy fuck, why is this guy so sensitive to that kind of, like, weird criticism, you know?
Well, now all small streamers should stop coming on stream. Because...
Yeah. Good for this guy, I like this guy. He's advocating for those small streamers.
What about like somebody like Lav, for instance?
Well, I don't really watch Lav a lot. Okay. But...
Because, like in this instance, I feel like if Max wasn't here, I think Lav would still have some complaints about like the subreddit, of course, which is reasonable, especially because they do post a lot about her. But I think that her mind has been like ultra fucking hijacked by Max.
Why?
Yeah, from what I've seen,
so
Lav
fucking
is
stupid.
I mean, you know her better than I do. I'm sure you can. Everyone has things that they're dealing with emotionally, and even though she's got a lot, it seems like she's just got a lot going on.
Fucking idiot, just wiped this.
Yeah, maybe, but that's fine, right? Those are interesting people, right?
I agree that they're interesting people, but they're so like with the Anna thing. Because I want to get to the Anna thing.
Has to die
this is a good parallel. This is a good time to draw it in. Anna's a really interesting person to you, and you actually like talking to Anna.
Yeah, it's interesting for sure. And you've been chill for like the past year, yeah.
Absolutely, and we talked a lot about Anna in the past.
Yeah,
I'm pretty I'm pretty intimately familiar with the situation, and I actually found it really empathetic. And one of the most empathetic things I've ever seen when you kind of figured out what she was dealing with in her head, and then you explained it to your stream, and then you moved on and you stayed friends from that. I think that's that's kind of the opposite of hurting women, and it's also but Anna's also hard to understand for a lot of people.
Sure. Which is fair. I think a lot of people are hard. I think most people are hard to understand for most people, but yeah, especially people that are further off.
Well, okay, Anna is
more often known than most people. Yeah.
Yeah, not that Anna's any worse or any I think Anna's a fine person, but it's hard for people to understand someone like Anna, and it's hard for people to understand why you would have the relationship that you do with Anna. And I think that the same is kind of true for Lav.
We're not gonna get this.
And I think that that Anna and Lav are not like compare Anna and Lav to someone like I guess that's just the easiest example because people on stream like Lily Pichu, but compare them to Lily Pichu. Lily Pichu is a much more kind of
what
less contentious person.
Oh sure, yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah, and so with two very contentious people, it's going to be a lot harder for people in your audience to understand.
Which is fine, but I'm okay. Well, I personally am okay with that because, like I said, I've never ruled my personal friendships are never dictated by my stream. I don't care if people get triggered or whatever, that's always kind of thing. But I guess if they're ever going to be involved with stream, then they get there's a chance for them to get irritated by it. But
yeah, and so I think when it comes down to like, okay, it's not small streamers. You have to be careful with people who are contentious, very contentious.
I feel like it's not even contentious though, because I was contentious and like I did have to take a step back for my mental health, but it didn't become what has happened now. And I don't know, personally, I think a better litmus test is just seeing if people feel like they have to be superior to others. Like, and the reason why I say this is because, not to get too armchair psychological or whatever, but both Lav and Mr. Girl have admitted that they have problems when it comes to this, right? So Mr. Girl, or maybe Mr. Girl has admitted it, but he's always talking about like how other people are stupid and they don't understand him and like, they're just not smart enough, right? So he puts himself in this higher class. And like Lav has talked before about how she feels like she has to pull women down or whatever, or like be better than like the other women or whatever. And I think that the reason why this is so important is because when you break those people's egos, or when those like people's reality is shattered or is confronted, shaken, whatever, they're going to try their fucking hardest to bring you down because that's the only way they're going to be able
I don't feel like that's like a normal human response. I feel like that's like a lot.
Yeah, it's the streamer response. It's the cycle you go through with every person you bring on. It's not the fact that they're small streamers. It's the fact that it's the cycle. Like, I think a ton of us are surprised, we were talking about this earlier, that Mr. Girl was the one to go down this path because Mr. Girl was so adamant about how loyal he was to you, how appreciative he was to you. And then the moment it's like, hey man, I'm not going to cater to you. I'm not going to acquiesce to your desire to not be shit on by my community. This is the internet. Like, you are going.
Oh, is that part of the arc here that like Mr. like was okay? I don't know if this is true. What it sounds like, there's a point that Mr. Girl was like, I don't want your community shitting on me or something. And then that seems like I can't really do anything about that. You're gonna have to just take the L. Is that what he's talking about?
going to get a reaction from a lot of people who have a voice. They have a voice in your subreddit, they have a voice in your chat, and they have a voice on Twitter. It's going to happen, and these people can't handle it. You're going to deal with this no matter who you deal with.
All right, who's the next orbiter to fall then? Let's make.
I can't think of anyone off the top of my head, but who's a big orbiter?
Abba?
A big person.
I don't know if orbiter.
No, that's gone down. That's turned on you.
Well, I was gonna say Abba's a big orbiter, I guess, but Abba. I mean, like, listen, let's be real. Destiny's the orbiter of Abba. Let's be real, dude. This is one of the things I like about. This is one of the things where why Destiny probably trusts Abba. It makes sense because the guy has nothing to gain by talking to Destiny except for like an enjoying time. I think Abba's just there to like debate and have fun and like practice his debate skills. Because some of the shit he says, like is very debating, not in like a bad way. Like some people just like to have that, you know. But he's not like there to like make his career. This motherfucker has like a 2 million. It's like $2 million fucking channel. Like he doesn't need to talk to Destiny. I think he just likes Destiny. That's like that's a really cool thing. I was like, Abba, bro, that's not a Destiny orbiter. He's a fucking Abba orbiter, bro. That's the fucking reality, brother. You're an Abba orbiter. You're a fucking Abba orbiter, Destiny. You better learn it, dude. Hey, Papa God, happy 3 months. Would you ever talk to Mr. Girl? Nah, probably not. She seems like a shithead. I really just think that it would be like he's such a wildly terrible fucking person that I don't think I'd ever want to talk to this guy. He's a real just piece of shit, like subhuman version of a man. I hate people. So I really dislike people who I feel are the worst versions of men. I think that he's a scumfuck man that tries to take advantage of women because he thinks that they're weaker than him. I don't like people like that. I wouldn't talk to him because of that. That's just disgusting fucking, like, he's a fucking loser. So.
Someone that had a following, either whether or not they gained it from you.
What do you mean?
Yeah, there you go, Vosh. Like someone like Vosh, like people are going to react this way regardless. So big people or small people, you're going to get people that regularly engage with you. And then when shit turns sour, either they look bad in front of their community or in front of yours, they're going to get pissy about it and behave in this.
I don't know if that's true though, because it seems like the people who truly turn on Destiny are ones that become like close friends with him, and then like for some reason it's not just that like they're in his orbit, they become friends, and then like they don't have the egos to take like criticism, and instead of like I could see like let's say Vosh or Hassan decided to take a step back and be like, you know, I don't like Destiny anymore. He did something or talked about something in a way where I didn't like. But it seems like they don't do that. It seems like they actively try to like damage his career afterwards. It's not just like they're like, you know what, I don't like this dude. I don't want to interact with him anymore. It's like, okay, now that I don't like him, I think he's like, oh, like fucking, he's a terrible, shitty person, and he's like fucking horrible. From what it seemed like to me, and I could just be uneducated on some of this stuff, it seemed like Vosh did it as like a clout grab. He's like, I got as much as I want out of Destiny, and now I'm gonna fucking turn on him because that's what the status quo is doing. So fuck this guy. It just seems like Mr. Girl's a little more personal.
This juvenile way, and I have to come to terms with it because it's annoying to watch. Because it's fucking not normal human behavior. But these people just turn tail and go to the people that are going to reaffirm them. It's going to happen no matter who you engage with.
I feel like that's true to some certain extent, but I feel like there's something like pretty nefarious about Mr. Girl and Lab that.
Oh, I feel like when I say nefarious, I want to restrict that to Max. I don't think that the other people that have been like sucked into his gravity well are. I think that he's the one that's driving all of it. The other people are just kind of like being used.
And I think it's important to point out that, as you said, he feels like he's being the hero.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So I think Lycan is right in the sense that, like, obviously when you step on someone's toes, they react a certain way, they back and forth fighting. But I feel like there's a big difference between that and between somebody.
I wasn't saying that about her. I was sorry. I have random thoughts that I just expressed. That's just an embarrassing thing that I said. I wasn't thinking of her at all. I don't even know who the fuck she is, bro. I just say things, and I said mommy instead of daddy. Because that word's in my head a little bit today. Okay. Move on.
Trying to purposely like tear down your career or like make false sexual harassment allegations about you, because that's just like another level that I think has to be addressed. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Bro, Renda's doing some fucking damage.
What you got?
Yeah, you had friends who you have friends, you have close friends.
Well, not anymore. No, I still have a few. I got a few.
Yeah, you have some close friends. I think in my life sometimes I have some friends who turn out to be really good people readers. And
people eaters. That sounds like a crocodile.
A little bit more as time goes on. So, you know, if you're like, I don't really know how to judge people here on who to bring on stream. You know, look to those people, I suppose.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. Personally, I just think you should stay away from people who have superiority complexes.
Like, yeah, but we're in the streamer world. Doesn't everybody kind of?
Yeah, Destiny. You should just stick to people with inferiority complexes so that you can manipulate them and abuse them and have sex with them. I'm just kidding.
Really, yeah, I think so. It's hard to avoid. I could never be a streamer.
I don't think it's so much superiority complex.
Did you think it maybe had something to do with the whole sex pest thing? Maybe it had something to do with that? I don't know.
It is fragile ego. And that sounds really fucking stupid.
They were never, like, him and Vosh were never friends? I thought that they were, like, pretty somewhat, like, close-ish friends at some point, no? I know he was part of his community, but I thought that they became, like, pretty friendly. Maybe I'm just wrong. I don't know. Too much lore.
That's
out loud.
Those are
the same thing.
Someone
right?
with a superiority complex.
That's
like
a fragile ego. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I think Max said on that stream where he was like mind fucking Lav. One of the things he said, I think specifically, was that like, "Oh, do you trust me?" And she's like, "I'm not sure." And I think he said, "I found that if people can't trust me, they can't trust anyone." I think he said that.
What the fuck?
I think everybody in this room is kind of looking for a metric.
He said that? That's incredible. That's fucking psychotic, dude. Holy fuck. Damn.
Or like a way to judge people. I think we're all kind of looking in the wrong spot. I think that one of the best things to look at in a person is how they deal with criticism, because being in the sphere is highly contentious, and it's not whether or not is this person contentious or not, like Pixie was alluding to. I think it's, well, how do these people engage with criticism? Obviously Max is somebody that doesn't engage with criticism at all, or very well. Lav, same thing. I think you could find that similarity in a bunch of other...
Yeah, but I'm sure there's probably some people I've interacted with that I still like that don't engage with criticism that well. I'm sure that's...
Yeah, like Mr. Moon.
Well, it's not just like, well, does this person engage with criticism in a way that is productive? It's like, do they engage with criticism in a way that's destructive, right?
Yeah, I mean, okay, so I think it's one of those things where some people don't deal with criticism well, but that doesn't mean those people try to hurt everybody else and go like, fuck you, I'm going to take your entire career down because of it. They might be like, fuck, I hate this asshole because he criticized me. That's somewhat normal behavior. Not like, oh, I fucking hate this guy who criticized me. I'm going to fucking try to Me Too the fuck out of them. You know what I mean? Which seems to be a little bit more in line with what's happening. I have so much fucking rage, dude. It's insane, bro. Holy fuck, this build is insane. Warriors fucking banana boats. Holy fuck. It's crazy. Hold on, guys. We need to get the item.
Well, right. So I think that it's consistent. First of all, is that the sweet voice of Mind Waves I hear?
It is.
Okay, yeah. So I think it's pretty consistent that anytime Destiny goes up against someone, that even if they've been around a long time, the moment he turns on them, even if it's just political debate, we can point to Hassan, we can point to Vosh. The moment that there is that heavy disagreement, these people don't handle it well. And I think in real life, like, let's get out of the fucking streamer space. When you have a fight with a friend, I don't know about you guys, but I have a lot of friends that, like, I had a guy that I used to go down and get the fucking dollar burger night on Monday nights, and we'd shout. This was back when I was conservative. He was super liberal, and we would fight, and then the beers would come, we'd have the burgers, and we'd walk home because we were roommates and all that, and it was fine. That doesn't happen in this space because you then have thousands of people watching you as that unfolds, and people feel the need.
I also feel like part of it is that people don't really, they won't really do things privately anymore. A lot of stuff happens so publicly, and it's like out in the open. People don't settle like disputes privately anymore. Well,
need to defend themselves in super aggressive ways. They feel the need to lick their wounds in public, and it doesn't lead to like a healthy assessment of the situation. So everyone just decides to turn towards those who are comfortable and try to find a way to be okay. And it's consistent throughout. I can't think of too many people that Destiny has really severely disagreed with that have stuck around. It's usually the fucking conservatives that keep coming back for more. Nick and him have fought how many times about how many intense subjects in so many intense ways with screaming matches and all this other shit, and Nick still comes around. But these other people, there are very few. I can't think of too many that stay around after a big Destiny blow up. Can you guys?
Well, I'm not sure about that one, but I think that, like, it's not just because it's kind of two things, right, that you have to deal with in these in these situations as a, I don't know, person in the sphere, orbiter, whatever you want to call them. It's the interpersonal aspect, right, feuding with Destiny, right, for instance, and it's also the community aspect as well, right, because you might be able to like handle that one-on-one sort of like heated, contentious conversation, like back and forth or whatever, but like when it comes to, okay, well, how are you going to handle all of the pushback that you're going to get from the community, the lashback, all that shit, that's a whole other beast. And I think that just looking at the size of somebody's platform is one way to sort of gauge that. Like, all right, well, does this person have experience with dealing with pushback, having a large platform? But
okay, hold on. Okay, wrap your thing up, and everybody wrap it up and head out. I don't want like 30 people here. This isn't like the panel on discussing streamer relationships. Lycan, say your Lycan, final words.
Final words are just that don't ice out random little streamers. It's not that big a deal. You just have to accept that people are going to respond this way. It's a nature of the business, but you're going to fuck yourself if you forego those people. That's it.
Okay, love you, buddy. Mind Waves, final words.
Nah, just love you guys. Sorry for muddying the waters.
You're good. Have fun. Okay. Linus, anything else for me? Or keep going. What's up?
Sorry, this boss was like unnecessarily there. The hell?
See, I think you'll find a metric that works for you.
Dude, I feel like I feel like from the grand zoom out perspective, you can tell me if I'm crazy, but like Max's response is unhinged, right? Like the only way to make sense of that has to be through the lens of some type of, I don't want to say mental illness, but like some extreme like mental aberration, right? Like he's got to be way off fucking baseline.
I'm hoping, because listen, based on what I've been hearing in this conversation, part of me feels like even in this conversation, Destiny's being far too charitable to Mr. Girl. Honestly, I wouldn't doubt it if after this is all said and done, if they make up offline, Just the way that he's talking about it. There seem to be like almost like excuses. Like, yeah, it's possible that maybe there's a mental health thing. And maybe there is, but how the fuck did I pull this whole room? Dude, oh, you're so fucking cringe. I hate this game so much. I don't know. It just gives me like the idea that he might like end up like mending this bridge, this gap, when he really shouldn't. Because even if there is kind of like a mental illness issue there, like that doesn't mean like the behavior is so destructive. It's not like, oh, I had like a blow up and like I had a bad interaction. It's like, oh, we're not friends anymore. Well, I'm gonna fucking try to take you down and try to like fucking rewrite history. I don't know. But these 200, I have so much rage. Holy fuck, this is awesome. I don't know, bro. Sorry, I'm just fucking like distracted partially.
Well, I don't want to read minds, but
I'm not trying to say but like a normal person.
I just don't want to say that he's being crazy or whatever, right?
Well, that's kind of important for me because I have to evaluate my behavior going forward.
Let me tell you, I'm not saying that he's not doing something abnormal. I don't know, like that it's mental illness is basically what I'm saying. But if someone in my life, and I'm not a streamer guy, so this stuff doesn't really happen to me.
Streamer guy.
But if someone in my life were to go after me or try to get at my friends or try to dig up my past as a way to hurt me or attack me or my livelihood, I would cut them out of my life.
True. Yep.
You didn't answer my question.
I think Destiny's overthinking it.
What he's doing is horrible.
Yeah, but do you think it's warranted? Is this like if I treat somebody in this way, should I always expect this response?
No. Damn, bro. That's fucked. I feel bad for this guy.
Horrible.
Yeah, but do you think it's warranted? Is this like if I treat somebody in this way, should I always expect this response?
What an interesting question. Only reason I say that is because, like, again, Destiny's a smart guy, but he talks like he's like, I got it all figured out. He's like, I think I'm a good read on people. I think I'm a good read on this, on this. And then this keeps happening. I truly wonder, and this is not meant to be rude at all, but how do you think you're a good read on people if if this keeps happening and you're asking questions like that? Like,
horrible.
Yeah, but do you think it's warranted? Is this like if I treat somebody in this way, should I always expect this response?
No, of course not. Interested in what way? Talk to them and then like not overly protect them because it's like, like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to be a dickhead, but it's like one of those things where it's like, dude, you got to come to terms with, listen, I struggle with a similar issue where sometimes I'm very, very, very nice and charitable to people. And I'm going to tell you, without my wife, I don't think that I would be able to properly navigate everybody. Because like she does help me with like some of the interactions, like or some of the understanding and perceptions on different people. I'm not gonna lie to you. I talked to my wife about Mr.Girl, and she's like, "This guy's a fucking scumbag." And I was like, "I knew he was a scumbag, but like," and she's like, "No, like I listen to it. Like it's part of it. Like you know what I mean?" And like I don't know, maybe Dusty doesn't have that person in his life that he trusts so fully. Not she's not always right, but because that's fucking crazy, bro. Like the warning flag, the red flags were there from the start with Mr.Girl. Okay. The red, you know what I mean? Like, should have. I'm just saying. But damn, what a question.
No.
Oh, okay. How much responsibility do I ascribe to like Lav or Shaylin here? Did you see Shaylin?
Stop overthinking it and just like cut them off for now, and then like see how things unfold. You're probably in like a very emotional state. You should probably just like chill and try to, maybe to jerk off or something. I mean, this half a joke is also half like real. Try get a VR headset, bro. Change your life, brother.
Became a member.
Hey, thank you so much for the membership, Brianna B420. I don't know why I didn't read your name. What a stream elements is fucking sussy, bro.
I didn't.
I don't have the clip, but somebody said that. So somebody said that Shaylin said that when we first met, I was like incredibly rude or something. I don't have the logs because it was one of those temporary rooms, but I think Max said, oh, hey, if you ever want to talk to Shaylin, I'll add you guys to a room. And he added us both to a room, and I put like the little sweat stinny guy emote because it's funny, like, oh no, what's happening? And then he put us in a room, and then I think I friend requested her, and then I left the room. Because that's normally what you do in Discord. You're like, oh, you drag him into a room, you friend request, and then you're like out. And I did that. But then the way that she was talking about it was she was like, oh, he was incredibly rude. And or apparently that's what people said in chat. I couldn't listen because I was playing D&D. But I'm like, what? I don't know how that was incredibly rude at all. Was that the classic gaslighting maneuver? Oh, wait, hold on, let me listen to this real quick.
I'll just ask, what are your thoughts on Destiny?
I would say I have moral beef with Destiny, but I also have personal beef with Destiny, which I don't think he knows about this. Maybe he does.
Have you spoken that way?
We were in a group chat at one point, and he was
terrible. Has anybody in here watched this full video before?
Terrible. Not directly terrible, but just like really dismissive. Max was just trying to like introduce us to say like hello, and he just posted the sweat stinny thing.
Who's this girl?
And I was like, what a douchebag.
Like,
just ask.
And I might be crazy, but that's how it works.
What girl is this?
Works for email. That's what we're usually like. Oh, you drag two people in a group and then you add friends and then you leave. Like that's it. And we're friends. I friend requested her on Discord and we're friends now. I think
I know the left guy's Chud Logic, right? But who's the girl on the right?
she'd be, yeah, we're friends on Discord. Like, that was the point.
Yeah, I think
maybe she didn't see.
Maybe she doesn't understand that that dynamic.
No, she did see it because we're friends. She accepted me. We're friends on Discord now. Like,
I mean, if you're putting a hit piece,
that's Mr. Girl's girlfriend. Is that Mr. Girl's girlfriend? Oh man, God bless you, young lady. You're in my thoughts and prayers. I'm not even like that religious. But holy fuck, I feel terrible for this girl. You know,
piece out on someone, you're not exactly going to speak nicely about them to the public.
Yeah, I guess. Jesus.
Yeah, the responsibility that you ascribe to Lav and Shaylin.
The what? To Lav and Shaylin? Say that again.
Yeah, you're asking about how much responsibility you ascribe to them. If it were me, it would hurt a lot if someone was trying to hurt me.
Flash of brilliance.
And then I had friends who I thought were close, regardless of whether or not, like I felt like they were manipulated or not. I don't know that I could be friends with those people.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's generally my experience. Is that I think I've said this before. Is usually when somebody in the background feels like when somebody's like fighting for somebody in the background, I just give those fights up because I don't want to be like I don't want to feel like I have to fight for somebody's friendship against another manipulator. It feels so stupid to me. Like I'm not gonna waste my time. You either like me.
Another manipulator? Are you one of the manipulators? Essay. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
It's all pan.
Yeah,
it's all
it seems pretty
sense.
simple.
It's all making sense, dude. Self-report, dude.
I think you got it all figured out.
Well, yeah, I guess after another episode 12 of I'm gonna go full hard and backstab Destiny as hard as I can over the dumbest shit in the world over a subreddit ban.
Absolutely. Dude. Oh, he got subreddit banned. Well, Destiny, you asking for it at that point? Come on, bro. You banned Mr. Girl from your subreddit. Like that's a mortal sin. That's a mortal sin, bro. What was he saying in the subreddit that got him banned? Like, why did Destiny feel the need to ban him?
Well, maybe. I don't know. Who knows why he decided to do it? He might have actually legitimately felt like this. Like that might have pushed him a little bit or something. I don't know, but you can imagine a world in which he just like stumbles onto the Anna story and then starts to dig in a path, starts to dig in a tunnel.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's always hard because it seems like sometimes when it's related to him, there's like he's got like an infinite amount of nuance to explain why a woman can say no directly to his face, but he can still fuck them, and it's actually a-okay. But then in other situations, like Dr. K is the ultimate abuser. Like
bro,
it feels like
no. Let's say because dude. Because I've listened to like these conversations with Destiny, Mr. Girl, other people. There are like these weird times where this guy will have fucking nuance brain when it comes to certain topics in such a weird way. But then the second that it's like his perspective, it's just like you just like everything's dumb as fuck. Like he has such a dumbed down version of like an event. Like I noticed when he was talking about trans issues, like Mr. Girl usually is very nuanced. But like when it comes to trans issues, all of a sudden it's like, oh, like there's no level of intelligence there when he engages with that kind of shit. I remember that from like his conversation with like Destiny, Buck Angel, and some other people. It was like bizarre. Like he's not very consistent in the way that he engages with stuff. He doesn't always critically engage with content. It's very interesting. He just turns it off when he doesn't feel like he needs to be intelligent anymore.
Level of intelligence, you can craft these narratives that make any action you want like post hoc either excusable or inexcusable.
Well, I think what you just said is pretty uncharitable. He just has one video about that, right?
Well, but he's defended that take a million times, and he'll continue to defend it.
Yeah, but it's a one incidental experience.
It's not just an Dr. K is the ultimate abuser. Like it feels like when you reach a certain level of intelligence, you can craft these narratives that make any action you want like post hoc either excusable or inexcusable.
Well, I think what you just said is pretty uncharitable. He just has one video about that, right?
Well, but
why would you be uncharitable to somebody trying to fucking? Who cares if it's not that charitable? I agree with it overall. But like, yeah, this guy's trying to fucking like ruin your career. Like like that's not normal behavior. So like it gets you the brain starts going, oh, this person's capable of trying to destroy me if I disagree with them. Oh fuck. Well, you know what? Maybe they're a little bit more sussy, like a character from Among Us, than I thought.
But he's defended that take a million times, and he'll continue to defend
it. It's one incidental experience.
It's not just an incidental experience; it's a defense of that experience. Didn't he literally say like sometimes when a girl says no, she means yes? That's a pretty fucking wild statement to make. No,
I don't. Is it though? I mean,
yes, it's a wild statement.
I would say in the context of that video, yeah, I would say it was a pretty wild statement.
I don't sure. Okay, have the same.
I would.
That's always a wild statement. Listen. There are, if you want to be super nuanced, there are such times where like bro, it's not even like enough. Okay. The trope that like when a girl says no, they mean yes. It doesn't mean that like the girls want you to like rape them. It's like these little moments where like you push a little bit of a boundary. Like it's really not like super duper fucking explicit. It's definitely like no girl. There's very few girls I'll say that want you to just rape them on the off chance that they want to be raped. You know what I mean? Like that's just not normal. Like the whole yes is no thing. Like I would steer clear from like that kind of weird fucking rhetoric. That's just fucking bananas, dude. Like, here's a good example of like a woman will say no, but they really mean yes. So my wife today, hey, what do you want to get for dinner? Oh, I don't know. What do you want? Oh, do you like? What if we went to like the Chinese buffet? Oh, I don't know if I want that. Guess what? This fucking bitch wanted that. By the end of our conversation, she's like, yeah, I actually really am in the mood for that. So I was like, why the fuck didn't you just tell me that? Right? That's a good example of like a woman being fucking stupid. But like that doesn't mean that usually, yeah, I'm just fucking rape this girl. She might like it. Like that's not, you know what I mean? Like that's two very, very different things. Okay, these are two very different. Fucking, goddamn, the food conversation with my fucking wife, dude, is the worst. What do you want to eat today? Oh, I don't know. What do you want to eat today? Then I got to list like 17 different things that we might want to have for the day, and then I have to see which. Like I have to watch her face as she does through all of them, and then I got to boil it down to like 2 final fucking contenders, and then I have to try to guess the right one, and then I get it wrong, and then she's like, well, actually, and then there we go. It's like a 15-minute fucking process to see. Meanwhile, I'm just looking to put garbage in my mouth. I just want to put fucking garbage in my mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't have to fucking debate about this. Just fuck. That's just how I feel. Sorry, guys. I love you too.
Like I can imagine literally having somebody say to my face, no, and like, I think you want it. And then you them, you're like, yeah, I think generally sometimes that's the case. But maybe that's just me. I might just play on the cautious side. I don't know. I do agree that there's like a nuanced take that you can have about like, I do agree with that. Well, hold on. I'm sorry. Let me back up. I do agree that there is like a really complicated nuanced take you can have around that conversation. It's just irritating that it seems like he is selective when he applies that like lens of hyper nuance, you know?
Yeah, that is irritating.
Yeah, that's the irritating part. Like if he had that same lens through all things, it's like, okay, yeah, I can follow you on this. Because the conversations are interesting or whatever, you know? Relating to like, yeah, because that is complicated,
lens, when it's his nuanced lens, that makes his point. And then when it's time to come to the applying the nuance to your point, well, it's you know, there's no room. Yeah, I think that's pretty typical.
Yeah,
this is pretty good.
I feel like, I know you don't want to assign more responsibility to Lab, but I feel like you should. And the reason why I say that is because I feel like she's willingly like going, like ever since like he decided to leave the orbit, she's like continuously gone back to him, even though like he does enable her behavior. And I feel like she kind of knows that to a certain extent, because I feel like otherwise she wouldn't like keep running back to his stream, right? And I think like on top of that, I think she shares that same mindset that he has of always being the savior somehow.
Well, I think if I had to guess, the way that the interactions go is on a really basic level, she probably enjoys the attention that she gets on the stream. Everybody, I enjoy the attention. Like we all as streamers, we all like the attention. It feels good to talk on a big platform with a lot of people here. So that's probably one.
Oh, wait, there's
on a slightly more deeper level, at least at one point in time, I know that she was close friends with me or closer friends with me. And I also know that she probably enjoyed the conversation that she was having. There were like some really complicated, like really challenging, really critical conversations she was having. So those things were probably fun. But every time she had a negative experience here, of which there are going to be negative experiences, of course, I think that Max was capitalizing on that every time, basically saying like, oh my God, look at that negative experience you had. Like, see, it's because you're being abused. It's because these people are abusers. Like, let me save you. I left that orbit just to bring you out. Like, I left just for you, Lab. I knew that I had to leave because it was the only way to pull you out and come join my orbit. Like, it's like the standard, like, isolate the victim narrative and shit to prove that everybody else is abusive and they're the one that are going to save you, you know?
Okay, I guess my question is, do you think when she was talking about, because I feel like she's trying to offload all the criticisms that were given to her as basically misogyny, as an extension of that. And I don't think, maybe I'm wrong, that Max put that into her head. I feel like that is just the narrative that she took because it was what soothed, I guess, her ego the most. And I feel like when it comes to people like that, like that's dangerous because they'll just find anything to basically latch onto so that they don't have to take that criticism to heart and change.
Yeah. Do you think I should blacklist them? Or should I, like, actually? Linus, do you think that's appropriate? By blacklist, I mean I won't associate with anyone that associates with them. So I basically say if you've had like Lab or Mr. Girl on your show, I'm not associating with you for at least 30 days after the last appearance. What do you think that's like?
I think it's not a bad idea to decide to disconnect yourself from these people for sure. Yeah, that's a normal human interaction. Yeah.
Like actually abusive.
That feels spiteful to me.
No, it's normal. I think that talking about it on stream isn't. Well, there's like 500 instances, and I keep getting the same fucking ones. Like, oh my God, I love these ones so much. That's why. This must be why I keep getting them. This is a conversation that like just should not be had publicly. Like only because like you need to keep some of your fucking life private. You got to get a little bit of that little Tobs out of there. That terminally online brain. Have a conversation with that with somebody you confide in offline. This isn't something that you should talk about online. I don't think it comes off as vindictive. I think it comes off as protective. Like, it's fine. You don't have to interact with people if they're fucking scumbags. Oh, I'm overpulling. We are going to wipe. Oh, titties in my piss. Oh, shit. I fucked up so bad. I got a little too goblin over there.
It is. But I mean, like, they're literally trying to fucking... She's calling you Harvey Weinstein.
If you want to spite people, you want to spite people. I'm just saying that's just it's spiteful.
I just feel like it's mental health.
No. It's not what he wants to be, but it's spiteful.
I think these people obviously have like some sick obsession with you, and I think honestly it's not even spiteful. I think it would be good for their mental health to have like some level of like complete disengagement, because I feel like otherwise they're going to keep trying to claw back in one way or another. And I feel like in the upcoming, like, it's not that you shouldn't talk about anything relating to them, but I feel like they're going to try their hardest to, I guess, bait you in a way because it feeds into their delusions.
Check it out, dude.
I think that's just called boundaries. I don't think that's spite-based behavior.
Well, but it's a little bit of, it's a boundary to not have them on my stream. It's more aggressive to tell other people that I don't want them on their streams. Like that's not a boundary. That's like,
that's why you don't announce it. Then it doesn't become a problem if you're not like explicitly announcing it. That's the problem, is that you're like you're announcing it, then it like, yeah, it can come off as spiteful. Just don't do it. You know, if there's somebody who regularly interacts with him, just disconnect yourselves from them to some degree. And you don't have to announce every one of your moves, you know?
Like me trying to like...
To people who've watched this already, how much of this conversation is like relevant? Like, real question. Like, how much, or is it just kind of them going back and forth talking about stuff? Is there anything that like comes back that's like super necessary? Because it kind of feels like we've exhausted everything here.
Trying to hurt, yeah. You're trying to hurt people, yeah.
Maybe.
It's very, one of the weird things that I don't like, and this was the case for Bob 7, it's still the case for Denims, and it's the case for a couple other people lurking in the background. It's very irritating when I have people that are like actively working in the background to turn people against me on some really weird shit. It's very annoying. So like, it would be irritating if Lav continues showing up in these circles that I show up in, and then she starts to make friends. I can be friends with anybody, and if I don't like someone else, that's fine, that's chill, but I don't think they can. I think that if they're friends with these people, they're always going to be trying to turn them against me. That's the only worry that I have. When I play neutral there, it's kind of like a game theory thing. I feel like I always get over, not a game, like a prisoner's dilemma thing. Like if me and Lav and Mr.Girl are all part of any mutual group of friends, I'll be chill with them even if I don't like them, but they'll constantly be trying to tell those other people he's a sociopath, he's an abuser, like blah, 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 you know?
Does Mr.Girl have a ton of friends?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm shocked.
Yeah, but Lav does, maybe, kind of.
Kind of.
Mr.Girl's side is better? What does that mean? What do those words mean that are coming up?
I don't know. I feel like people like that are going to have a very hard time ever having true friends because it feels like they only surround themselves with other people who agree with them. And that's just dangerous.
Well, how about those midterms?
Yeah, nice.
I was the politics streams.
Fuck you.
This is kind of like a Walmart Bob 7.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, hold on. Bob 7 is the Walmart Mr. Girl, okay?
Oh, okay.
Mr. Girl's way better at being manipulative and shit.
Well, that's an FT.
The most entertaining part was when one person who confronts Destiny with his wife and tells him to go to therapy and stop confronting unhinged people later on. Wait,
Okay,
that's
so
good.
I'll see you later, boss.
Yeah,
that's a good
I'll
point.
show you up in the dungeon later, okay? To see you and all the other female orbiters that I've chained up down there. Bye.
Okay, bye.
The big secret. The secret. Are you worried about that?
Do you know what that is, don't you?
Yeah.
Just fuck it. Yeah, fuck it. I mean, it wouldn't make me look bad, but it would suck. But
what's the big secret?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, at this point, there's not much I can do, and I don't respond to blackmail, so.
That's a good stance.
Yeah. Plus, if people find out that I fucked your mom, woo yeah.
Yeah, she's kind of losing it, so it'd be pretty weird.
Oh, that's pretty weird. I'm sorry. Never mind.
That's pretty weird.
Okay. Jeez. I'm trying to think of because once we cut this stream, I'm doing a content ban on all of their shit. I don't want any of them getting any attention from my shit anymore.
Oh my god, this is.
I think maybe if you want to get ahead of things a little.
I don't feel like I have to get ahead of anything. The only story that he had was Anna's. I don't think any other girl. I don't think it's gonna like.
And well, that's what I'm saying. I was about to say, explaining how you feel and how your relationship with Anna evolved.
So fucking annoying.
I think would probably be a good idea because
say what? Say the last part.
Just talking about how your relationship with Anna evolved over time. I think a lot of people in your community are very confused as to why you would have been messaging Anna for the past year.
Yeah, I mean, we were friends up until I left Pennsylvania. Then began the 2 years of like back and forth insanity. Was it 2 years? I think
it's like 2 years ago.
Yeah, and then I think about a year ago, it started to get things were chill. Like she hadn't talked about me for a while. I think there was even a panel that we'd all gone on. And I think she like even me about the end. I think for the most part, I think actually things are fine. Because I kept telling her, like, bro, like if you just like stop obsessing about it publicly, like people will move on. Like it's fine, just like chill. Like nobody. The only reason people keep talking about it is because you bring it up. And she seemed to agree with that. And then I think about a year ago, I think that like it was basically chill. We weren't ever fighting personally anymore. We started talking privately, friendly, texting, whatever the fuck. And then that's been chill every now and then. She'll have like a loop stream where she'll see something on Kiwi Farms or she'll see something on a subreddit. She's like, oh, somebody call me stalker. I'm going to correct the record. She'll do a stream. I usually just ignore it. And then she'll message me later about it. And she'll like, oh, what about this and this? And I'm like, bro, none of this matters. And then like a day or two later, she's like, oh, okay, I looped, whatever. And then that's it. And that's more or less been like a relationship for like the past year. Like I don't think like absent like Max, none of that is like ever going to blow up again. Like I think she's like generally like, okay, like pretty chill, especially after I tried to make a better understanding of like the OCD stuff. That's all been like pretty chill, yeah.
Yeah, so the OCD stuff was something that was causing a lot of turmoil, causing a lot of argument, causing a lot of, it wasn't something you had to deal with, it wasn't something you were aware of, but you still liked her as a person.
Yeah, I mean, she's interesting to talk to, yeah.
Yeah, and then once you understood the OCD stuff and how to deal with it, then your relationship was better.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's still gonna be hard to be able to kind of understand because what was on stream was really intense, right?
Yeah, of course,
we're gonna agree to stop being friends, we're done, and then behind the scenes you're still talking. But I think, I think you really like her as a person.
Yeah, she's a different chat with everything, yeah, for sure. And like generally, aside from like that whole blow up of like all the crazy shit, probably like we don't have like any problems chatting or whatever. There's not like weird shit going on or anything.
Yeah.
Okay, I just have 2 things before I leave, or 2 more possible litmus tests. I don't know if these would work in reality. I don't know enough streamer personalities. I think if somebody is consistently not being charitable towards you and taking like the worst interpretation or taking what you're saying to like extremes, basically, then, you know, that's probably a personality type that you should be more suspect of. And I guess like also people can't let others go, because same thing with Anna and Lav and Mr. Girl, it seems like they get stuck on this idea or on this want, and they don't know how to let it go. And that's why they keep bringing it over and over and over and over again instead of taking a break. So maybe those 2 things are things that you should look out for.
Yeah, maybe. Although I think Max was pretty charitable when we were talking usually, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Or it's hard, I guess I have to repeat things a lot, but yeah. I don't know.
I think calling you abusive over, I don't know, the Reddit stuff was weird to me, but I'm not.
I think that if somebody displays very clear manipulative and abusive behavior, you probably just shouldn't be their friend. Especially if you're saying like, yeah, he's literally a rapist. Like you knew this information before he went nuclear on you. And so like now it's a red flag after, you know what I mean? It's like, come on. You know, you knew better the whole time. You know what I mean? Like, and it's I get it's Mr. Girl's fault, but like, holy fuck, you know what I mean? Like, who could have seen this coming? The ancient prophecy. He couldn't have predicted this. That fucking ancient prophecy could never have predicted this happening.
Not in the space enough to know if that's just him being him, or being charitable or not.
Yeah, maybe.
The only other thing maybe that you might want to quote unquote get ahead of is you kind of always had the image of you trying to sleep with all the women on stream.
Okay, hold on. Here's the natural progression of things, okay? Generally, I'm friends with a woman, and generally, if she's single, usually we'll start flirting, and usually there'll be some sex activity. It's not like I'm bringing people on to fuck them, or like I'm trying or whatever. Like, there have been some people that I flirted with, they're like, oh, like I don't. It's like, okay, cool. And then there've been a lot of people that flirted with me, and it's like, okay, that's cool. Like, there's a lot of people that reach out to me first, even, and then,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And the meme is like,
well, yeah, and they know that he also is open, so they know that there's like a shot to do that shit too. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I understand that's probably what happens too. Like, women like to fuck too, you know. And then, you know, some women probably think that they can change him. Personal experience, women really think they can change everybody. I can change him. I can get him to divorce his wife and be with me just by myself. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like some women are fucking crazy, bro. You know what I mean? That's why the manosphere is right. Women are fucking stupid as shit. Just kidding. But no, some women do that kind of stuff. So maybe that's part of it. I don't know.
So you women on
sure, that's the meme, yeah. But I don't, obviously not all of them, right? There's at least like 3 or 4. Yeah.
I mean, I think after this, the meme's going to be bigger.
Probably, sure, but
so, you know.
But oh yeah, Lav openly admitted that she flirted first. Yeah, so like, what am I? Yeah, like I'm not gonna turn somebody down like that. Damn, what do you want me to do?
Yeah, I know people feel weirdly about people that have a lot of sex with people.
Sure,
a lot.
Well, the issue in my mind comes from when people start treating people differently because of it. Like I think that's the big issue. But like I said, I always welcome somebody
because they have sex with you, or because you're having sex with a lot of people.
No, because I'm having sex with them. So one of the things that triggered the fuck out of me was when Lav would come on and she would imply that I was treating Cherry like differently than her because me and Cherry had hooked up. That was triggering the fuck out of me because the only reason she could use that argument publicly was because nobody knew that me and her hooked up. So she was making me look less credible, and then people were looking at me like, oh wow, well maybe that's true because Destiny, you know, slept with that person, blah blah blah. And it's like, okay, well, what am I supposed to say, you know? But I think like generally, like I'm pretty good at separating out like sex and no sex. Like there have been people I don't have sex with, there are people I used to and I don't anymore, but like they can still come on, they can go out, whatever the fuck they want to do. Like I think I'm pretty fair to most people. And usually like a lot of people accuse me of simping for are people that I'm not. Like for instance, like I guess I don't know if this counts as a league or an anti-league. Like me and the Brittany Simon, we've never done anything or even had a sexual conversation ever, not even a single time. And if we ever fight in the future, she can league all of our games, never ever. But I bet there's a lot of people that would assume like, oh, he defends Brittany so much, she's probably no, not at all, nothing even remotely sexual with her. But like yeah, so it's just annoying that like if people want to assume that I am a lot of people, that's fine. But when they jump to like, oh, the only reason he's defending that person is I'm sex, no, that's not true. Why the fuck would I do? I'm not that. I don't need to be that desperate for people. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't personally think that your sex with someone has any bearing on how you treat them on stream.
Thanks.
It might unintentionally. I mean, you know, I guess. I mean, it's feel like it doesn't matter. You know?
That to me, I just feel like it's very easy to paint that narrative.
Yeah, of course.
But it's also ridiculous.
The one narrative that I was scared of that Max could do that would be hard for me to speak against is there is going to be like
it's probably not like super explicitly different. You know what I mean?
Natural pressure, or not a natural pressure, a natural pattern of like somebody comes on, they're on stream more, we start talking, we start flirting, and we have sex or whatever, some shit like that, and then eventually like we talk less, they show up on stream less, we don't do anything sexual or whatever, and that's like the natural like pattern of like people coming in and out of my life. But if you could find like 5 or 6 people, you might be able to paint the story. It's like, oh my god, well look, as soon as they stop fucking, he stopped bringing them on stream. When in reality, well no, it's just like we stop talking, like we just talk less, and then they just don't show up anymore. Like that just happens, you know. But yeah, I guess if you have enough, you can always like paint like really weird patterns and shit.
Yeah, I think you have a lot of relationships with people that involve sex.
Yeah, maybe yeah.
Like more than the average person, certainly.
Maybe yeah.
Yeah, and I think this is just going to be a side effect of being that type of person.
Yeah, maybe. At the same time. I guess.
If you have a lot of sex with people and you hang out with a lot of the people you have sex with, you're just going to look that way.
Yeah, maybe. True. Well,
it's true.
It'll be hard for people to understand, but yeah,
it is what it is.
It is what it is.
That's why I gotta try not to
anything else for us? Any other wise words from Lannis on our bi-monthly?
Call of Duty Warzone launches on the 16th. Be sure to preload that. All right, see you later.
Yeah, fun. Peace out. Wait, would you pull the plug on Max's site if you were me?
No.
You wouldn't?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't like hurting other people because they hurt me.
Yeah, I generally don't, but my approach is way more Machiavellian, and that's that like leaving his site up doesn't really hurt me at all. And if I leave it up, man, I look really good faith. That's kind of my
I think you'd look like a very compassionate person if you left his site up.
But it is insane, and then I have to worry about like in the future. Like,
wait, is he saying? Is that part of what he's saying? He wants to leave it up because it'll make him look like a good person. I don't know, man. I would just say take it down just to disconnect from this person, and to not have a connection with them. I actually kind of need to pull this, or it's gonna get pulled later. So let's pull it now.
If he grows more and he like manages to turn the world against me, and I'm literally like, and I like platformed it the whole time, am I like making a stupid mistake?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I do think so.
Yeah. No,
not even from the platform perspective. Like it doesn't have to be that deep. It's one of those things where it's like, hey, this is weird. It's one of those things where it's like, hey, listen, this person and I have a massive falling out. Like I don't want, and to a point where it's like toxic and harmful. I don't want to be associated with them anymore, and so I'm going to pull their plug. I'm not saying don't consume this person's content, but I just can't like that. I can't like have this open thing on there. That's how I would do it. You know,
I don't think so. If that happens, I don't think that you can look at that and say that's a mistake, because if you value being a compassionate person, you are being a compassionate person.
Yeah, I generally do. I don't think you should shoot somebody over if there's no, like, there's a lot of people that I like vindictively could have, there's a lot of people that I could vindictively over, but I don't. I typically don't do that unless, you know. But damn, you motherfuckers literally trying to like multi-me to me.
I know.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Jesus.
Have you talked to him about it? Try to talk to him about it?
Privately? No, I was gonna message it, but he's like, he acts cool in DMs, and that just drives me crazy. But yeah, I don't know what, I have no idea what a private conversation like. But Lab started like basically leaking like every single thing tonight, and if she's gonna like go public with everything, then I feel like I better go live and just start talking.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's, I agree. I'm not saying that you should have done that or you could have done that. I was just wondering. Anyway, I'm gonna head off.
Okay, I love you, buddy. Have fun. See you later.
See you later.
Bye. What's up, Bing?
Dude, the empath Olympics are over.
Who won?
None of them. It's a cancer.
Oh, no.
Linus misdiagnosed you. I'm sorry, man. There's only one way to fight this cancer. You need radiation. You need fucking chemo. It's time to hit up the rift, baby.
No, okay, you're gone. Get out of here. Okay.
Dude, what do you mean, dude? I don't know what the meme he was specifically talking about, but I like this guy's style, bro. Sometimes you got to go a little bit suspicious, like a character from Slender Man. You know what I mean, dude? Sometimes you got to go crazy. Well, not go crazy, but sometimes you just got to like fucking get rid of shit, you know?
True. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. None of this shit happens on the Rift. You never see stuff like this on the Rift, guys. How responsible are people who get manipulated for their actions? It feels like you're giving Lav a lot more of a free pass than she deserves. I get DGG is pretty insulty sometimes, but this feels like an example of benevolent sexism from where I stand. If this were a dude, would you be giving them this level of charity? I really think that this is just the other side of the same coin. If this earns me a ban, so be it. Why are you such a martyr?
I mean, yeah. I mean, they have a good point. Like, you know, they have a good point, bro. Like, I understand not wanting to completely shit on her because you feel like she's being manipulated, but then also, like, you know, give her a little bit of agency over herself, give her some responsibility for her actions, because now she just gets to be like, I got manipulated. And it's like, yeah, maybe, but like, you know, this is like some pretty baseline level of manipulation. Like, the guy has no actual physical power over her. This Mr. Girl knows exactly, you know, like it knows where she is and is threatening her. Like, so why be so charitable? Fuck, I keep hitting the wrong buttons.
Shut up, you fucking loser. For Lab,
yeah, like stunned for 5 seconds.
It's not a really sexism thing. I mean, it kind of is because her background is sex work, I guess, which could only work for like a woman. But I sincerely think there could be men. Like, I think that Mr. Girl engenders like a certain type of relationship with his fans that a lot of men could very easily fall prey to as well. But Lab just happens to be a woman, I think. What techniques does Max use to manipulate? Well, it's a little late to analyze now. I was finally starting to go over some. I don't normally point them out as I see them because I don't want to be like weird. But I started to point out a few that he did in that last conversation. I think that it's hard to put into words. Some things are hard to put into words. He's very good at being emotionally vulnerable. I would have to think about this a lot. This is the feeling, and these thoughts are not like solidified. Oh shit, hold on.
You know what's interesting though, by the way, guys, that they're making it so that you can play with Alliance or Horde characters, even in Mythic Pluses and stuff. So I'm excited about that, dude.
That'll actually make me lose my mind. I'm sorry. Let me
gouge you into fuck.
Let me refocus. Who's here?
So, some viewer call-ins now or what?
Well, no, fuck you. Get out. Trying to think of how to phrase this. It sounds so weird because all of this shit is so schizo. I need to have a stream where I just like mindfuck somebody. And then I can shit because I don't think anybody believes in it. I used to do all this shit in my like early mid-20s. So when I see it. It's very, very, very easy, right? It's very easy to pick something out like this. Okay. Let me walk you through a type of interaction that you can have with somebody. Okay. If I'm trying to get somebody to be close to me, This is one of the reasons why I hate when red pill losers say this shit too, because it's exactly wrong. If you show vulnerability to somebody, they feel like they're getting a certain level of trust. This is a behavior that I think Max does a lot. What you do is you show vulnerability to somebody, but it's actually a false vulnerability. You make it look like you're very vulnerable, you're very sensitive, you're very on edge. Anything they say could push you over. You don't really have even control of your own emotion right now, but you're actually very in control. But they think that they've stepped into an area where they have a lot of control over you, where you're the one that's very sensitive. And when you've got them in that sort of interaction, and Max does this a lot when he talks to people, when you've got them in that sort of interaction, it's very easy to control the flow of the conversation in such a way that it makes them feel like they're in charge and they're in control and they're getting a very vulnerable side of you. But in reality, they're manipulating you like the entire time. If I was having a conversation with somebody and I'm like, let's say, it's so hard. Let's say that this is something I think Max said before. Let's say I want somebody to really trust me, okay? Like I might have a conversation where I talk about how hard it is for me to let people to get close to me. Wow. And I feel like I want to trust this person a lot, but it's really, really, really hard for me to get to that level where I feel like I can kind of share something. But if they're willing to, if I'm going to open up to them, I just hope that they understand that that level of vulnerability that I'm showing is something that they can appreciate, because I don't show that.
You know what's interesting though? Like I've had conversations like that, like private conversations with people that say that to me, like, you know, like ex-partners and stuff. Like that's appropriate. If somebody that like I just started having a conversation with ever said that shit to me, I'd probably stop being I'd probably stop talking about it. Because I just think that you're like, not even because I think you're being manipulated, I just think you're being weak. Like you're gonna go and you're gonna tell, I'm sorry, you're gonna go tell somebody you barely know this shit. I have a hard time. Okay, you know, maybe talk to somebody who fucking cares. Like, I'm not trying to be an asshole, but sometimes, like, listen, I like people. I can't necessarily be friends with super sensitive people. That doesn't mean that they're bad people. We don't always vibe. You know what I'm saying, dude? I could be a little bit I'm a little bit of a loudmouth. I say what's on my mind. If anybody remembers the story what I told about my scoutmaster, I'm like kind of like my old scoutmaster. Like my old scoutmaster makes a lot of jokes. He's very expressive about his opinions and everything, but like very open to like being too much. Like it's like, oh, like, you know, I talk about how my mother, like a lot of people had problems with him because he'd be able to say some of the things that he probably shouldn't have said, and then my mom would be like, hey, you gotta knock it off. Like, oh, sorry. That was it. Like he wasn't an asshole. He just like, you know, he's a little bit opinionated. I tend to be like that, so I can't necessarily be like super big friends with like more sensitive people. So it's just it doesn't make them bad people. It's just I understand that I don't vibe with everybody, you know.
You can do shit like that, and when somebody hears that in their mind, they're thinking like, holy shit, like he's showing something so special. Like, yeah, I do trust you. And in their mind,
like, opening up isn't the weakness. It's like opening up so quick to somebody you don't really know. Like I consider that, like, you know, you got to be a little better. That's a fucking long pull range, bro. That's so.
They're in charge of the interaction. They feel like they're the one that is like, holy shit, I need to take care of this person here. And they feel like they're the ones that are making the decision to actually get close to you in that situation. This is something that Max does a lot to people, and it's a really effective way at like bringing somebody like into your bubble. And now they super trust you, like, everything's super cool, and you've played them the entire time. And he's done that interaction with people a lot. I didn't point it out because I feel shitty. It's like, oh, he's fake crying, because it's more than just like, it's more than a fake cry. Like it's a whole process of showing a fake vulnerability to somebody to bring them in really close and then present them with a list of options. Like they have total control of you, but you're walking them through the steps of how you want them to behave the entire time. These are like advanced manipulator tactics. Like, you don't normally see people do this, but Max does this openly to a ton of people. A really, really good example was with Lav, when he convinced Lav to leave my community, but he did the thing where he pulled back right at the end, where he's saying, you should leave, you should leave, you should leave. And then like right at the end, where she's like, I think I should leave. And he's like, you don't have to.
How do you leave the community? I don't understand. Like, what does that mean to leave Destiny's community? What does that mean? I don't understand. Like what is, I really just don't get it. Like, how did, like, wouldn't you just like, hey, you know what? I don't like this guy anymore. I'm not going to talk to him. Like, why do we have to announce everything? It's got to be such like a big, open, explicit thing. It's weird. I don't know. What does leaving a community mean?
And now she's like, she feels like she was almost there, but now he's like trying to pull back. The feeling in her mind is, oh God, he doesn't want to control me. He wants me to choose my own, but he doesn't want to feel like he's forcing me to do something. Yes, I will make this choice. Like, it's that kind of feeling that you're like pulling in their mind.
I should leave Steven's orbit because it's in some way bad for Lav if I stay.
Did he leave my orbit for Lav?
2 weeks notice? Hey guys, I'm leaving Destiny's orbit. My 2-week notice.
Shit. You're gonna make me kill myself.
Oh shit. That's crazy, bro.
Max, you're not my dad.
Oh my goodness.
Max, you're not my dad.
I'm not supposed to just set an example for you. I'm supposed to set an example for me and the audience and just people.
The audience?
And you made it very clear that you think we're self-harming the exact same way.
Self-harming?
So like
self-harming.
Whoa.
I'm not saying
being part of Destiny's orbit is self-harm. Holy fuck, I never thought of it like that. Holy shit, I'm gonna come. Oh my God. You think that there was just, what did you say? What kind of porn did you say that it was? What the fuck? Wait, I saw that before. I just processed it. Emotional pornography. Wow. What the fuck? I just got teleported. Wow. That's kind of hot, dude. That sounds like Tumblr porn, you know, but I can't do reading. I can't read. That's how, I just can't do it, bro. I can't do it.
That this is necessarily abusive, but like, I left that community so that you could be smart enough to leave that community, so that
I guess
we could. That seems a little weird, but okay, I don't know about that one.
And Destiny's editor putting in overtime here.
You think I should leave? It's looking pretty good. I think.
Destiny's Orbers need to unionize.
I can't.
Yeah, hell yeah, brother.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think I'll leave, but I think I'll leave, but I don't want to make a mistake
Tancture
of
is
it.
so boring compared to Warrior. I like the Warrior.
Yeah. I do like Steven a lot.
Me too.
So then why are you?
And I like his message.
He's a lovable guy.
He is.
Uh-oh, but I'm an abuser.
It's a lovable guy, but he's just so.
This is a lot, though. The whole thing's a lot.
I like Destiny so much. He's just so.
Hurricane local statement. Wait, is there another hurricane coming to me?
I just like him so much.
Tropical storm. Gotcha.
Tropical storm.
Wow, how is he crying? What's happened? Did I miss something?
You don't have to leave.
Ugh. And like watching it happen to somebody else is like, yeah, he did that while crying. Oh, it's so fucking annoying to watch shit like that play. And I want to say something, but maybe I will. Maybe from now on I'll start pointing shit out like this when I see it. But I don't know. It's just dumb because it feels.
How did Max? He cried, bro. Like listen. Sometimes I've gotten emotionally vulnerable on stream before. And online and stuff. Always embarrassed in the backhand of it. You know what I mean? Like after everything's settled, I'm like, damn, I wish I was a little more controlled. Like I got emotional, like justifiably, but that doesn't mean that I want to like present myself that way. I wonder if that's how Max feels, or if he just like loves to just be a real piece of shit and like weaponize those emotions, even or fake emotions. You know.
Mind ready from my perspective. Like I don't want to like point this out, like ooh, but like it's ugh. Have you always noticed these tactics only recently? No, I especially noticed them when Max, okay, the first time I really paid attention to Max doing this.
What does a Destiny Orbiter mean, by the way? Because, like, I'll probably chat with the guy here and there in the future, but, like, is an Orbiter somebody who's just constantly talking to him? Because that feels a little boring to me. Like, I'd rather come on, play World of Warcraft, and then watch a video about some fucking, you know, I don't know, some fucking random-ass person. That's the, you know what I mean? Like, how do you talk that much? Talking is too fucking draining, especially since my wife always, no, I'm just kidding. No, but seriously.
Is he made an observation about Dr. K that I only think somebody can make that observation if they are aware of the tactic. And it was the idea that like, if you apply enough pressure to somebody, when you let up off that pressure, it's always going to feel good. If you lean in and apply pressure, if you make somebody uncomfortable, if you move them enough, anytime you pull back and give them space to breathe, they're always going to feel really good about it. This is like the classic good cop, bad cop played by one person. And when Max was able to point out that essentially that's what Dr. K does in his conversations, I noticed, and I was like, that's very true. And it's very astute that you notice that, but you do this in every conversation you do. You always try to get somebody off edge emotionally. You always try to push somebody to the point of crying. And then once they're crying, you ease up on all the pressure. You have a nice moment of silence to let them reflect, process their emotions and listen. And then you re-engage in usually a more calm manner afterwards, because now you've pushed them to the place where they were emotional and they've come back. And now in a way they've shared something special with you. You're almost actually having sex with them mentally or emotionally. And then they feel like they've kind of like they trust you a little more. But yeah, I noticed.
It's interesting because I remember that one of the things that also put me off to Max was there's a time where he was talking about his like very his physically abusive like outbreaks on like his ex-partners or even maybe his current partner. I don't remember specifics. I remember I was playing Lego Star Wars though. I don't know why I remember that part. Never finished it. Anyway, he mentioned about how after the experience was over and like he would calm down, he realized that there was like a moment of like the two of him and his partner were able to have like a bonding moment over how shitty of a person he was in that moment. Like that person, that abusive Max was a different person that they could both be like, that was a bad guy, and they could almost bond over that. And the way, like, I'm sure that happens in abusive relationships. I could see that happening. Like, you know, somebody with like a huge anger problem has a disproportionate response, and then they're like abusive, and then afterwards maybe it is a codifying experience. Is that the right word? I don't know. A bonding experience might happen, but the way he talked about it was like gross and like non-empathetic, and it almost, I don't know. It's hard to explain exactly how I felt about it. But it was like really gross and it was disgusting, and it didn't really communicate to me that he actually was upset about the way that he treats people. It's more that like he just, again, doesn't feel like he's getting what he wants out of people when he does abuse them, or physically, because he just gets the reaction that they think he wants, you know, kind of a thing.
So he does that a lot in conversations with people, but whatever. I don't want to fuck all these things. This is why I get triggered when he says like I'm an empath. Like you're a little bit. I think to some extent sociopaths and all these people probably are to some extent pretty empathetic because you have to be able to understand how other people feel, or at least how other people respond to feelings in order to control them, right? Like you're not going to be a really good manipulator if you don't understand how people think at least a little bit. But
I guess so, yeah.
But that's, I mean, what are you going to do? Anything else? Any final orbiters want to step in and enter their testimony before we chop it all off the neck, before we go media blackout mode on Max and Blav?
Media.
What do you have?
Oh wow, my mic was muted. You couldn't hear me?
I can hear you now. What's up?
Oh, cool. All right. So.
Oh wait. Hold on. 1 second.
Okay.
Hold on. I just.
Am I going to be the new Mr. Girl, the political sphere? I don't think I want to fuck kids enough to want to do that. Sorry. No, absolutely not. I'll stop in from time to time to chat if there's something I feel like talking about. But if I have nothing to talk about, it sounds like a boring reason I can stop by. You know what I mean? Unless Destiny wants to like learn how to play good games and maybe he wants to do like Mythic Plus with me or something in the future, I'm open to that. But listen, let's be honest. This guy's washed up. He doesn't know how to play fucking video games anymore. That's why he plays building game. Ooh, I'm gonna build a tower. I'm gonna be a technologist and build. Oh, I gotta build up my 2D Minecraft, like whatever fucking game he's playing. This guy couldn't handle the fucking absolute pressure it is to do like a plus 15 like catered. So we'll probably never play games together. This guy doesn't understand the just how much fucking power you need to have. How much just incredible skill and technique you need to have to be an absolute alpha champion in the World of Warcraft.
Woo! Just getting a little. I just understood where something else came from or whatever. But okay, what's up? What do you got for me?
No. It's really quick. So like, I can't believe we are where we are. I actually bet somebody that there's no way Mr. Girl backstabbed you, and they were right. And so I can't believe we're here. The only thing I want to say is, I know you said like you might do the blackout thing. I specifically want to have a conversation with him, kind of understand some of this. So I want you to give
Mr.
me
Girl.
Yes.
No. Why? What's the You're just gonna lie to you. You're not gonna be honest.
True. Yeah.
No, I feel like I'm intelligent enough to not be sucked in by tactics. So I'm here asking you for immunity in case.
It's not even that, dude. This is there's no benefit from talking to someone like Mr. Girl who's so incredibly dishonest and so willing to. This is the problem with people like Mr. Girl, and this is like people I try not to interact with anymore, is that they are not only very manipulative, but they're so dishonest and they are so confident that they will assert something that's wrong over and over again, regardless of how dumb it makes them seem. And then they'll just say, you're wrong if you don't get it, over and over. And eventually, stupid fucking people will fall prey to that. And a lot of those stupid fucking people are in the audience. And they're like, you know what? This makes... And then the world's a worse place. There's no benefit from talking to somebody that's so worthless and dishonest like that. There's no benefit. It just gives him the option to gaslight audiences by just asserting a fucking incorrect thing over and over and over again. What is this? While in bear form, do you deal to... Oh, increase arcane damage. Well, that's a fucking goomer.
A conversation does happen.
There's a problem. I don't want this to like snowball into like 10 hours of like content a day for him to talk about all this shit.
No,
like,
for sure.
If you want to go talk...
100%.
Okay, fine. You got the one path.
If me and him talk, it'll be within the next 24 hours, and,
sure.
And it won't. Yeah, for sure.
You know, if you want to go, knock yourself out, dude. Okay.
Yeah, but
what the fucking? I went the wrong way.
You were talking earlier about like how to know when this might happen, and I'm gonna hear Max out. I don't think there is no way he can convince me for sure, but I'm gonna hear him out. But I think that like the difference between like my relationship with you and I think other people's relationship with you is I'm not like primarily a content creator, right? Like I have a great cushy life. So our interactions are authentic and I'm going to say what I feel, you're going to say what you feel. And there's no possible other motive. Like I don't care to, hey, I want to get 1 million subs on YouTube. Like I don't care about any of that. Like I'm doing very well for myself. Sure. So I think what you have to look out for is how big is your connection to them in terms of what their future thoughts are for their like content creation careers. And I think those are the
it's easy.
that...
So like there are certain people. So like Abba's a really good example of this. I don't think Abba feels any pressure one way or another because I don't really have much of an impact on his career, right?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Sure. Yeah, I know. But I mean, like that, like basically, this is a roundabout way of what I was saying before, where it's like, should I only interact with people that are, my size or larger or on like different platforms, which feels like kind of sad, but I don't know. I'll think about it all tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying in chat. Like you miss a lot of like authentic conversations doing that. So I understand your hesitancy to not want to do that. And I'm not saying that because it like selfishly it helps me. Like I said, I join here once every like fucking 3 months. All right. Yeah. But
Same.
I like your interactions with a lot of smaller streamers. So I do think it would be like a degradation.
That interaction with the preacher, the preach sinner, the salt and pepper, Saint and the sinner. That kind of rhymed. That could have been a line in a song. Somebody go take it. Just credit me in there. Anyway, yeah, that was fun. That was a smaller streamer. That was fucking hilarious. Bro, if I don't get a heal, I'm going to get up, I'm going to get a fork, and I'm going to try to press it through my fucking testicles. Holy fucking shit, dude. This is not that hard. This game's been out for 20 fucking years. It's not that difficult to press a fucking button. Sorry.
Content somewhat, but I understand your frustration and repeatedly being in this place. But I think it's just try to gather from people how important is y'all's relationship. And I don't mean y'all's relationship on like a social level. I mean in terms of like their future economic gains. Because I mean somebody said it. There's a thread on Twitter, and somebody said it, and they're like, "Hey, it seems like as soon as Destiny wasn't willing to go back on the Reddit stuff. I mean the subreddit stuff. This is when you backstabbed him." And it does appear to me. This is just how I feel about it. He saw that he was going to go through some loss of either viewership or loss of eyeballs and blah, blah, blah. And that's what fueled this because it's too close.
I don't think, I understand why you're saying that, but I don't think that's the case at all. Like, if I was in Max's position and I was a sociopath or I was more manipulative, or not manipulative, Machiavellian, like less narcissistic, I would have just rode the wave and then like kept writing. Because like from a business perspective, like I'm the largest like creative that's ever going to give him the time of day, right? Like there's no, like from a logical business point of view.
Well, didn't No Jumper give him time of day? But that was because of Destiny. Sorry, the healer just decided to leave, and like as a druid, you have very little utility. Sorry, or at least I do at this level. So I like to run away and try to like wait for cooldowns to come up to heal myself.
Can ride my coattail, especially as I'm on like the cusp of like blowing up and shit. Like he could have been on all these black panel drama streams, like saying some crazy shit. Like he could have been on all of that. So I don't think he's making decisions based on like, oh, he thought he was gonna lose eyeballs on a stream. I think it's coming from a deeper place, like genuinely a huge place of like he's narcissistically thinks he's the hero that's gonna save the fucking world and shit. I really do. But all right, my final thoughts.
No, that's it.
Okay, First time viewer, is Papaga connected to Destiny in some way? Yeah, we used to date, bro.
All right, you too.
One of my earlier victims, Kelly Jean, what's up?
That's a nice introduction.
Yeah, well.
Why are you focusing on like the size of the streamers when that's not really the shit that they have in common? Like,
well, that was Max's spin. Was that like, well, because we're all smaller streamers, you have so much say over us?
Yeah, that's not the problem. That's not the problematic thing they have in common. It's because they're all fucking emotionally unstable and like just borderline bananas. Like it feels like watching or observing like clowns in a mental hospital sometimes when all these people are on. Like I'm sorry, but like no one else has said it, but a lot of these people have open like mental health issues. That's a nice way of putting it. And not
I wouldn't blame it on the mental health issues. These are people that don't know how to regulate their emotions. Mental health issues make things more difficult, but that doesn't mean that you don't have to deal with everybody else's shit. Like you don't have to deal with somebody else's mental health issues. It's not your responsibility. I understand being empathetic, but sometimes it can become self-destroying.
Trying to be like, oh no, the mentally ill or evil or anything, but like it's that seems to be the problem, and it's the same type of behavior as well. So it's not like dealing with someone that is like, I don't know.
Listen, I don't know either. I gotta piss. Give me like 2 seconds. I should just let the video go on and watch her in the bathroom.
Anxious or a bit depressed or whatever. This is people that spend like 8 hours talking about how their feelings are constantly, each time and every time. And that's like the biggest red flag. And that's the thing they all have in common.
Sure.
I feel like if you want to use a barometer to like avoid people that just blow up, it would be this. And I mean, isn't bridge burning like part of some of the issues some of these people have, right? It's like part of the thing.
You know what?
Whatever.
At the end of the day, it's all good ass content for me. So thank you, Max.
Should we be the mentally ill?
True. It's all good. It's all fun and games at the end of the day. You know, what's a little bit of Me Too between friends? I appreciate it. It's all good shit. It's all fun memes. Yeah, why not? The only thing that upset me about today was I really wanted to talk about this Saint and Sinner guy, and I didn't get the chance to, but I'll probably do it tomorrow. He's an actual scam artist, and we didn't get to go over it. But I'll probably do that tomorrow. Oh, fuck. His life is so interesting. He's a scammer. He's like everything about his life is a lie, but you don't know about him about tomorrow. Yeah. Oh, damn.
Somebody sent me screenshots of the conversation that bar and Lav that we're having. Okay. I don't know which one comes first. Yeah, Lav, he gets off on this shit. Okay, hold on. See, that's the problem. I don't say this is Anna. I don't stay friends with Steven. He will do this. But why sext him? He will turn people against me and make my streaming life a living hell. I'm dumb and naive, but don't be like me. So you feel like you have to placate him so he doesn't abuse you, sorta. That's horrifying, I know. So I mean, maybe that's I don't know. I don't know why they believe that. Whether it's because they actually do believe that, or because they're just trying to like use it as a weapon. Like, yeah, just disconnect yourself from her. Yeah, Lav, he gets off on this shit. Like, literally, he gets off on it. God, the sexting he does, he has, like, revenge kinks. Fuck, I feel bad telling you this. What do you mean, revenge kinks? This is strange for me. Sorry, I don't know how to react to this information. I don't know how you feel. I'm okay. Sorry to unload. So this is the message from before. Somebody was like shitting and coming about how maybe Destiny is an abuser. I don't know. That doesn't really indicate much to me. We'd have to see a lot more people coming forward and be like, yeah, I Destiny really made me feel like if I didn't interact with him, he would fucking ruin my career or something. Than like one person, but okay.
Oh, but
everything about his life is a lie.
True. Anything else?
In what capacity?
In every capacity.
Well, listen, if you notice, I remember when I watched, this is something I didn't notice till afterwards, and I was doing like a bit of video editing from that conversation that Destiny had with that guy. Dude, the interface here is like so fucked. Look at this right. So you see this up here? Do you see this thing right here? It's called press exit to view stream. Wait for it to go away because I'm an idiot. You see right here? This looks like his Cash App. This guy is talking about how rich and successful he is, and he has his fucking Cash App on his screen. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if that seems a little sussy. You're Cash App begging if you're such a successful person. But hey, what do I know? All right.
Well, I mean, also, I mean, if you know that people are like a bit weird, a bit unstable, a bit problematic with a type, should you really be sexting them as well?
Yeah.
Good point.
Is that really a smart decision?
I am. I'm sexting
Is
you
that
right.
smart?
I'm doing it
Is
right
that
now
smart?
to you. Fuck me.
I will block you.
Yes.
Don't-
yes.
She's not wrong. This person isn't wrong about what she's saying. Like, you know, it doesn't make you a fucking predator, but maybe it would be smarter if you kind of stayed away from sexting people that you identified as fucking batshit, you know? Or sorry if that was insensitive the way I said that.
Yes! Yes! I can't wait to see your next TwitchCon. Yes! Yes! Okay.
Last TwitchCon, you told me to kill myself.
Well, you probably were saying something really dumb. You probably said something dumb, okay? So, okay, are you done? Leave. What?
I literally said, oh, I met Lily. She was really nice. And you were like, kill yourself.
Why?
That was it.
It's
What
you must have
the
said
fuck did I
something.
say?
No, I'm pretty sure you said something different. Okay.
You were just salty because I saw her and you didn't.
Oh.
That was it. And then you said,
Well,
kill
thanks for leaking my private life details on stream. Anything else you want to leak while you're here? You good or?
So I hear that there is a program for women in this community that have been through trauma. Is there a monetary value to this?
No, but maybe I should start one actually. Maybe I need to get
Oh, yeah,
Mr. Girl.
sounds
He can
good.
head up my rehab program for all of the abused and neglected streamers that come through here. So.
How much do I get for my PTSD from League games 6 years ago?
Well, you were playing cross server, so you were probably one lagging. So if we lost games, it was probably your fault. Okay.
It was going to be my fault anyway.
All
Anyway,
right. Have fun.
one last thing.
What?
I'm not.
Got him. This is so fucking stupid.
Get out of here. Okay. Any final Orbiter thoughts? Speak now. Or forever hold your peace. Who joins? Who enters?
Do you think that there's a conflict of interest between her husband being the CMO of Rich Wallet and giving
What the hell does that mean?
Anybody else?
So hot, dude. I know I'm sexy, but I mean, I'm like.
You already said your piece. What?
Yeah. Do you have time for one more?
Yeah, go hit me out. What do you got?
I'm gonna get short. All right. My question is, do you think that there's any chance of rehabilitating love? Like,
I don't know. I don't care. Maybe, but I'm not Captain.
I mean, not for nothing, but like, I don't know what rehabilitating means in that context, but like, maybe that's something for a mental health professional to deal with. You know what I mean? So.
Can I say that thing or is that bad?
I don't know.
You know what I was gonna say?
No. Go for it. No, don't.
No, I can't say that. No, I can't. I'm not here to save or fix people. Let's just show them what I do. Yeah.
Well,
no rehabilitation. No,
Yeah,
no.
Well, this is the thing I'm trying to get at.
Not actually a mental hospital.
Okay, bye. I got it.
True. She's right.
So, like, I don't know if this is coming from a place of malice or if she's just too ignorant or like, I hate to say it, but like stupid.
I don't think she's stupid or ignorant. I think the problem is that Max is like obviously very manipulative, and she's probably a little bit obsessed with him, so it's very easy for him to get like under her skin very easily.
Do you think it's worth?
I mean, that sounds like some kind of stupid in some capacity. You know what I'm saying? You know, not people. Listen, not nobody can be all kinds of smart. You know what I'm saying, dude? Everybody has some kind of unintelligence going on. So.
For you to try to counterbalance that, like maybe have a direct conversation with her about this?
Yeah, I'll probably talk with her after the stream, but I'm not here to fight for people ever. I wouldn't even do that with my own wife. If Melina were to come up to me, she's like, a few people are talking shit, and I'm starting to wonder about you. Then I would say, well, I wonder why you haven't booked tickets home yet, bitch. Like, I'm not here to. I don't. If there is a way that I am, there's a way that I present myself, and then there are things that I do with people, I'll do together or with or whatever. And if that's not enough, if somebody's talking to you and gives you a different impression of me, then you get actually hanging out with me, then go be with that person. I'm never ever in the game of playing the weird like anti-counter manipulation shit. I super don't give a fuck.
I don't know what he's. I don't know. The wife thing's a little weird to me. Like Okay, I don't even care. But yeah, that's a little bizarre to me. I would always fight for my wife. But I feel like it's probably in the context of like, if you think I'm like this truly scummy person because somebody else said so. I get that. But okay, whatever.
Sometimes it costs me friends, especially with all the weirdos in the fucking background that are trying to like turn people against me. But I don't care. I think my record speaks for itself. Like I said, like Max is one of 50 people that have tried to come out and cancel me online and prove that I'm a rapist or an evil person or horrible blah 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 blah. But Max is literally streaming from like the beta website that he's like working off of from my platform. Like
yeah, the way I see it is, I don't see any redemption for Max at this point.
Not unless he's goes a full rehab. Yeah.
Yeah, but Lav, I feel like I don't know. I feel like she's just being manipulated to a certain extent.
Yeah,
maybe a little bit naive as well.
I think probably her and fucking Shaylin and fucking Anna.
Yeah, and I think you're right. It just comes down to like how much do both of you guys value each other's friendship or whatever. And I guess for her, demonstrably, it's been very little. So I don't know.
Yeah, whatever. Okay.
All right, that's it. Later.
Bye. Okay. Well, wait, quick. Is it something relevant or what?
Yeah, it's relevant. So I guess it's a nuke time, right? So I just wanted to thank you on behalf of the orbiters who have some level or who aren't completely retarded. So for the past couple of years, you've been one of the larger creators who has been able to facilitate a lot of really interesting.
Oh yeah, it's not time to dick ride. Well, do you got anything else for me? I forget kind of comments.
I don't know what I was gonna say, but I feel like it was gonna be like, hey, don't stop interacting with smaller streamers. I feel like that's all he was gonna say.
I'm not trying to.
No, I'm saying you because I love you, and I think this is kind of bullshit. And I
love you.
Not a lot of people provide a ladder for other people to create content. So I'm not saying this because I want I give a fuck about anybody else. I'm sorry that you're going through this, and I'm sorry that the people that you try to help out end up fucking you over.
All right.
So
well, I look forward to the day that you do it to me. I'm gonna drive north, and you're gonna kill me. It'll be on a range. I want you to backstab me, really hardcore. Okay.
Only if it's a suicide pact.
In a video game. Okay.
All right. Catch you.
All right. Bye. Okay. Well.
What this?
That's it. What?
How the fuck is this DPS so bad that this is still happening?
People who are friends who love and care about you.
Thanks, but you know what else we have? We've got an unbanned list that's 3 weeks old. Nino, what are you doing about it?
Wait, that's not true.
Oh, well, someone in chat said it, so.
Yeah, it's because they didn't get unbanned and they're pissed.
True. Okay. All right. Have fun. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Evil excuse me. Can we get the biggest donos in the chat? Evil Fossil, $111. What an amazing donator. Thank you so much. You are the biggest boss of the day. Thank you so much. Evil Fossil. RTBA and me love you. You're just the best dono guy in the whole stream. What else you got? What do you got, Mel? The best or the closest orbiter. If I'm the sun, you're my moon. What's up?
Exactly. That's what it is. What have you learned from this?
Wait. I can res him.
What have you learned from this?
Melly Mel.
Steve,
I need 30 rage.
you tell me, okay?
I can res him.
Like, we all just want to know what you learned from this.
You're res.
Okay? Because we've all been watching this for months. We all have had the same f***ing opinion.
Orbiters need to be kept at a distance. That's it. I just shouldn't trust anybody. Especially you. Not even you.
Me?
Yeah.
What?
It's true.
Why not me?
It's true.
Because you're the one that could backstab me the most liability.
In what way?
In every way.
How?
You could literally kill me right now. You live in my apartment. You could grab a knife and kill me.
You can break your shit.
Yeah, that too.
It's even worse.
Yeah.
So you don't have any more League of Legends or Factorio. What the fuck is that? When are you even done with that fucking game?
Factorio before next year, I hope. Maybe. We'll see.
This is actually Oxygen Not Included. It's the same fucking game.
Okay, so.
And I remember that. It's imprinted in my soul, okay?
Oh, good. Okay, anything else?
Anything else? Well, you're never having these people on again, right?
Definitely not Max. Probably not Lav or Shaylin. Yeah.
Yeah, you're trying to find better people for you that's not just insane.
Well, the insane ones are the most fun, though. You gotta admit. Hold on. Let's wait.
You have to smoke drugs, okay, before you started shit. You were fucking nervous as fuck. I didn't text you.
Yeah, because you started fighting with me too, okay?
You don't like this shit. Yeah, because you don't tell me what's going on.
Yeah, well,
that's
because you're on a need-to-know basis, okay?
I find out through
you can't handle my life. You can't handle the truth, okay? Listen.
Okay, but I need the truth. That's why I'm with you.
Yeah, you got it. That's why you're in the other room watching my stream, and then you'll figure out everything that's going on.
I'm not in your walls, okay? I'm your fucking wife. I'm not just gonna sit and watch the stream and find shit out.
Well, listen.
Like, what the fuck?
Oh, this is his wife? Oh, okay, cool. Bro.
Talk to Anna for a fucking year?
Yeah, we're chill. We're cool now. Me and her are chill. We can all hop in a group DM. Listen, next TwitchCon, Mel, the three of us. Next TwitchCon, the three of us are gonna go walking down the street. It's gonna be awesome, okay? She might even join us in the polycule. Who knows? You know?
Why do you do this?
We'll see. Who knows? Maybe Lav will even join in. Maybe her and her husband. It'll be all five of us. It'll be amazing. Okay.
Oh no.
You got okay. Hold on though. Retrospectively, you got to admit. The past month, there's been some good-ass content. There's been a lot of stuff going on here. Max's content has been good. There's been lots of subreddit posts, lots of shit. The lab stuff has been good. There's been lots of shit. There's been a lot of good-ass content. Now listen, sometimes that battleground has to be my life, but I'm okay with that. Because at the end of the day, it's all some good-ass shit. And you know what's going to happen? We're going to go to sleep. We're going to wake up tomorrow, and everybody's not going to give a fuck. Because they're going to be watching me build my factory.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what? We're going to therapy, okay? That's where it is. It's therapy time, okay? You need some therapy. After this one, you need some therapy, okay, Steve? It's good for you.
If we can stream it. Only we can stream it, okay?
You want to stream therapy? I mean, that would be really fun. Do you think she would ever actually do that? She's pretty funny.
You know, she might actually, but probably
she might actually do it.
I don't
think so.
I'll even encourage. That'll encourage Mr. Girl even more to make videos, honestly. He might start making videos on our therapist, so.
Maybe.
But what are you gonna do? Okay. Well, love you. Bye.
What are you doing now?
I'm saying goodbye to my stream. I'm trying to cut them out.
Oh wait, I didn't do this yet.
You trying to cut them out?
Yeah, I want to be done. This arc is closed. The book is closed. We're moving on to full-time black issues. Okay. Lab and Mr. Girl need not apply.
Issues.
Okay, just let me know if you need someone to cry into your shoulder again, because last time this happened, you did cry quite a bit.
For over these people? No, good one, Mel. That's a good meme though. People probably almost believed you, but nice.
Really?
Yeah.
You have some feelings in there. Okay, I know you because I am an empath. I know what you're feeling right now, and I know more than anyone else.
Okay, leave. Bye.
That's true. I'm also an empath.
Mel, you didn't even say you love me.
Damn. Okay, I think I'm gonna die because my healer's fucking garbage.
Hey, didn't you retire? What are you doing in my chat? Is the Destiny Lex cast in person? It sure is. It airs tomorrow morning at 10 a.m.
Ooh, that's cool.
ESP interview when? He stopped responding to my email, so I don't know if I'm actually going to... I don't know if I'm going to do it. He might have found somebody he thinks is like nicer. What happened to the no jumper bridge? I don't know. Apparently all those guys watch my stream, or some of them do, I guess, so who knows? We'll see. I think we're going back on the 28th to debate Nick, I think. I guess Nick's back on the menu now that Mr. Girl's out.
Oh, Nick Fuentes?
I actually stopped talking to Fuentes and all the Groypers just because of Mr. Girl's platform getting nuked. I was getting 15,000 viewers doing streams about them. And
okay, well, maybe you shouldn't. Well, I mean, like, listen, bro. I feel like, listen, I understand talking to Nick Fuentes, trying to debunk his ideology, all that shit, but maybe when you're getting to the point where you're fucking friends with somebody who literally thinks that, like, black people are inferior and that, like, Jewish people are fucking like running the world and like pushing rhetoric that like, you know, leads to people dying, I think maybe you probably shouldn't be friends with that person. I get debating, but like I could see why you wouldn't want to be like having like fucking chicken and waffles with him. By the way, always ask this question. Doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand how like Nick Fuentes' logic is that like black and people are less than black and Hispanic people are less than and should be valued less than because they are biologically less intelligent because their IQs are lower or whatever. Right? That's the argument. I've seen such neckbeard mode right now. Hold on. Sorry. But anyway, that's the logic, that there's no systemic racism aspects of it and that they're just biologically inferior because their IQs tend to be lower, which we all know is because of systemic racism. But that makes them bad, and having sex with a black person is comparable to having sex with a dog. That's Nick Fuentes' perspective. But somehow, Jewish people run the world, and why do you hate them if they run the world? Like, shouldn't you be like, well, they're better. We should like them because they're better. Right? If you don't like black people because you think that they're less than because they're less intelligent biologically, then by your account, then wouldn't Jewish people be better because they're like they're running the world? Wouldn't that make them amazing people? You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously all this is fucking stupid, but if your dumb fuck ideology values that or devalues black people because they're inferior, then why wouldn't you value Jewish people to a point where you think that they're superior? Right? I don't understand that. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It's been a great year for Destiny Content. Yeah, I understand that, but I don't think that like associating with somebody who's like a PP head to that degree, like is something you should do just for views, you know.
And with that, and I actually dumped that whole bridge just because of
Yeah, I am ethnically Jewish for sure. I still hate Jewish people though because my dad's Jewish and he left my mother. I'm just kidding. I don't hate Jewish people.
I dumped that whole bridge just because of them attacking Mr. Girl's channel. Jesus, how insane. How insane. Well, this is why us Hispanic people gotta stick together. I'm just kidding. In a video game. Okay.
Just kidding. In a video game.
I love you guys. It's been fun.
Wait, does that mean that the joke was in the video game, or is that, or was he was just the just kidding part was in the video game? I don't know, dude. I don't know.
I think, what do we have tomorrow? I don't know if I can reveal. People are moving around tomorrow. I don't know if I can say who, but I'll stream at least in the morning, afternoon, early evening, and then we'll see what's going on. But for the final meme, okay? Are we fully? If I get over a 900, Lav is gonna save herself. If I get over a 900, okay? This is the tap for Lav soul, okay? Let's see. Oh, real. Shutting down his website. Let's see. Yeah.
It's fucking right. You gotta go to therapy.
Sark.
Doing.
Handedly.
All right. So apparently they were getting to the part that people were like, "This is the best part of the stream" or whatever. So we're gonna watch this. Let's see what we got here.
I don't enjoy your flow.
Do it. Fuck you! You fucked me hard. Okay. Well, good job. You single-handedly saved us. Okay. What's that? What do you got? Oh, it'll drop tonight. So how you doing, buddy?
How you doing? What do you mean? How am I doing? How are you doing?
You know, I'm just chilling. It's just one thing from the next. And you know what? In 2 days, we'll have all moved on to the next arc.
Okay. You need to listen to your wife. Can't do it.
Yeah.
It's fucking right. You gotta go to therapy. I mean, this is like the maximal. I know you want to probably avoid fifis as much as possible.
You really think that like, okay, therapist, let me fill you in on what happened in my life over the last like 3 months, and she's gonna be like, oh, actually, you know, I actually have the perfect thing for NPD schizoids that enter your life through the public sphere of being on YouTube. Like, let me tell you what I told my last client that had this exact same problem.
Okay, but
no, they're probably just gonna tell you that you're like far too trusting and you need to like listen to your gut when you identify somebody's like engaging in behavior you feel is manipulative and abusive. That you should trust yourself more and stop trying to fix everybody because you're potentially, this is limited knowledge, projecting onto other people because you feel like you used to be a really shitty manipulative person and now you're just trying to like save everybody else. They'll probably get to that point, or make you realize that yourself. They would try to get you to realize that yourself. You know what I mean? If that's even true, you know what I mean? That's just based off some context clues. I could be completely wrong. Who the fuck knows? You know what I mean? It's one of those things where, like, if I'm right, I want 100% of the credit, but if I'm wrong, I want 0% of the credit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like the person who will they'll give people like relationship advice, and then afterwards be like, well, that's just me though. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion though. You do what you want. Like, that's basically what I'm saying here. Right?
There is an element where you're right.
Erudite.
She's not going to be able to map on perfectly, but you seem to have like a unique pattern of.
Oh, it's erudite. Oh, it's so boring. I don't want to listen to this fucking crazy. But no, I'm just kidding.
Having specific people in relationship with you that will obviously fuck you over. Now, I understand that you would say streaming is different, but do you think that there's like any other element to how you pursue or establish or create relationships that like facilitates this?
The problem is that I like crazy people, and I'm never going to change. Okay, I love them all. They're all. It's my collection.
Because they're stimulating. Yeah,
yeah.
They're interesting.
It's like Pokemon that are undergoing nuclear decay, and every time you bring the Pokemon out of the ball, it might actually detonate on you, and that's what I am doing, and I love it. I like it.
You're basically saying that you gamble with relationships. Like you're looking for a relationship where it's like.
I don't think Destiny's interested in the conversation. I think that's why he's just being like fucking silly. It's like it's just the kind of shit that's just happening. He obviously has to absorb everything that happened. This happened like this day, right, or a day or two earlier. So like he's just kind of absorbing what's going on. Just give him time to process himself. Or come to like any conclusions or anything, but that's just
at this time.
Exactly, it's not a gamble; it's a certainty. The only gamble is how long it'll take to self-detonate. That's the only gamble, and yes, I love it. It's so much fun. I live for this shit.
I'm going the wrong way.
I believe
it. For me, they tried to imagine if they would have 2 or 3 more girls who were ready to jump in here crying. I would have been over. Maybe my whole streaming career would have been done, but they didn't have it. They didn't have it because I didn't rape anybody that they found out about. So now who wins? Okay?
Jesus Christ!
What, Melina?
You have to stop crying about it in that case.
I'm not crying about it. We came and did a stream about it.
Yeah, sure, but you were upset. Okay, tell me you're upset.
I'm not upset. I'm happy.
How are you not upset?
Why would I be upset? I get to cut 2 people out that I don't have to DM anymore.
2 people.
I'm ready. Hold on.
I'm going to trust people.
We just had a whole thing. We just had a whole thing on stream. We just had a whole thing on stream where it's like, damn, there's so many people coming into rooms talking. I don't know how to get rid of these people. It's so awkward. And now 2 people just self-selected to eject themselves from orbit. That's great. That's problem solved, baby.
Oh my god.
Like, Steve, do you care about actual relationships that does not do that? Because you can have that. You can have
not really.
You like.
I don't care. I don't need them. Do you know what I need, Mel? I need my stream. I need the gym. And I need you because you're my wonderful wife. And then I need to go see Nathan when we travel. That's all I need in my life. Boom. That's it. And video games. And Factorio. Yes.
Beautiful stuff.
That's all I need. And I'm good. I don't need friends. That's for fucking losers. Okay. That's what we learned today. We reinforced that theory. I took a dip in the friend pool and I realized, you know what? Friends actually are for fucking losers.
True.
I waste my fucking time. We're just gonna churn them and burn them. That's what we're doing. Back to what we used to do before.
Churn them and burn them, baby.
Yeah. Well, I'm not an incel. I'm fucking all you.
You're a friend cell.
Yeah, I am a friend cell. That's true. They think they can be friends with me, but no.
I'm swearing up all friendships. If you see me, quest for another friendship.
And yeah, true.
I'm never finding another one again.
No more friends.
Yeah, doors closed. I am very sad that when you like took a step forward and trying to be like, how do I be a little bit more functionally human? Probably friendships and vulnerability is a good choice, which I would argue is a good choice. That you got f***ed over in like the most disgusting and intense.
I just realized, bro, it's the weirdest fucking thing in the entire world, dude. Is that I keep saying true now, and then Destiny just said true. Is that a fucking did I pick that up from Destiny? What the fuck? Oh shit, I think I've been watching too much of this motherfucker's content. I'm starting to pick up his fucking some of the words that he says, dude, and even the way that he says it. Fuck. All right. Sorry, Destiny. This is the last video I'm ever gonna watch of you, stupid piece of shit. Oh my lord. That was weird as fuck. What a weird realization, dude.
Hence, horrific way.
Hold on, you're being a little dramatic, okay?
No, I'm fucking
I can think
not.
of like 3 things that would be worse, okay? So,
okay, good job, good job.
Because you said the worst. He could have showed up in real life and killed me. He could have showed up and killed my kid. He could have started mailing dead animals to me. He could have swatted me multiple times. He could have made bomb threats. Like, there's a lot of things that have been worse, okay? So this is like pretty bad. It's pretty bad, but not the worst.
With third world country shit, okay? We're living.
I agree, young sir. I can't say true anymore.
In America, okay? So this is the hardest we can get, okay, at this point. Maybe a gun would show up, that's true. But hey, okay, I'm just European. We're not using that shit.
I feel like for somebody with like trust,
is it a streamer thing? If it's just a streamer thing, that means that Destiny has such like a profound fucking impact on streamers that like everybody's going true now. That's abysmal. Give me 2 seconds. Need to call upon my Among Us in the background because it's true, Lee. My fucking testicles, like a fucking swamp thing.
Like specifically like struggling to like let people in. The fact that like you said that he like weaponized something that you shared with him privately is like.
Oh, I didn't even say that on stream. I think. But yeah.
I think you did. I think you did.
Did I? Oh, a little bit.
Yeah, I watched it.
It was the worst part. But like, yeah. But what are you gonna do, man? Listen, Sometimes it's a shotgun, okay? You do a wide blast. Sometimes there's some scatter, you miss.
Think about it logically. Do you think if this were anyone else, how do you think that this would disrupt their self-growth in the friend and vulnerability department?
I don't need to grow there. I'm already perfect, okay? I'm the
You
perfect
are
amount.
human, okay? You fucking
I'm
bitch,
not.
okay?
I'm not human. I'm better. I'm better than you, okay? You need me to be better than you, okay? I'm like the guy. Who's the guy in the superhero show? I'm Homelander. That's who I am. That's who you need me to be, and that's who I am,
Oh, look,
okay?
another dungeon of that.
I am out here
Oh,
sexing
God,
crazy
you're
girls.
tiny,
I am out here
little-
talking to crazy
tiny,
guys.
small,
I don't go to therapy, okay?
baby Steve,
And I do it all for you, okay? This is what you need. You
emotional,
need
and
this
you
for me.
like
You need this for me.
puppies, and you like cuddle, and you're just
No,
rainbows
that's only when I'm with you or your mom.
unicorns. Oh,
Yeah.
Stop.
What?
No. Shut up. No.
Wait, say what you were saying again. I want to think about that again. Yeah. You saying cuddles? Yeah.
Stop. Okay.
What?
I think, remember that movie, Everything Everywhere All at Once?
Yep.
I think...
Look, that movie didn't have any friends. It was like family members.
Hold on. Slow down before you try to reject what I'm about to
You're
say.
about to lose your only family member, me, okay?
You're not my only family member. I got Nathan. I made him. Made in my own image.
Fucking my mom, okay? Otherwise, she's going to leave. She's
Fuck,
leaving.
your
She's
mom is
signing
never gonna
papers.
leave me,
I'm
okay?
signing. I'm signing him right now,
Well,
okay?
that's
gonna deport
that
her
just
mom,
clears
but-
the path to your mom. Makes it even easier. I don't have to sneak out to go fuck her now.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry, Kyle, what were you saying?
You know, I just genuinely hope that you do find your joy, and I think this situation made you move further from it, and that's
I
sucks.
disagree.
And I
I'm feeling a lot of
genuinely,
joy. Thank you.
I know you're just so happy, you're just so good. You know, those colors don't exist, but I do mean that genuinely, and you can mull over that with Melina stream when you're willing to be emotional, I guess.
Okay.
You need to be more emotional, okay? You can't become a Mel cell. That's not okay.
Yikes. Yikes. Okay. Tabor, do you want to say something?
Yeah, next up we have Luna Love, and on deck is Little E Fox for the Orbiter 2 cents.
Both people that I am on very good terms with, but thank you.
Oh, were these people that were DM'd?
I don't know. Shit, why did they turn against me? There's no way they did. I'm on good terms with both of those people.
I don't know. Based Lore Master. Yes, that is I.
Shut up. Are you good?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
Are you done with your emails or what?
Nope, I gotta do all my emails and messages today, and I got a lot of them now, so I'm out of you.
Damn, email.
Would you give the advice that you're giving about how you're responding to this to any of your fans or anyone
No,
else?
but I'm different than all of them. Okay, I can't give people
Stop
advice.
saying that.
I am. What do you want me to say?
You're so fucking cringe. You're just like everyone else. Okay?
Really?
Stop having
You think
this-
anybody?
yeah.
Mel, you think
know,
anybody else
sound-
could do
you know,
this?
Yeah.
Yeah. You think anybody else can handle this lifestyle, the lifestyle that I live?
You kind of sound like an empath right now.
No.
One of those like, a little bit more narcissistic.
Do you think?
empaths.
Be honest.
charmed.
Be honest. No, I want to hear. I want you to answer it honestly.
You're speaking.
Oh, you're not going to answer it honestly because you know that.
Tank isn't supposed to get charmed, okay? I mean, some stupid fuck. It was the shaman 100%. This stupid asshole bitch put down his stupid fucking elemental or something, and then I lost threat.
That's true. Nobody else can handle this
What is your
lifestyle.
question?
But I do.
This
I'm
lifestyle?
going to be streaming tomorrow at noon like nothing ever fucking happened. I'm going to turn my stream on tomorrow. I'm going to go, guys, how do I start space science too? Because that's the kind of motherfucker I am. I don't give a fuck, okay? Boom. That's it. That's
So you're
what's
gonna
up.
start waking up with me early in the morning and just have some
Fuck
fun in your life
no.
once? No, see, you can't even do that. You fucking.
Mel, you wanna wake up
can't
like
even
7 a.m..
and have- Yeah, that's like what normal people fucking do. Okay.
That's
you're a
not
responsible
normal.
adult.
That's highly
you don't sleep
abnormal.
until 2.
You want me to start streaming at 4 a.m. California time? You're actually unhinged right now. You're unhinged.
Break in between. Who knows? Nothing. Yeah. Think about your European viewers, okay?
Gross.
The Euro cucks. Okay, we need you.
Gross.
You're a married one.
You
know that if you have a kid, that kid is gonna be European. Okay.
Okay.
You okay with that?
Base jeans.
No. Okay. Anybody else? Are we good? I'm just waiting to move on. Wait.
I think Kyla was on something really good.
Yeah, I get it. Kyla is doing it. Like, go to the gym, get the therapy, delete your Facebook.
What
I
advice
got
would
it.
you give? Can you just like say what advice would you give to your audience? Because
In my position?
Yeah.
What do you mean? There's some.
because the issue is that all these people have polyamorous relationships and they're all just crying because they can't fucking handle it. Okay, don't just because you're.
I don't tell people to.
be.
I don't tell people. I don't tell people to do. I don't tell people to do what I do. I never say
I
that.
know, but when you're
You probably wouldn't have that much of an issue if you weren't like a public figure when it comes to like polyamorous relationships. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot. The internet's different and it's weird. You know, people are online, and they're pulling stuff they shouldn't because they're just so good at the game. That's been out for 9 years, and they play healers that have fucking dispels, and they just magically forget how to fucking use them. You know, because they're just so good at the game that I can get fucking slept for 6 hours. Yeah, no, there's like a weird kind of like incentive piece, I guess. I don't know, man. Like, it's one of those fucked up things where if you're like a big streamer, people can lie on your fucking name, and people who hate you will believe it regardless of the facts, and they can fucking like hit you with some dumbass bullshit, like what's happening with Destiny here. We talk about power dynamics a lot, but like, which is true, there could be, but as long as you're explicit by saying like you don't have to engage with me, it won't change our friendship. You know, you're fine. But like, you know, there's also like the dynamic of somebody who, especially somebody who has like nothing to lose, somebody who's not really like a personality or a person on the internet, or is very small, that can say whatever the fuck they want about you, consequence free, disappear. It's not exactly what's happening here. But you know, there's enough fucking anti-Destiny people to run with it. Hassan gave birth yesterday? Wow, incredible. Good for him.
Talking about the way you're functioning, you have to be very clear that, hey, don't do what I'm doing. Don't do this at home, kids. You know, like this is what you should do in this situation. So if someone else was in the same situation as you in chat, what would you tell? Like, what would you tell them to do?
Like, Mel, when you say same situation as me, there's like 50 million things that go into my situation. Is this assuming they're like a relatively famous streamer with like a ton of people in their orbit in a poly relationship?
Autistic. Just a normal person. Let's say a person that.
Okay, if a normal person asked me what question? Okay, they asked me
and
what
then it's
question.
having some weird shit happening, like where.
Well, I would say probably get away from the weird people. That's usually what I say to people. Get away from the weird people.
There you go. Okay.
But I love the weird people. I want to bring them all under my cloak.
You're insane.
I love them. I am insane. Ridiculous. Ruminate, what are you doing here? You're my politics friend. How you doing?
Exactly. I'm here to offer you some perspective. I have no idea what happened. I am sorry it did, but I want to remind you of what's truly important. We have less than 4 weeks to save the Republic from a regressive conservative cult.
Is it guaranteed that there's a runoff for Georgia?
Yeah. It's locked in.
Did Boebert end up losing, or?
She's ahead now by like more than 1,000 votes, so it's not looking good.
Okay.
So I just want you to channel all that rage and hurt and whatever else you're feeling.
Okay. I'll fire up the boys. Okay, Sejin.
All right. Fire up the bat signal.
Okay. I'll see what we can start to organize. Okay. That's good. See, I raise money off of this so that we can do important work like that. That's why this is so important.
Exactly. Your pain is going to be very productive.
We're going to show
for
up.
democracy.
We're going to be there 300 DGG or strong. They're going to see us.
My God, the legions.
It's going to be unbelievable. We're going to roll over these neighborhoods like they've never seen before. 3 canvassers to a door. People are going to be so intimidated they're going to have to vote Democrat.
I'm excited. Erudite, I know you're Canadian, but you should help your neighbors. You should come down to Georgia.
I think that is election interference. Don't even joke about it.
If you pay for my ticket,
we can't
sure.
do it. They're all looking to report us.
What?
There's Republicans watching right now.
That's not election interference.
I think it might be.
Maybe it is.
If there was like
a Canadian like
Canadian invasion, it would be all over the place. All right. Well, I'm glad I contributed to this. So, all right, you guys have a good night. Bye.
Well, way to go, Ruminate. You contributed to the toxic masculine response of when feelings are happening, we diffuse through jokes and politics. So, job.
It's not really a toxically masculine response. It's like a coping mechanism. What are we talking about? A toxic? I mean, is she kidding? Half kidding, maybe? Because like this is a little too woke there. Okay.
Steven.
Okay, hold on.
Well done.
Erudite. I just want to know that you are safe. Okay.
Gotta love getting this mind control.
Safe from what?
I'm just telling you, you're safe. Okay.
I appreciate that.
Do you feel safe?
Wait. Are you gonna say some? Are you about to say some dumbass shit like when you fucking lied and then shifted the goalpost when you were talking about fitness? Because
no, don't even hold on. No, I don't even get triggered 2001 night. Okay. I just want you to know that your spot on the Destiny team is safe. Okay. But if you ever step out of line in the future,
that's it. I'm gonna leak our DMs. Okay. I'm joining. I'm switching sides.
Leave.
I'm switching sides.
Okay.
Hey, I know how to edit HTML. I know how to edit it.
Oh my God! Wow, a real life hacker. Okay, bye.
Oh yeah, real life. I'm gonna hack the internet. Get ready, fiend. Okay, bye.
Bye. There we go.
Have a good night.
Okay, you guys don't have like a restraining order or anything, right? Like if I go to this Georgia thing, if you guys end up doing it, like is Mel gonna be there? I don't want to like make things weird. You know what I'm saying? Like
we
like,
are
it's like,
you guys will be absolutely not watching a 4-hour-long Lex Friedman podcast episode right after this. We're not doing that tonight. No, this is what a preposterous question even ask me. Fuck out of here. Probably tomorrow or something.
Separate neighborhoods. Don't worry, it'll be fine. Okay.
are you gonna pin me out? Like do I have to go to like I don't know any other part of Georgia, but you guys gonna be landing on some other part, like Peach City or some shit?
We'll figure it out. Okay.
Okay, just let me know. And also, dude, it's crazy. Your discoverability on YouTube. I was listening to the stream in Walmart, and this guy stopped me, and he's like, "Oh, dude, that's the Destiny guy. He's going crazy on Sneeko and shit. That's fucking nuts. That's bazonkers." And I was like, "Oh yeah, dude, I was on here a couple times." He's like, "Oh, you're the yell guy." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I yelled." It's fucking crazy, dude. That's bazonkers.
Was he bro? Sorry, I keep getting fucking mind controls making me want to shit. What I was gonna say is, it's crazy. What is he listening to fucking whatever at Walmart out loud? What the hell?
The Twitch, you'd never get that. That's fucking wild, huh?
I'm gonna fucking kill myself. I mean, I'm just gonna have a lot of fun
Neighbor,
today.
my one friend.
Only friend.
Onlyfriends.com, bro.
Oh, end of an era. Who would have thought the Mr. Girl bridge would go? This is like one thing.
I can't say. I'm surprised.
But it is surprising that it was as magnificent as this, right? Like I feel like every year, like a new thing
This
happens.
crescendo.
Yeah, and I'm like, this is actually the craziest thing that's ever happened to me. And this is kind of like having a bunch of people in the background working to try to like group like Me Too me. Like that's pretty insane. I don't think I've ever.
But his biggest mistake is thinking that old of a playbook will work.
But he's
been very close to you. I don't know if chat remembers. He's been very close to you since the week of Christmas last year. That's when he first made his appearance.
Yeah.
And
we didn't even make it 1 year.
No, not even a year.
Damn.
Very few people make it a full calendar year.
Jeez.
You
literally are retired. Why are you? Don't you have a kid? What do you want? Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, what else were you gonna say, Tabor? Sorry, go ahead.
I'm just saying. I will.
Not yet. You know what's weird about this whole thing is like after your first.
He can't even hear us. He has a stream on the background. That's what he's responding.
Oh my god.
Now he's turning it off because he hears his own voice. It's all right.
Are you there?
Hello?
Hello?
Oh, he's listening to this.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what though? You know what's real funny? You know who's gonna be real happy, Tabor?
Who?
Fucking Dan steps away for a week, comes back.
Yeah.
2 of his most hated orbiters are gone.
He went to the Holy Land. He prayed for this.
Holy shit! Dude,
He went to the Holy Land and prayed for this.
What was Dan doing? I'm gonna be honest. Mr. Girl flipped like 3 days ago in real crazy shit. What if he was? And it's actually like 1 Jew against like 2 others. There might be some weird like Jewish magic or some shit going on in the background.
He
here.
literally has a Star of David on his back. It was like a power cell charging up in the Holy Land.
Holy shit!
God grant me your Yahweh, grant me your power.
Bro, I'm watching the whole stream.
This
is the video that he put up. I'm watching the video he put up. It's a 3-hour long video, or it's almost 3-hour long video. I'll watch the whole stream. This is like a video. A video. I keep saying that word.
Damn.
And he was right about the verified Twitter bots. Dan just keeps winning. Dan Doubter's in shambles.
Dan, is he ever wrong about anything?
No!
Twitter bots verifying for $8, 2 orbiters burnt to a crisp. And he's been AFK the whole time. He's going to come back. He's going to turn on the stream. He's like, what's up, guys? How are we doing today?
Just another day. His stocks only go up.
There's something going on there. We'll bring him down somehow. There's got to be something. We'll get him. There'll be some arc. We'll get him on something, okay?
I'll call it like Iswheel or something.
Jesus. We'll get him on the misspeak. We'll get him on the misspeak when he comes back. Oh, did you figure shit out? What's up?
Sorry, bro. Yo, you know what's funny about this whole thing is after your first conversation with Mr. Girl, do you remember we chatted about him?
What about him?
I don't know. I kind of was like, I saw these red flags, and then you were, I guess, like you didn't see them, and I was surprised because you're usually a good judge of character, I think.
Well, I knew that he was crazy. I just didn't think he was interpersonally crazy. That was.
How many people have perms to this room? Who is this?
Listen, there's like 200 people with notable perms. Okay, chill.
Oh my God, I've never seen the universe in my life.
Listen, are we good? Are we all ready to sleep? Is it good?
So not good. Holy fuck.
No, I'm not even talking about him. I'm talking about what?
Oh,
who is
this is my friend. This is my friend Emily.
It's random neighbors and stuff.
Yeah, we got a lot of random people. Stop. Okay.
Okay. I am a up-and-coming DGG journalist.
No, stop. No, hold on.
No means. I have a serious question for you.
Yeah, I know, but this is not. I was originally I told you we were doing this today, but I think it's got to be tomorrow.
No, not that.
Okay, what do you got? One serious question. If you meme hard though, you're ejected into the sun. Go.
No memes. Okay. So as you know, people in your orbit, like they tend to get relevant by engaging with you or your community, or by antagonizing you on your community. Aren't you scared that if you're blacklisting so many people, you're creating like a rot pile of people that purposely just antagonize you to stay relevant on the internet?
Yeah, that's always the issue. Is that like, let's say that I do blacklist them, and then let's say that like Chud is like, well, I still want them on my stream, and Destiny's banned from Twitch, and like Lab's not. Well, now I'm like literally creating like a dedicated hate group that can never interact with me. It's probably not a good idea. So yeah, I probably won't do that.
Well, the question is more, how well do you think you can restrain yourself from engaging with them and when they antagonize you on purpose, or try to create drama in the community around you?
Well, usually if somebody's like intentionally trying to just get a rise out of me, usually I don't interact with that person. So like for instance, like President Sunday is somebody that I think is only trying to like be antagonistic. So I just don't.
When somebody's online presence is basically just how much they interact negatively with you and how they can get you to react to them. Say, for example, the Anarch lasted a long time because she would just constantly antagonize you and your community.
Wait, which person?
So Anna.
Which one? Black Anna or White Anna?
The original Anna.
Oh, the original Anna.
I
don't think she's trying to antagonize my community. She's just when she sees people writing things about it that she doesn't think is true.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Fix
him. I think she's sick. That's why your voice
you
is.
would. Yeah, I'm sick. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
But
how are you gonna handle Mr. Girl's appearance on Hassan's stream?
Yeah, true. I don't know, but okay. Listen, it's 11 o'clock for me. It's an hour past my bedtime. I'm going to sleep. It's been fun. Do you have any final words for us, Tabor?
Lesbia upon chat. The 2 villains are gone. Mashallah, inshallah. Praise.
True.
Our leader, Destiny, for getting rid of the filth
that
has tainted this community for 4 long months. Thank you, and good night.
Have fun, buddy. Bye. Man,
I have
what's
no
the
idea
next
who
arc
Dan
gonna
is.
be? What's the next drama gonna be? Who knows, guys? Who knows where tomorrow will take us? Oh, I didn't get a chance to do this guy, but this dude is a real life scammer.
I think he just left everything in there. I think he just left everything in there because he talked to a bunch of different people, except for the Papa Gut part, which I'm happy about. But now that I'm thinking about it, hopefully I didn't offend him. But if he got offended, you know, bro, fuck you. I don't care.
The Saint Listener guy. Also,
That's what it is.
Fuck this guy. He clip champed my shit hard, and he tried to get me banned before we even spoke. Stupid.
2 hours in, right? And there's
Look at this clip champ. Hold on. Watch this. Saint and Sinner says you're stupid.
2 hours in, right? And there's still another hour, 40 minutes. And here's the funny thing, no one's making penny from the whole thing except the bisexual white dude who's been playing video games the whole time. How ironic. Everyone's reporting their passion, their arguments, their solution, their thinking, and the gay white dude playing video games is making the bag. Look, he might not know how to live his life in terms of morals, but he knows how to get to the bag. Shout out to him. Because he didn't use
Who is this degenerate?
Get to the bag. All right, fuck this. How much is left? Holy fuck. We've actually. All right.
So I'm gonna start calling black people out. These motherfuckers. We're going DEFCON 5 on black people. Saint and Sinner says you're stupid. What was that fucking rapid fire edit? What was that rapid fire edit? This is the same kind of comment Kanye got canceled for. Let's see if the powers that be hold consistent. For those being intentionally blind to the racism, here it is. start railing against black people because of what one man
I guess they don't understand the joke.
says is clearly an indication of racism, it would be sensible to respond to the individual, not attack the group. Holy shit. But
all right. There can't be anything in here that's relevant, right?
dude, oh my god, there's so much fun shit. I don't want to get into tonight. I'll save it for tomorrow. Okay. I love you guys. It's been fun. Jeez. No more all Mr. Girl, all laugh posts. Banned from the sub. No more free clout for those two demons. And we are, yeah. Oh yeah, we're running into that area. Remember, we're fighting with too many people. So when you fight with too many people, shit gets chaotic. Okay? Mr. Fanatic is going a little crazy, okay? We need to be closing some of these chapters before we open new ones. I don't know if he's gonna hop on the Mr. Girl lab train, and there's gonna be like a multicultural manifesto coming out of anti-destiny shit, but oof, we'll see. We'll see what's going on. We need to do the peace arc. Okay. Rip Arena Cappuccino, my Dudorinos. Tomorrow, we're gonna be back to Factorio Eno. Okay.
I want to. I feel that I can trust you.
Thank you. Okay, that's good.
So I like the intellectual and maybe emotional trust that I feel here, and I'm not going to stab you in the back.
Okay, that's good. Okay, have fun. Peace out. All
right, peace out.
All right, bye.
What a beautiful ending to that beautiful video. Oh, something. Interesting shit, bro. Interesting shit.
I want Papa Gut to pee on my face, but just as a friend. There's nothing weird about that. I want him to pee on my face.